found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling.
Wherever you go, you can listen to the news. You can swing with the blues on this wonderful, wonderful station. Just take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
Now, here comes the music.
A state-of-the-art podcast that you can take absolutely anywhere, being introduced by a 1950s jingle, encouraging you to take your radio wherever you go. Because you can!
Should.
You should. Music should be your companion wherever you go, or chat, or anything. You know, it's some sort of entertainment, portable.
Yes.
I like to take
Could be
you.
a podcast.
I take you everywhere I go if I can.
I do all the same things radio does. Talk a lot, I sing,
You do. Sometimes a little dance.
I push products that no one wants to buy on you. Really, I do all the things.
You really do. Make all the correct sounds.
Yeah, if I could make static. Damn.
Oh, I have a feeling you can. I have a feeling. Oh my gosh. Well, everybody, hi. Welcome to you all in the chat room already. And I don't know if your Wi-Fi, I'm not sure what's going on with all that, but I hope you get it fixed. Mama Di's there, Joe. So much going on. Well, as you can see, 50% of the cast is here, and another 25% of the standard cast is on the way, and the fill-in guest villainous is on the way too. There's so much happening.
Busy life. 7 o'clock seems to be a tough time to get places.
I guess it is. Well, I think Doug, well, he's working. Marnie's Marnie. She says that the medications that she talked about last week have not all kicked in. Therefore, she's tardy. And
Yeah.
I don't think it has a thing to do with the medication. She says, however, she's very focused on being tardy.
She's very aware.
very, very aware of it. Well, we'll see how much stuff she moves in with, too. I'm hoping that maybe with that, the awareness and the concentration, maybe she can pine down how much she moves into the studio with each week.
No.
No? You don't think so?
That's a different problem.
What is that
I'm
problem?
not sure. I'm reminded of hoarders, but
Yeah,
it's
she does.
portable, so that takes it
She
over running.
moves in with a lot of stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
Amina.
what Amina, good morning.
Amina, I can make static with my afro and a plastic ruler. Can you do a video of that and
Yeah.
send it to us? I'd love to play that on the show and show people your talent. Actually, if anybody's got talents out there, that videos, they would be more than just record them, send them to me via Facebook Messenger, and I'll see what I can do to get them on the air. We will not be voting on them or awarding any points. We'll just simply show them.
That seems fair.
I think, yeah, our own little deal. Jenny, my gosh, avoiding static. Well, sometimes on this show, it's not. It's very difficult to avoid static or just droning on about things. White noise. That's what we could call it because we're all white people.
Oh, that is fun. That's a fun play on words.
That should be.
But it sounds now and maybe not.
With special
It spiked the bell curve of that idea. When something
white noise
yeah,
sponsored.
all of a sudden we sound like a hate group.
Well, right. Well, and then occasionally we'll have.
It took a left turn somewhere near where I was enjoying the idea.
So if we would ever have a special guest, hashtag.
Oh my God. I'm going to watch this back just to see the instant replay of me going over that
Realizing.
name in a nanosecond and
I don't.
enjoyment levels decreasing. Enjoyment levels decreasing.
Wait Amina, wait a minute. You can also cause static to appear on radio by combing your hair next to a large speaker. Do you not have any other hobbies? Like, I don't know why you know that. Why do you know that?
I worry that you spend a lot of your time making static in different combinations.
I guess,
but it is good to have you back. I feel like you haven't joined us in a while.
What do you mean? Okay, maybe that'll be the name of it. We'll do a new podcast called White People Problems.
Okay,
Yeah.
that one's funnier.
Yeah. No. we will not base it out of Chicago, however. No, not based on today's news. Not at all.
Oh, my goodness.
Where's my coffee? Oh, it's here. In the coffee cup.
I went for a beer.
I noticed that. Now your whole day has seemed to be a little bit off. You rode to
I got up in the
Oregano's.
fucking morning.
You got up
Well,
in the
it's
morning.
scheduled day, so we have to get up at like 8:30. It's Marnie's version of
Payroll.
payroll. It's 8:30 in the morning, and I don't work Monday, so it's like every fourth Tuesday, like at the world, and you have to get up, and then you end up staying up.
Why
And,
can't you just put in your, like, here's what I want and move on? Why do you have to get up and do
Because
it?
we have to Hunger Games it at 8:30 in the morning and watch the numbers go down. It's just it's ridiculously
ridiculous.
stressful, and it feels very much like the computer version of just setting someone on fire.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a mild bit of torture for no reason. We used to just, everybody just write it out on the paper. You had like 3 or 4 days to get to it. They would ask people like, okay, you can't all work this one day. Is there anybody that this was a flexible week?
Sure.
Most of the time, someone would be like, yeah, I didn't really give a shit. I just picked that day because it's where the pencil fell.
Okay.
And then some people would be like, nope, got a kid's, blah, whatever they say after I have a kid. Yeah. That's when I tune out.
Lose interest.
Yeah.
Well, I have a child. Okay.
Enjoyment levels decreasing. I gotta yell that to someone when they talk about their kids.
White noise. Child noise.
Child noise. Oh fuck.
No, it would just seems like you could all put here's my availability, and it would all just sort out through a software.
And it really does. Somebody said that there's like 110 of us on our floor, which I think is just too many people. There's no way I know all their names.
No, those are staff?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
On your floor alone?
I know, just on our floor. Can you imagine?
That is a lot of
The
people.
size of that fucking place. So, and then it was just a busy day. Tim is in town, so he was
Yes.
doing phone interviews. We had some coffee. We watched some news.
And he is.
We made a little
You did say.
breakfast.
I knew he was coming to town. You did say he's moving back, right?
He's moving back.
Got it. So
So he's
do we need to
doing-
redo your second room in your house? Is that what we're gonna do?
I gotta bring a box over there and take out some of like all the pictures of people, so he can have some shelf room
Yeah,
somewhere.
there's
And
that.
because my room stays so dark, I have to get dressed in that room, where I would never know what I was wearing. The lights in
Oh,
my
I forget you have 2 extra bedrooms. My
yeah,
bad. Which
the light in my room is like 5 watts.
Right.
Like refrigerators have more light in them.
at one
And then I
point
have
we
a black
replaced those light
lampshade.
bulbs. At one
No,
point,
no.
Yes, at one point we did.
Oh yeah, with lower wattage ones.
Oh, that's what it was.
It got dimmer. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. I just thought we were replacing them from non-operational to now one works.
Do you want a dimmer switch on that? Why, they can go lower. So, and then we went to lunch, but it was just riding my bike, and then I
Yeah.
had my list of like, I have, the new insurance, or not new insurance, but it's a new year.
Yeah.
So a couple different rules and regulations on the insurance.
Okay.
And
Someday I'll know all about these things.
And I've needed a dentist. I've switched dentists. My other dentist didn't take my insurance. Then the hot guy left, and I'm like, well, you're like 2 miles away. It's too far.
Oh.
So
Wow. 2 miles.
I used the World Wide Webs to find a dentist that was closer. And turns out I found 3 without leaving my street. I'm just kidding. One is at 15th Avenue in Camelback. So no, didn't leave my block.
Yeah, no, there's
But I'm not going that one.
You might get shot.
But yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there's one here in Uptown somewhere right here.
Yes, but there's one that takes my insurance right at the Target Plaza at 19th Avenue in Missouri.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean, so convenient right there.
Yeah, so
Waved, saw them,
convenient.
chatted with them. We'll find out what their thoughts are about nitrous oxide and how often I can have it, or whatever they're calling it these days.
I used to like to
Mama
get it
wants to be gassed for anything
just
you're
for
going
a
to do.
cleaning, gas me.
Gas
Come on.
me, right. Give me the goods.
Yes. Many. And Mom will remember Dr. Sapp was my dentist in Joplin way back. And one day I was laced out on the gas in the chair for whatever procedure. And I was young. I was probably I was less than 10 years old. And I was desperately trying to convince them all that it would stop all people. Like, I was even talking about road rage back then. Like, would calm all the drivers down if they all just had that gas and the air conditioning vents.
Yeah.
And they were just laughing at me because I had come up with this theory.
I mean, they might actually just kill each other on the roads. But,
Less traffic,
pick your poison.
less stress.
Exactly. Pick a struggle.
It all works. Traffic noise. New
Traffic,
podcast
yeah,
coming.
Traffic noise.
Wait, what's this 110 sounds?
Oh no, just they're all like they were making the thing like are all 110 people working in the same place. No,
Oh
so-
God, no. Well, you split it in half 50. That's 55. So some people work days, some people work nights.
Yep.
Would you really possibly have 50 people on a shift?
Yeah, we use like 20 people a night. Like, oh no. No, but like we this week we've been running on like 19 and 20 counts. There's 22 rooms on our new floor, and there's 20 nurses to take care of 22 people because it's so crazy. Everybody,
Okay.
it's just
Now,
craziness.
Forgive my ignorance because I watch a lot of shows, or not watch. I've watched over
Oh,
the
they don't
years.
have nurses on medical shows. They have one nurse for the whole hospital. Fun.
No, right, but are there people that literally just sit in the pod and are the quote? I'm just gonna use a like secretary for the whole floor and do nothing but sit there and monitor
They're
and
called
do.
service coordinators now.
Oh gosh, they have a
The
title.
position just opened up.
Okay.
And I think the pay's okay. And now they are, because of the long hallways and the way our new configuration, we had to go to a more traditional model. And so they sit at the front and they answer the phones. We all have our little Voceras, our little beam me up Scotties, and yeah, it's been 2 weeks of a learning adjustment. And
Yeah, I talked to Leo the other day. He was talking about how the changes and all that was happening and all the fun stuff.
yeah, because they moved Thursday. We moved Tuesday. They moved Thursday. His unit moved Thursday.
And he was off like for 4 or 5 days in a row. He's like, I'm gonna let them figure it all out, and then I'm just gonna show up.
Yeah. we had a fun night. Well, not a fun night, but we spent some time together the other night over stuff. So it was fun. And then like I said, I had a meeting this morning, but I went and looked for the dentist, found them,
Yeah.
chatted, went to lunch. But I wanted to ride my bike. It was nice today.
Oh, it's stunningly.
And if you
for
really
those of
can't
you
sit in-
outside of Arizona,
Right, exactly.
where Chicago or wherever place that it's like negative whatever, it is stunningly beautiful today.
Yeah.
Even as we speak right now, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit here in Phoenix, Arizona. But today, I don't know, 73, 74. It was just gorgeous.
And that's what I was like, I just cannot in good conscience get into a car or
Right.
sit in the house when the rest of the world is dying of cold, or
Sure.
the rest of the U.S. And we got 60 degrees. I'm like, I gotta get up and enjoy that. It was nice on the bike.
I
Rode
wonder-
around.
That makes me think. I wondered, I don't need to take anything special with me to the bar in the morning. I might just ride my bike in the morning. That's a lovely thought.
Yeah, you gotta take advantage.
Oh my gosh, yeah, before it gets to 8. Well, even when it's 8 million degrees here, I don't care. I still ride the fucking bike. It's
Oh, yeah.
dry.
Yeah, just lovely.
It is. It's very nice. Do you know anybody? Well, wait. What's it back home right now for you, for your family?
Oh, it's awful. Like negative. I think we said negative 33 today or something.
Gosh, that's fucking cold, is what that is. 28.
Well, let's go to our live weather center.
Right, it's 28. Yeah, right. 28 degrees in my hometown. 61 in San Diego. Flagstaff, Arizona, 38 degrees. New York City, 36.
So Niagara Falls right now, it's 12.
Look at this. Negative 22 Minneapolis. Good Lord. This is, again, Fahrenheit, people, not centigrade.
With the wind chill, it's negative 7.
That is just crazy cold. I'm fine here.
So the high tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Wednesday. The high tomorrow in Niagara Falls will be 4, not Celsius.
Right, just 4.
And the low, negative 6. Just don't write numbers down. Just say, don't look.
And I just love it, especially in that cold of a temperature, then they factor the wind chill. Who cares at that point?
Right.
Just
Oh, yeah, because 12 was balmy. Assholes.
that breeze stops. Oh
All
my
you
God,
gotta
I
say is it's 12 degrees and it's gonna be windy. You're fucked.
oh, yeah.
Good luck.
Sure.
We'll enjoy that day.
I'm fine with just the weather we've got, everything here. So,
So did you do anything fun this week?
what did I do that was fun? Well, I helped diagnose my neighbor. I got home this afternoon, and I was walking in the door, and she comes running out. I realize you just got home, and you haven't set anything down, but I need your help. And I'm like, what the fuck? She, I didn't know this. She's one of those people that, and I guess I understand why. I never would have occurred to me to do it. When she travels on little trips, she actually just unplugs her cable modem, and she has no internet in her house. Like, she just shuts her internet off.
Oh.
And then when she comes back, she plugs it back in. Well, something happened, and her little cable modem fried, and she's like, I smell smoke, I smell fire. And you could smell, you know how like electronics burn, they have a weird smell. So come to find out, that's what it was. So she burned it. So that was this afternoon's tragic emergency. She went and got a new cable modem. All was well. I don't know. I have the camera, so I would never shut off my internet anyway. But I don't know, just an odd thing. I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah. People turn off weird shit.
No, so there was that. The There was a really fun on Saturday night. There's a group here in town. A guy who did an offspring from the Parsons Wellness Center, the Ignite program that does a lot of prevention, education and prevention. They hand out condoms and do all that kind of stuff, and test. They do all the testing of whatever. Well, this gentleman split off from them and did his own thing. And for one of the fundraisers, they did a carnival in the back parking lot of Stacy's, and
fun.
It was adorable. Honestly, it was the cutest thing I've seen. They got matching little blue tents, and they created this whole atmosphere. They even had straw brought in, so you felt like you were walking through an old time circus or an old time carnival.
Wherever they have that kind of stuff.
I don't know where they have it. I don't know. Apparently it's in an old movie, but it was just really, really cute. They had little Bluetooth speakers, little round speakers that they put. They had recorded on a memory stick carnival sounds of like bells ringing in games,
The Tilt-A-Whirl.
things like that. And they had them.
Tube tops have a sound.
They had zip, 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 zip. They had them hung all over the little tent. So as you walk through, you heard like from the what do they call that? Fairway. That's not what I want. That's not. Is that what you call it? Like on a pier, the boardwalk, not the boardwalk. What do you call that? The midway. The midway. So it was just very, very cute how they did it. So that was fun to be a little bit of a part of that. And I did something I've never, ever done. And I don't know why the spirit hit me. Well, actually, I do know exactly why the spirit hit me. At midnight, Saturday night, they were doing a pie eating contest to win a 43-inch flat screen TV. And I was told that the only person that had entered was this guy who was not all there and was pretty wasted.
Oh.
So he's like, the guy that was running, it says, you would only have one competitor. Like, this would be your... And I'm like, well, shit, I can take that. Come on, whatever. So then Ricardo looks online and finds out how much the TV retails for it. He goes, I tell you what, I'll give you cash for it. If you win it, I'll just give you cash for the TV, and I'll take the TV. I'm like, that's a deal. We're good.
Now we're winning all over.
Right. So I sat down. Well, by the time I sat down at the table to do this competition, there were 3 more people. Come to find out, one of them was a competitive eater. I'm like, look, asshole, what are you doing here? So, anywho,
Professional eater.
I tore up a lot.
Have you in my Olympic status for no reason?
Well, I settled for a bronze that night. I did as much as I could in a pie eating contest in an apple pie all alone, but it wasn't enough to win the TV. But it was funny as hell.
That's hysterical.
It was fun. In my 49 years of life, never have I done that.
Wow.
And other people were like, "You just did that." I'm like, yeah. It may have been the tequila shot earlier in the evening that I was forced to take.
Sure. That always leads me to pie eating contest.
Well, if pie was available, I don't know if pie's always available when you have tequila shots. I'm not really sure.
Wow.
But anyway, that was an interesting Saturday night. It really was.
Went to a pie eating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my big that really is the big thing of the week for me. I think that's enough, isn't it? Isn't it?
I'm gonna stop you right there at pie eating.
Yeah. back to you. What
Just stupid.
God, it's warm in here.
I feel like all I do is eat.
Well,
Should be a professional.
there's that.
No, well, Tim's been here,
Yeah.
and I worked, and went for a little quarterly debrief with the tribe from work, the ladies and I.
Oh yeah.
Went to the Postino, worked, got up 6 hours later, took an Uber to Postino, and drank our fool heads off.
Hash out some work
Sensibly
problems.
priced. Yeah, life
course you
problems,
did.
work problems, got it all done, all taken care of.
Yeah.
Put away squarely in a box. It was a lot of fun. And then the SAG Awards and trying to watch Rent, but by the time I stayed awake through the SAG Awards, I had 2 good minutes to offer Rent, and I was like, I gotta go.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you did it the next day or the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Monday. It was yesterday.
Yeah, so then it's just, just hanging out.
Hi,
Like,
Mark.
now my February's busy with travel coming up and stuff.
Oh.
Going to Boston for a friend's 40th birthday party, and then San Diego at the end of the month. Once I figure out the dates of when I'm going, it's supposed to be for a conference for work,
Ah.
but
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out, or I'll just show up in San Diego.
You can't win. You can't lose.
Yeah,
if you
you
go,
can't lose. That's
no,
what I mean.
There's no losing and just going to San Diego.
Speaking of that, longtime listener, occasional visitor, Jason Carlton was supposed to be making birthday plans too because it's his 40th birthday.
He is making them, and I think he settled out on that last night as he was telling me. He's going to start off on the east side of the valley at about 9, I think 9:30, like Maya, and then like go to BS, and then from BS he'll head over here to the Central Corridor. So I'm not sure where on the line I'm going to get. But yeah, Jason Carlton, our little Jason, is turning 40 years old on the 15th, right? On
Yeah,
that Friday?
I'll be out of town for his actual birthday, but then it worked out when he was planning on for like a little trip was actually when I was available for a little, like it was the same 4 days that I'm off. So I'm like, I can tack you on to anything, honey.
Sure.
I can fly out of anywhere.
Yes. Oh, and we by the by, remember I told you, and for listeners, I don't recall if we said this on air or if it was just a talk after the show with regards to my 50th birthday that's coming up, and the gift I was given of travel. A friend has decided that I must go to Puerto Vallarta for my 50th birthday, but we're not doing it in September. We'll do it in November, the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, fun.
So I'll be gone so there'll be no show for a couple weeks there. We'll leave on I think it's a Tuesday morning, and we come back on the following Monday, like the 26th through the...
How exciting.
That's very cool.
So maybe, and I think where we're staying it sounds like the same place that you described, because when you were talking about the pool that was up on the top floor or something like that.
Yeah, they're all on the roof up there.
Well, no, where the pools are.
Yeah.
Right, but we're not there. That was already booked, so we're like a floor below or 2 floors below something. But where they normally stay you were talking about the chef that was there. So he got us a chef, though we're not on the top floor.
No, and that I mean, most of those places they'll offer you that. Like when you do an Airbnb down there.
I'm gonna get you the name of it, and you tell me if it's the same place, because it sounded like, unless they just all are the same.
Oh, they're all very much the same.
It sounded like the same place you had talked about.
Oh, ours was 3. Like ours wasn't separatable. Like we had a 3-floor.
Oh,
gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then the fourth, like the 3rd and a half floor was the pool.
Okay. So this is the 26th.
But there was one that I went to before where you could divide it down to like a group of 6 or a group of 12 or a group of 18, and that was
gotcha.
Yeah.
Vallarta Shores is where we are staying, and he sent me this picture, which is my suite, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna sit in the room and just stare out the window, because if it's just beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
So there's
and you'll have to go for a walk to the greatest shrimp empanadas in the entire world. I'll send you the place.
I'm sure I'm going to walk a lot of
sensible
places.
breakfast, a light lunch, 13 empanadas for dinner.
Wow. Not 12.
Well, according
Not
to him,
14.
the chef will be cooking us breakfast and dinner, and everything in between is on our own.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing about going to Puerto Vallarta is you usually get your whatever you rent, your house usually comes with a cook for at least 1 or 2 meals, and then you get a maid every day because,
Just sounds like white women's problems.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
Our
very
new podcast
nice.
is called White Noise. We're going to be
White
talking
Noise,
about that earlier before you got
There
here.
you go. I like it.
We're still working on the name.
Yeah. All right.
Amina wins the internet tonight
What
with
happened?
my new name.
Marvagine. Oh, Marvagine.
Yes. Maravagine. Maravagine? Should we put another?
I like how you were instantly drunk when you tried to pronounce that.
Yeah, I know.
Marvagine.
I think we should put an extra A in there. Maravagine. Just sounds.
Maravagine.
Yeah, it just sounds classier than Maravagine. But then again, I'll answer to anything. She's a whore. She'll answer to anything.
Wow.
So what'd you do
Whatever.
this week? It's your turn.
Well, apparently, did we? What happened?
He's on his way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because of school and all, he doesn't get out of like.
Thought you were just calling Cat a boy just cause. Apparently, Cat's not coming.
Don't you remember last week?
Oh, her parents.
Her parents. See, the medication's kicking in. Your concentration is honing in.
It is. I'm concentrating on things that I pay attention to.
Just
That's
not
right.
on this show.
Yeah.
Not on this show.
Not at all.
Yeah, she's
no.
she's with her parents. Doug is in Roots as soon
Cute.
as I think he gets out of class like right around 7.
Got it.
So by the time he gets wherever he's got to
Sure,
go
sure.
and do, so he'll be here in a bit. No big
Got
deal.
it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, let's see. I've been on medication for a week.
Yeah.
Doesn't help with timing, but
That's all right.
again, you know, I didn't want. You're right. I didn't want to startle you too
Right.
much. So that's a bonus.
Okay.
And I have spent 2 nights living as a bachelorette on my own.
What does that mean? What's
So
going
mom
on?
moved out.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's now your neighbor.
She is now my neighbor, and I may or
We have
may
a new
not.
relationship.
Well, oddly, I may or may not have seen her more in the last 2 days than.
Is she
I-
borrowing
then
a
I-
lot of shit?
No, like
Oh.
it's been like this pleasant kind of, you know, hey, I got these things. Do you want some? And then she brings it over and we meet halfway in Kibitz. And then she goes back home and then I go back in and work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not upset about this.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm getting free food stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just has been.
Has the remember you were talking about that she what is it, the sound of Yahoo News alerts or
Yeah,
something?
she's my fucking Google alert.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And has that
Oh, yeah.
past couple of days minimized? Good.
Oh, yeah. That hasn't happened at all.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
We're
know
down to
what's
0.
happening in the world. Not at all.
good.
No. But I mean, because it was just a matter of being there, right? And
Uh-huh.
so something would happen.
Did she take a dog with her?
Oh,
Well, I'm just asking for a friend.
2 cats.
That's good. It's
oh,
good.
right,
It's
that
a win.
is. Okay.
Take the win. Take the win.
two critters moved
I'm with
east.
you, Amina. Yeah. Yeah, 2 critters do
And, they're,
east. That's
and
right.
they're very confused. They're like, well, we can see the other house
Yeah,
from here.
right? Well, the cats don't care. I firmly believe the cats just
No.
don't care.
And now they just have more places to piss. They just go from house to house.
Correct,
They'll go.
correct.
That's all.
And but it was funny because I have always razzed my mom's cat who kind of just hangs out in her room. Marge, I've always just razzed the shit out of her. And so I walked through the door at mom's house today and was like, I just kind of screamed her name because that's what I would do. And like,
Marge.
yeah, she gets all kind of you know, and just runs and hides under the bed whenever I walk in.
I wonder why she hides. That's a mystery, isn't it?
Is that the big gigantic one?
Yeah, how she gets under the bed is
The
why
moose?
I yell her
Yeah.
name. Because I'm like, I gotta see this, you know. So.
Does
one day
Marge
she's
have her
just
own
gonna get
room?
Stuck.
Because I mean, I think your mom moved into a house with multiple bedrooms.
She will be roaming the house.
Yeah.
She'll be able to, but she used to roam the house when she was over with us. We got her in 2005, 2006.
Before you had the zoo. Yeah.
And
The menagerie.
well, that's not necessarily true because we had we still had Swaggy when we got her. We still had Swaggy and Bailey, our other dogs that are now dismissed.
I don't remember that.
They've been dismissed.
I am
She
through
was
with you.
dismissed a while ago.
Please go to the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh my God.
But
Dismissed. That's fantastic.
you are dismissed.
We're about to dismiss your loved
Yes,
one.
we're
I'm sorry.
dismissing. Good night. So anyway, but I'm excited for mom to be able to have that space.
What's her
and
new?
kind
It's
of
her whole
everything.
new life.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
whole new world.
A new fantastic
Fantastic
point of view.
I'm expecting some like Celine Dion kind of choreography as she runs down the curtain hallways.
Oh, no, we cannot
Or
have.
was
No.
that Bonnie
We-
Tyler?
That
Which
would
one
be
of-
Bonnie
which one
Tyler.
of them was
We
starting to-
can't.
We're not having her run.
We're not having
anywhere.
Diana
No,
run
thanks.
anywhere.
Yeah,
She is going to
no.
need a step.
There's
There
a
will not
there's
be
a
any
trip
of
and
that.
fall issue.
Nope.
No extension
Not
cords
gonna
anywhere.
fucking happen. Never.
No,
I was
no,
like, no, you will plug some shit in, and I'm gonna tack it up against the wall. It'll be fine.
Right.
That a girl. She's
That
doing the
nightgown
wheelchair.
is too long.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a fall risk.
I'm gonna take some scissors.
No shit.
I still have some of those bracelets. I should slap one on her.
Wow.
The fall risk.
Especially when she goes out in public.
Yep. No throw
Oh,
rugs.
totally.
Yeah.
No small animals.
Well, Marge
Yeah.
isn't small, so we're fine.
Yeah, good. And
Yeah.
again, I'm
That was always with
So
my
she has that fucking horse.
with my grandparents. My grandmother had a little dog. I forget what it was, a Peekapoo, whatever. They got him when he was just the tiniest little puppy,
Mm-hmm.
and as they got older and the dog got older, the dog never left my grandmother's feet ever. Like was always wherever she was.
Right.
And my grandpa's like, "Fucking dog's gonna kill her. Like she's gonna fall over." So we always hid the fact that one night
Oh boy.
she went out. I want to say it was
And she was dismissed?
it was snowing, or there was something. She had walked out to the dog pen, which is just outside the back door of the house, to let him in or out. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
And she'd slipped, or she'd done something, and she swore me to secrecy. And we never discussed that anymore. But if he would have known that something would have happened to her because of that dog, the dog would have been dismissed.
Got it. Oh, so something did happen. Because
but that was the only thing.
Yeah.
Possibly dispatched.
Well, right. Correct. Schwaggy was a 105-pound coonhound.
Jesus.
And I am telling you right now that she would be the same as a small dog. She'd just stay right. She was always
Yeah, but she's not going to trip you. You can ride her. There's
well,
a difference.
Unless you don't know she's right behind you, and then you kind of fall over her.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to, it may or may not have happened, allegedly. Nobody has proof.
Not based on that, right?
actually
Due to a
done that-
lack of witnesses, we will never
I've
know.
actually done that with my mom a couple times in the kitchen.
Good call.
I don't realize she's right behind me.
Yeah, boom.
She's smaller. Bam, right into her.
Ass over tea kettle.
But
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
the
I
same thing
love
with
that.
regards to mom's cat and her.
Yeah.
I think the exact same things. Like,
Well, because you don't want to hurt the animal. I mean, I overreact no matter what it is, but you don't want to hurt the animal. I don't even think of myself. Like, I think, and they squeal. If it is and you're like, oh my God.
I stepped on
Totally
Maggie's foot one
overreact.
day, and I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
You put all this weight on a little bitty cat paw,
I know it.
and she let out a
Oh, yeah.
yelp, but
Bitch, get off my paw.
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Anyway, so that
that's
that
good.
is, yeah. So we'll see.
Well,
see.
we can move that washer whenever you want.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Because I'm assuming
Okay.
you're getting her outfitted. Do we need to move or do
Yeah.
anything? Hook up stuff?
The only thing I would love to ask is
Oh.
to do a couple of lights outside.
Sure.
Christ, sorry.
What happened? What'd you
Just
do?
belched into
Well,
the
did
microphone.
I
you?
did not hear that.
Oh,
Did
okay,
you,
good.
Sarah?
We talked over
Yeah,
you,
we
and
did.
we know that's a
we
rarity.
heard the belch and we went like that.
That's a
There you go.
rarity for us to have talked over you, Al.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden.
I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, right,
This is the
right.
foreign
So the
intake for you.
burping takes me completely by surprise. My
Well,
my
Hiya,
apologies.
Nat.
Yeah.
Now the yeah.
Yeah,
I mean
we can-
that would be great.
Sure
if,
we can.
if that's possible.
Get
I
you
would
all
love
hooked up.
that. Thank you.
Do you need that washer to go there?
I have to check the one that is there.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get on it. Yeah.
Only because they have one through renting that they said she can use, etc. I happened to open it and kind of was like,
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
not.
know.
Yeah.
Well, your Maytag is just stellar.
Well, but I have to clean. I just have to clean it, and maybe it'll be just fine. Maybe that's all it is.
Right.
But, so there's that, and the fact that I just went with a very smart, just a very very smart do of the hair today rather than putting the hat on
Well, yeah.
because I'd like to have it with. Just like the rest of me, a little more body.
Yeah.
And
Well, last week you had big girl hair. Like
yeah,
you had
I know.
a big,
It was
you
like,
had big
oh.
hair.
Girl
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, but now I'm like, oh,
Well, he was teased like a fat third
so
grader.
that's what. Thanks.
The hair was, not you.
Thought he was teasing me
Yeah.
like a fat third grader. Anyway, I'm just saying. So yeah, that and I don't know if you know or if Mr. DeGanzik can be of assistance, but if it's you and we're there and we can just do it, great. But otherwise, Joe, shout out if there's any way to figure out how to get Wi-Fi and TV stuff over there
Well, yeah.
without having to incur that cost for getting all of that set up for her as
No,
well,
that's
Wouldn't you
easy.
need a booster though,
which I can get.
But-
I
but-
or
just
a really long extension cord?
Well,
no extension
well,
cords.
no. Actually, an
Again,
Ethernet,
on that list.
an Ethernet line could be
Sure,
done.
okay.
But remember, I still have a connection between here and there.
No, Oh.
So that's a
No,
$200.
it can't be done. It's completely illegal.
That's like a
No.
$200.
Never.
no, I
solution.
mean I don't want to. I'm asking for I'm asking for an enemy.
I couldn't
Yeah.
possibly have another.
I
Yeah.
would never.
I'm
Thank
asking
you.
for an enemy. What the hell?
Not a friend. I don't want to get a friend.
would
in
happily
it.
see them go to prison for
That's
what is
right.
clearly illegal.
Sounds like a
Well, my friend
Bad
Case
works,
of
idea.
criminal mischief.
Actually,
mischief.
bad. No.
and my friend works for CenturyLink. Yes.
Is that a
no,
thing?
we'll get
No.
we can resolve that absolutely.
Well, and also, otherwise I'll just put I'll put like a door in between the two houses and be like, it's all one. I don't care. I mean, like I'll build something.
So an extension door, not
Yeah.
an extension cord.
Yeah,
I
well,
got you.
I don't think she'll trip over that as easily, but
No, but then it gives you a direct hallway into your
Don't
house.
dare her.
Google alert.
Don't doubt her.
Trip
Oh,
over this, bitch.
fucking funny. There you go. Trip over the door.
Can't get there. Traffic's a
Sorry,
problem.
traffic's terrible.
Good Lord.
She said, well, she's been very funny about taking things, like bringing things from the house and looking at, well, are you going to need this? Or do you think, will you need
Have
that?
I
or
needed
whatever?
it for 20 years? No, take it.
Albeit, and if I do,
I know where the story is.
well, I feel as though this is one area that I can't say traffic was bad. I can't say it's just too far away.
Oh, right.
I'll come get it.
I never thought about that. I'm just going to walk over there and get the ketchup.
I mean, if I run out of something, if you need to borrow eggs, you have a key. Come on over.
Yeah.
So Tim this morning, I'm like, you want some scrambled eggs? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you have ketchup? And I was like, any human being alive on the planet.
Yeah.
I said, of course I do.
Yeah.
And then
duh.
I started cooking the eggs, and I'm like,
Shit,
why the
Ketchup.
fuck would I have ketchup? so I open the door. I'm like, funny story. I don't own ketchup.
Oh my God.
But it was just, I was indignant.
You-
Well, of course
I
I
do.
do. What a question.
It's even fancy ketchup.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no, not a thing.
God. How do you not have ketchup?
I don't know.
And,
like,
and
it's-
also,
I'm sure at some point
ketchup
in my...
on eggs
Yeah,
is
people do.
wrong.
People
It's
do
just
it.
wrong.
So, I mean, maybe it's a public
if
service.
you have potatoes.
But you know those foods that you don't really eat, like ketchup?
Yeah.
That, like, all of a sudden, like, you've been like, I haven't bought a bottle of ketchup. I've lived here for 10 years.
Right.
So, and you
Right.
check the expiration date, and, you've dated people older, and you're just like, you know what?
No. Yeah.
So I think, like, 3 or 4 purgings ago.
Sure. Well,
Perhaps the last time you visited.
maybe. Could be.
And I'm sure if I ever get a grill,
Right.
and I'm not afraid of propane, and then
I-
go to the store and buy hamburger
You
and
know,
then
I have
make
to be honest
hamburgers.
with you. To be afraid of propane, you'll be fine. I say that with
You're not going to burn your
confidence.
hair off.
Absolutely
Oh
not.
no, things blow up.
You're correct. But that was one thing that I felt the same way. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah, and I'm
not
sure the
doing
people
that.
in Buffalo that blew up the city block thought that same thing. Just seconds before it all went to hell.
Well, good point.
Yeah.
All right. Fair point. I'll let
What's
that go.
this button for?
Yeah, right. What's this? It says don't what? Oh, push. I see.
So Joe says there are even wireless systems for that too. Okay.
Oh,
so
great,
My
okay.
landlord friends here provide their parents' house across our street with free internet across the street
Oh.
with special antennas. That feels like a cost.
Special antennas.
Yeah.
Not a euphemism.
thought
I
we were
feel
gonna
like
talk
that's not
about that
something I
more.
just keep
We're
in my pants.
not.
No, don't show me
No.
on the special antenna where you touch it.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. And I will, if I need to, I'll look into it for that friend. But
yeah, that. Where'd they go? I can't
Yeah.
see. Funny, I can't see them anymore.
at all.
No.
And so that would be seriously though, because right now there was a light out back.
Yeah.
Nope. There was a thing out back where you could
Did
put
it shine a light? Did it shine like a light? Did it look like a light? No.
Is it a jackal? Jackal. Is it a jackal?
2 turtle doves.
Fuck the partridge in a pear tree. Anyway, it had the little box where you could put the.
A junction box where you could put it. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We could play password.
All that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
He didn't even say words. The fuck was that?
I said junction box.
yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
sure.
Yeah. That,
And she's doing this.
I know.
What else is this?
Right. Duh.
I don't
God.
know. If you're doing this to your face, I
Look,
don't know
I'm
what
all.
else it could be.
Duh, I don't stop it.
We just do this.
Just stop it. Anyway, so Jeff, the gentleman who had lived there before, who's the landlord, said, "Oh, I can put that up for you." Well, he did, and it's the light like I have out front now, right? That LED one that you put up front and
Oh
out
yeah.
back, and it's just hanging off.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So I figure there has to be a different way.
I'm thinking maybe we got to do a little Saturday afternoon. Well, wait. You have payroll.
Well, actually, this weekend, Saturday afternoon, I have Aladdin. Friday, I have Friday. Actually, I have payroll.
Then
so
it's the
that's
Super
good.
Bowl. It's just the weekend is fucked.
Kind of.
Where's
I mean,
Aladdin?
At
Gamage.
Gamage, yeah. I have
Oh.
it Sunday.
Yeah.
Literally is a whole new world.
Yeah.
I just was
I
being
know.
I was just being a
that's
dumbass.
what you're
Every-
referring to.
Yeah.
Moment red letter.
Um.
I hate them for that lyric. Deep in my heart.
Anyway, but if there is whatever time, whatever you have, I will.
Well, hell,
aside from
actually,
that,
if you just already have the lights,
yeah,
I can just be there.
For
And,
this junction box.
Mhm.
Just making shit up now.
just making it up.
actually, those of us in the industry call it a J box. So there's that.
Oh.
So if you've already got the lights acquired,
I'll
I
let
can
it
just
go.
swing by. If mom, I mean, where the fuck is she gonna be? There.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just stop by.
Oh, your mom. I'm like, your
No,
mom
no,
is
no,
my
mom.
listening. She can
Mine.
No, her
help you.
mom.
Mine.
Remember, 2 Dianes.
2 Dianes.
one
Wow.
elegant solution.
2 Dianes.
Awfully
2 Dianes.
They
Judgy.
both have
In a
junction
pear tree.
boxes, though.
So yeah, that would be. And if it is this weekend, I will be there until about 12:30.
Well, I won't be that early
And-
because I won't be done with the bar until like 1.
Okay.
So it'll be in the afternoon-ish.
Okay.
You can't. And Sunday we've already.
'Cause I'd be
I'm already
home by
occup-
4.
I'm already occupied by on Sunday.
Yep. I totally get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if she should be home, and if nothing else, if I find out she's not going to be, I'll leave you the key
All right.
if that's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Got it.
Um,
Lovely.
and I just need, even if it's, because I'm assuming I don't have to hook and hell, I probably do
What?
for this finagling. Of the.
Let's just talk about that after the show's
yeah.
over.
Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there.
Yeah,
'Cause,
we'll
you know,
finagle
I'm
that
gonna
later.
have to get her set up with that, so I don't have to listen to it. What you hear here on the show stays here on this show. Thank you.
Yeah. Not that it's broadcast 24/7 all over
A
the
tale
world.
of a second cable box. A love
Shit.
story.
Yeah.
So I don't have to hear it.
Semicolon. No. Colon. A love story.
Remember how Victor Borge used to do all the punctuation?
Oh, mercy.
How the semicolon.
One of those.
Mercy.
Colon.
Yeah.
Yes. So, delightful.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a question about this beer. What made you decide Al Perkins?
Oh,
Oh.
my God.
Why? Well, that's an oddity for you.
It just looked refreshing, and then I wasn't in the mood for a whole bottle of wine or more than one glass. And it's not a screw top; it's a cork. And I'm like,
No.
oh, if I open that, then I'm gonna drink it. And
You got somewhere you got to be.
no, it's a heavier Chardonnay,
Oh,
and I
my
was
God.
like, it's a little heavy
Yeah.
for such a nice day. So I thought an orange blossom beer sounds girly and light. You know what I mean?
There are also summer shandies in there.
That
But
sounds
I
like-
was thinking earlier as I was rearranging stuff in my
It's not
fridge.
that nice a day.
Do you have to save a summer shandy for summer?
Nope.
Does the I just don't know if the flavors
There are
went
no
better.
rules.
If they just went better with the temperatures or
Now,
the
I think you'd look like a fucking idiot if you're drinking one of those in Minnesota right now.
20. What was it? 18? Well, I looked a minute ago.
Oh, it was 40 below in
Yeah.
Minneapolis, the Minneapolis area. Yeah.
Let me. I think.
Oh, negative 22. I'm sorry for in Minneapolis, St.
Fuck
Paul.
that. Just fuck that.
Let me look up.
Yeah, just fuck that.
No, I can't. I don't know if you saw that post that I put up there about the last week when we were on the show and I had that tower in Minnesota. I sent you the.
Oh yes, that had frozen.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So on Facebook I had just liked that page.
Right.
Whatever.
So now you're just getting bombarded with shit.
well
Frozen
bombarded
shit?
kind of, but it was all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck that. I
Yeah.
saw something came up and I'm like, no.
No.
I refuse to understand how anyone who fucking lives there, if their brain has to be frozen. God bless you, Meow Cow.
I saw
God bless you, Meow Cow.
I
but your
saw a
brain's
meme
frozen.
of somebody who said
Isn't that
it was a-
sleet? What is sleet?
Oh, sleet?
Sleet.
It was like ice.
It's
That's
like
what I
it
mean, like
rain.
frozen
It's like
rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, frozen. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just slaps you in the face like
Yeah.
fucking
Like little pellets.
mother. Yeah, like Mother Nature with Tourette's.
Sleet's kind of why I don't believe in God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair point. I see that.
So there was a meme today. Somebody was saying that
At
they
least a
were.
benevolent God. You know what I mean? Who invented this shit?
Ow, ow. Go ahead.
It was something in reference to people in Minneapolis
Mm-hmm.
where they were just tired of this shit and they were going to move someplace warmer like Michigan.
Oh my God. I have to find
I
that.
thought it was funny.
If you find that, if you could send me that, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
they're so cold. They're going to move to someplace warmer
Yes.
like Michigan.
That is really funny.
I thought it was.
You're fucked.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
the other one.
That's the weather forecast. Just walk out and say that.
Well, right.
And
Well, don't walk out. Whatever you do.
And the other one,
No, I'd be like, I'll give that weatherman my whole 401k just to walk out there and be like, you're fucked,
Right.
and then just leave.
the other one showed a woman.
Just
The other one showed a woman carrying a case of beer.
Yeah.
And the captain said, "Sorry, boss, snow's too bad. I can't make it to work today." But yet
But I
she
can
made
get
it to the
beer,
store to
right.
get beer. Right.
Well, I was thinking about
we
that.
gotta
like,
put in
okay,
supplies. You don't want to starve to death in
See,
your
this
house.
is the reason when people come over to my house and they open the fridge and they're like, Jesus Christ, you got a lot of shit in here. I still have the Minnesota mind that says you always stay stocked up on cans of cereal, or cans of
Cans
cereal.
of
my God,
cereal?
cans of soup,
Uh-huh.
and some cereal. Have some different things, but always the booze. You fucking make sure that you have the booze because you got to stay warm.
Right.
And there is no like going out because that's what I was thinking. It's not because right now I'm thinking, well, hell, just order Amazon, right? Amazon will be there in 2 hours. No, they won't.
Here,
There has to be some sort of a kind of little asterisk by this.
Yeah,
whole
by the
thing that
rain or
says,
sleet or snow.
You're high.
Yeah.
No, not going
That's
to
how
happen.
that poem ends. How does that poem go?
which one?
Whether rain or
No.
sleet or dark of night, the mail's still coming.
Yeah.
Except today, bitch.
Except today, right? It's just not going to happen. Because for real,
Yeah.
Well,
And-
3 hours ago, mail delivery suspended Wednesday in Minnesota and western Wisconsin due to cold.
well, and the thing is, you're truly not talking. I have something about it, but you're not talking about. Think about the fact of minutes, like that. Typically, it can take several minutes for you to get frostbite in
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota. Now it's seconds.
Right.
Like this week or right
It's
now.
colder than Antarctica, they said,
Yeah.
and colder than Antarctica and Everest.
This is about right.
Like the
This
list
is
of places that were warmer than
This is
Chicago.
supposed to be the north. Like it's because of the North Pole. No climate change. Just as a
Yeah.
hashtag.
Sometimes the North Pole
Hashtag.
wants to move.
Sometimes, but yeah, this is because of something going on at the North Pole. Santa's fucking pissed, and Minnesotans haven't been nice. They're on the
Well,
naughty list.
I will
That's
say
what
that
I'm
it's the 42nd anniversary yesterday of the blizzard of 77.
Okay.
Which, because a couple years ago, when that polar vortex word kept coming up,
Mm.
I was like, bitch, you're making shit up.
Right. No.
So I Googled it, and there was a polar vortex in 76 and 77
Okay.
up east and it involved Lake Erie, and it's what caused the great blizzard in Pittsburgh, and then Buffalo and Niagara Falls and everything had a blizzard of 77, and it shut our shit down.
Yeah. It
So one
does-
of the fun things on Facebook is, like, every year people get put pictures from the newspaper and stuff like that of like how long we were just stranded in snow higher than the cars.
Right. Right.
And you just, like my dad pulling a sled
Mm-hmm.
to the only place that was open that had gotten some groceries, so bring like something back for everybody in the neighborhood.
That's right. That's right.
So this whole polar vortex thing is, now they like to say it more, but it really was like something that was in the
Totally.
vernacular, if you will.
Yeah, I think the.
What was this?
Hello, you're very, very the queen. He's the queen.
Wow.
40 minutes ago, I thought, this coffee I'm drinking isn't working.
No.
Maybe changing my
Maybe
mind.
Here,
it's turning around.
Taste this. I know that you don't like milk, like coffee with any kind of cream, but that is a coffee, a cold coffee.
I like these people. They're
Have you
really
ever had
fucking
that?
expensive, though.
So good. It's stupidly good. I love them as well, but that.
That's just chocolate milk.
Thank you.
Where are you gonna
Except
go
for
wrong?
Little coffee in it, which is nice. Anyway, so but that what is?
Oh, yeah, I'm not arguing with that, Joe. I'm just saying it was,
Oh yeah.
but the polar vortex has happened
Right.
before. Not every fucking year, but
No, and that was something that I do. I have that for a headline
well, there we go.
or a story or a something.
Are we ready to move on to the
But
airport?
yeah, so I'll just shut the fuck up now. Sorry
Oh, no.
about that. But you
I'm
already
s-
did what you've done.
Yeah. I'm
Good.
just
I'm
scrolling
glad.
through my Facebook feed to see if I can find that picture
Oh.
about people moving to a warmer
God,
Michigan.
that is
It was very
so
cute. And I
funny.
completely
That's
thought, I should have
adorable.
just saved it at the moment that I saw it.
Yeah, that is really fantastic because I have so many, and Aaron's family is in Michigan
Yeah.
and Chicago, and primarily. So it is, Joe. Yeah, it's a cold coffee This one is the cold brew coffee milk. Oh my God, Joe, run and get it. So good.
Because they do. I really love their milk because I like the
Yeah.
milk out of the glass, ice cold milk that's in a glass and out in the plastic just tastes different. But it's
Well,
like
they
it's like $5 a half gallon. Like
Well, that's
holy
because
shit.
you have to take it back. You have to take this back.
no, and then it's $7.99. You
No,
don't.
this was $1.99. It's on sale. It's $4.99 at Fry's right now. Just saying.
Yeah. But you got to bring that shit back to get that $2, and that $2 is
I
on
know.
top of the $5.99 for that half gallon of milk.
I know.
Not that.
You're right.
I don't know what the price of that is. I never played Price is Right with that.
You know, I mean, this is so different. This is so good.
The coffee has officially kicked in,
Yeah.
Al. Just so you know. Make sure you are well aware.
Oh, but anyway, and to digress, I would drink this if it was chai and Aunt. I'll tell you that right now. If they had this as a culture, yeah. Hey girl, hey girl, hey. That's all. That's all I got to say.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they have is it Danizen? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the milk they have an orange, so it tastes like a dreamsicle. The orange milk, so fucking good. Like I'd only drink one, but so good. They have regular milk, obviously, chocolate milk that's to die for, strawberry milk. I really like that a lot. And there's one other, root beer. Tastes like a root beer float, like a little melted root beer float.
Yeah.
Just
I haven't had a root beer float in forever.
yeah, just real good.
Just real good.
Real good.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, it's a good idea.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, you sent me something.
I did.
I just laughed that the Blizzard of 77 has a Facebook page for those of us
Oh,
that
let me
that
get-
Isn't
made
that
it through.
something that,
Let me get to
you
that
know?
picture right quick.
I like it.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, just 9 short years later, I got the fuck out of that part of the world. I was like, oh.
I moved down here.
Wow.
I moved down here in '91 for about 6 months, and then moved back home. Really ridiculous reasons, but whatever. And
It's a girl.
No,
Oh,
actually, it
okay.
wasn't. That's
Oh.
that.
I figured that was where that story was
No,
going.
that would be a really fucking dumb reason, but it was kind of a ridiculous reason. But I went home and I got there in September, like September 21st or 22nd of '91. And then October 31st of 1991 was the blizzard of 1991.
Oh, okay.
And down here, it was 120 degrees or something ridiculous. Like it was some fucking weird ass.
Yeah, that we had
Awful.
a really hot day.
Or maybe that was in the same year that had happened, but it was.
Oh, yeah,
everyone was by the pool.
91 is when we had the hottest day
Right,
on record.
in
yeah.
the summer, right?
Yeah,
And
100,
then-
it was 122 and then 100 and
right. So I was
124, but they pretend
here-
that didn't happen.
I was here for that, and then there for
for
the
a blizzard.
blizzard,
Oh, that's funny.
and it was
Fire your travel agent.
I know, but I had moved home, so then I moved back here in '93. But oh my god, too much. And plumbing, oh my god, if you
I was just going
don't-
to answer her. Oh, when your pipes freeze underneath your house,
You're done.
You are fucked
Yeah.
100 ways from Sunday.
Yeah.
You just move.
Yep. And it's not a matter of the plumbing not working during a blizzard. Like everything would flush fine. It's a matter that you have to make sure that the pipes that go into your house and
Yeah,
everything
the
else
supply
that
lines.
the supply lines.
Yeah.
Oh, now
That's
we're going to
what
say
you
things
have to
like
worry
junction
about.
box again.
They call them the S lines.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, one of the
and
cold.
that's right.
And it doesn't
people
have to be.
let water run a little bit, just trickle which would drive me fucking nuts.
Oh, me too. And you can't. It's not the blizzard that stops the water. It's the freeze. So it can be a bright, sunny, clear day, which is usually
Right.
way colder than a blizzard.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, bright, sunny, clear day is just a sign that you're fucked. It's negative 20
That's
outside.
when they walk outside again.
Yeah. That's when
No.
you open up the door and think, it's a beautiful. What happened?
me back
It
inside.
burned.
Now, this picture you sent me out, what is this from?
The blizzard of 77.
Oh.
So it was just the size of
How
the
many?
snow.
Jeezy.
We
How many
were
inches?
Buffalo was it was feet and feet and feet. Some
That's
snowy
a
night
school
in front
bus.
of the Some snowy night in
Yeah.
front of the fire, I'll tell you about how it all worked with the polar vortex and the snow gathering on Lake Erie. So some of it was a blizzard and some of it was the snow that was on the frozen lake.
Yeah.
So you got snow coming at you sideways and from the sky, and it created like 20-foot drifts. There
That's
was the
nuts.
people 2 doors down from us had to come out from their back window because
Sure.
you couldn't get in any door.
Couldn't get in and out.
So they had to we had to build a little ramp
Sure.
and they tobogganed out of the house.
We had to. There
Oh,
were
the
times where we would
toboggan.
open the door, and it would be like where you truly would see it, and
Right.
it would be like,
The wall. Oh,
A
it's a wall
wall?
of snow.
and you'd be able to
Or you'd
look
have to
out.
walk out the front door, somehow find a shovel, and
No.
then go around and dig out the back door so you could actually get out of the house.
I think
'Cause
that's
we
what
had
my
like a
dad
covered
loved.
porch
I think
that was elevated, so
Right.
it wouldn't drift up there. But sometimes you had to go out and get the drift. I mean, you
so-
could get fucked both ways. I'm
right,
not saying
right,
you could.
We had to have a.
Wow.
We lived
That's
in a
not what I thought that was
Rambler
gonna-
because of my dad being in the chair, so it had like the ramp going up to the front. And I think that because there was nothing if dad was there and mom couldn't help her, if mom was in Iowa seeing grandma, I remember distinctly she must have been out of town because dad was dad never there. And how's he gonna well, put a shovel on his put a shovel on his front, and like I could push
A
him,
little
and then he's
ingenuity would have
shoveling.
got you there.
I'm telling you. Well, it was for him. We opened up. That's how I remember this. The door, snow, going all the way up, and he took me and hurled me out so that I could get out because the shovel and everything else was outside, and you couldn't open the garage door.
You'd think there'd be a planning situation where you would put the shovels inside the house.
It happened like where the snow just kind of started.
Somewhere around
and-
November, you start to forget all the things
Yeah,
and make
uh-huh.
bad life choices.
Or couldn't you get to the garage from the inside of the house?
No, we could, but we had.
we couldn't.
More than likely, I fucked something up. But a lot of places you couldn't. Yeah, a lot of
Our garage
folks
wasn't
have.
attached.
Well, right.
Yeah, but ours was. It's
I
just
mean, you
that
could
it was
tunnel,
set-
but again, your shovel's outside.
the shovel was set outside. That we needed.
2 problems, no solution.
No
No
solution.
solution.
Still don't got a fucking shovel.
I got that
And we
case of
didn't
beer.
have. We should have, but we did not have a snowblower, which would have been a
Well, if you
fucking
did, you
delight.
couldn't have found it.
No, that would have been in the garage.
Oh.
But we couldn't have gotten out the door. Now that I think, oh well, it's very tragic. Thank God it was so many years ago. Anyway,
So
digress.
Jenny said about that picture, breaking news, 30 school children found dead in school.
Happens. Happens.
Oh God,
All right.
awful.
Are you
Anyway.
ready? Are we
I
ready?
like that we've spent all this time bitching about a 70-degree day.
I know, right?
But shit we
we
don't even
did.
live in.
We
Yeah.
don't even live there.
A little second ago, why we don't live where it snows.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm late.
Well,
Oh,
no,
that's
we knew.
okay.
We completely knew that.
You knew the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's spend 10 minutes listening to Doug bitch about the 70-degree
Yeah,
day.
right?
Since we've all done it for an hour.
He's never lived anywhere cold.
And the first thing I look at is they're like, the CNN story said parts of the north will be colder than parts of Antarctica. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
is there a part where we can't really make fun of those people anymore?
Sure. No.
Because that's really cold.
They
Yeah.
chose to live there.
They're still there. Their brains are frozen. That's what we were just talking about.
Her and I found out the door was open and we left.
Yeah.
So you don't
got to
lock
go.
that
I
at
saw
night?
it. Yeah.
Did you see the Onion article? The woman, I think she's Minnesota. And
That makes
and
sense.
It said, finally thinking about packing up and moving somewhere.
Oh.
south,
I
like
just was
Detroit-
saying that.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Detroit. Okay. That's what Clayton was just
Gonna
telling
move
me
somewhere
about
warmer
that.
like Michigan.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to find that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm sure somewhere I'll find this damn thing.
Well, I just wanted to throw out hello to Jenny and Anant and Amina and Joe, and I don't think if I am, I'm an asshole. My apologies. But Amina, I was just thinking about you yesterday and was going to send you a Facebook message to say we miss you, and then here you are.
Voila.
It's like we're connected telekinetically. Is that the right thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Involves the junction box.
J-Box. That's right, J-Box. Anyway,
J-Box,
so
yeah, J-Box.
fantastic. Fantastic to see you in with us. Thanks for joining us. And Summer and Danielle, I miss them. I miss them as well. The end.
Yeah, I think the time change had something to do with
Yeah.
that. They listen to us
And
on a delay.
school and everything else, but I just, yeah, definitely.
But we still do the show live.
Nope. But I was thinking about them as well, and so that's all. The end.
There's that. Then let's do this because we can, because you've got multiple stories from last week. You're
I
ready
have
to
a
go?
ton of stories
Well,
too.
that's when-
If we need,
We'll
if
just
we
tell
need
each other stories now.
We'll
Story
just tell
time.
stories.
Well, then let's see if we can pull
Let's
this
sit
off.
around a campfire.
Like I'm sure we can do it. We're good. We are quality people here at Q Talk America. That's it's been our motto for at least 15, 20 minutes. Well, Starbucks baristas hate Hamilton now.
Shit, white people say.
Oh, fuck.
That's one of
Stay
the
away
things.
from the semen.
Seeing your parents is the bomb.
The queen thinks you're a twat.
Turns out that's not the snowman.
And Disney edits the dumpster fire script suggestions, which I thought was fantastic. These and other stories. And Doug Wilkie's going to join us momentarily. Anywho, we'll be right back with hour 2 right after this. Stick with us. 2 minutes.
As much as I would love to contribute to the population growth of this town by way of teen pregnancies, I must decline.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Educates, syncopates, radio communicates, radio, the sound of year-round pleasure.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Holy crap, look at this. It's hour 2 on a Tuesday night. We are a full cast of idiots now. Doug Wilkie has joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him.
Morgan. Thank you.
No snow, nor heat, or rain,
Or a job.
or any of those things will
None of it.
keep Doug from showing up.
Even work.
All right, now I feel like it's a service to the post office. I'm going to have to Google what the fuck that poem is.
Get that thing. Give us your tired, your weary. What is it?
Your tempest tossed.
I like that
All that.
the
Ellis
post
Island.
office. The post office one is also the one on the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's great.
Through sleet and snow.
Our first hour, of course, was catching up on what all we've been doing. Then we sat here and bitched sitting in 60-degree weather
Yes.
about how cold it is everywhere
Oh
else.
my God.
But now we're going to tell you some stories because we looked them up in headlines. Well, you have to look pretty hard these days to find someone who doesn't like the musical Hamilton, the Broadway smash that revolutionized musical theater and made Lin-Manuel Miranda an international superstar. Well, that is probably why For the week of January 11th, Starbucks celebrated Alexander Hamilton's birthday with a new playlist in all of their stores called Hamilton Takeover, which, as the name suggests, filled the chain's nearly 8,000 plus cafes with the sounds of not only the original Broadway cast recording, but also the mixtape of one-off Hamilton-related Hamil drops, as they're called. Customers might not have noticed, but the workers were forced to endure
You're only there to get a goddamn coffee.
the same founding father-related raps and mixes on an endless repeat. Hamilton soon became a problem. This version of the playlist clocked in at about 2 hours and 16 minutes, and it contains multiple versions of the same songs. For example, 2 versions of It's Quiet Uptown and a double dose of History Has Its Eyes on You, and a whopping 4 different recordings of Dear Theodosia, including one from Chance the Rapper, which only compounds the problem, repetition that is causing Starbucks baristas to go not so quietly insane. On January 17th, a Starbucks barista named Emily complained on Reddit that, quote, "If I have to hear Hamilton one more time, I'm getting louder and ripping the speakers out of the ceiling of the store." She added, "I was a fan of Hamilton's music, but if I hear a toast to the groom, I'm going to go batshit crazy."
To the groom. To the
Another-
groom.
Another Starbucks
Right.
worker writes in that Reddit thread, "I love Hamilton, but I don't want to listen to 10 different remixes of Satisfied on repeat for 8 hours ever again."
Yeah.
One disgruntled worker asks only, quote, "Why is this happening to me and what did I do to piss off corporate?" Starbucks is hardly alone in forcing its workers to listen to the same songs over and over and over. Several people can recall a summer job from their childhood that subjected them to an endless loop of maybe the soundtrack to Forrest Gump. And chances are good that anyone who works in a bar, restaurant, or retail environment has been forced to endure
Summer
something
lovin'.
surreal,
Oh.
something similar.
Especially
Yes.
before the fancy electronic,
Sure.
Well, those corporations, they pick
stations.
their
We used to have old
sterilized.
tapes,
Oh yeah, well they have
and you
like
knew
a
what the next song was, and
Oh,
you wanted
yeah.
to like
oh
kill
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Well, they pick a sterilized song list in back in the day where they
Right.
can only play certain types of songs. Lyrics can't be in it. Lyrics
Right.
can be in it. It could be the instrumental version of a song, which you can't play the real song because it says, "Daddy, I'm keeping my baby" or whatever the fuck.
Oh God, right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Killing my baby. That's what I was just saying.
It
For
was a
him.
Madonna reference for those of you people out there.
Thank you.
Anyhow, if you're not up to going, Doug,
No,
we
but
can- we
get to
can-
the end of that story because
that's all I saved of it. What else did you want to talk about?
because there's some song that they talk about from 2006 and I never heard of that they said has been on Starbucks loops for over.
Oh.
I guess it's from like 2006, and I guess it's got some whistling in it for like 3
Oh,
minutes.
right. It does. They did say something
And
about that, but I just
everybody hates
skipped
it. So at the end of the article, they're like, "But it's better than that other song you all used to play." And I gotta find that article because I want to know what the other song was. I didn't have
couldn't
time
tell
to
ya.
Google it.
I don't spend any time in a Starbucks, so I don't hear any of their stuff.
That's fantastic.
If you're not ready to go, Doug, we can move to Marnie.
You're gonna have to
go,
go on,
Martin.
sorry.
Take it away.
So there are a few things that us white folk tend to say every now and again.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
Well,
Is this the white noise portion of our program?
no, it could be.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
So these are just things that all white people love to say. So let's see if the consensus will be real around this table.
Well, we are all
Well, we
white
all have
folk.
the white folk.
We do have that.
Okay.
Okay.
So Twitter's latest meme trend is as accurate as it is funny. Loads of Twitter users answered the question, "What do white people love to say?" The amount of isms collected is crazy, and each person's answer is sure to make you laugh, from old jokes to catchphrases and offhand remarks. Our list covers a bit of everything. So if you can think of a popular saying or two, read on to see if the internet agrees with you. You might even say a few of these things without realizing it. So
You might even
check
say
out
it
this
glows.
list
That's where I thought you were going with
of
that.
things that white people say. If
Shit
you are
white people say.
definitely guilty
Okay.
of these things.
All right, hit me,
All
hit
right.
me, hit me.
So white people love saying, "Must be free," when the price tag is missing.
Oh my God. I think you should just in there. That's the best.
I really think that's funny. Get all the free stuff. On the subject of living dangerously, white people love saying, "Ooh, these are dangerous," after trying a new snack.
Yeah.
No,
Totally.
I like the first
Yeah.
these are dangerous.
These are dangerous.
God,
Oh,
these
segmenting.
wheat thins are dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna get excited about wheat thins.
No, no.
But I mean, what?
I'm
But-
talking like Girl Scout cookies, like having
Right,
your first
these
taste
are
of a Thin Mint.
dangerous.
You in danger, girl.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
where the fuck are them Thin
Yeah,
Mints right
right.
now? I need some.
I
Thin
was
Oh,
looking.
I've got trucks backing up
Good,
to my
okay,
house.
good.
Nice.
I know I should have brought some over.
All right, anyway, go ahead.
So there's a kind of a lack of trust, right? White people love saying, "Well, I'll be sure to stay off the road" when someone gets their driver's license.
Oh,
Doesn't everybody say that?
Yeah, I was
mean,
gonna say.
I haven't had to
Especially
do that.
white people.
Well, I haven't had to do that because I don't know anybody with kids that's ever got their
Sure.
license where I have
Yeah,
to act
but
like I give
there
a
were
shit.
a lot. I'm gonna let that go.
Here's an Arizona. Is it on
Yeah.
there? An Arizona one? Is it hot enough for you?
Yeah,
Oh.
right. Well, you don't have to shovel sunshine.
Dear Minneapolis, St. Paul.
I can't remember what the statute of limitations is, but the last person that said that to me, I think I killed them.
Yeah, right.
With a snow shovel.
So, yeah, right. How do you make plans? White people love saying, "Let's play it by ear."
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I say that. So white people love saying, "There's my cardio for the day," after walking up a flight of stairs.
How are these only white people things?
Mainly white people are
I think
saying
they
this
are
kind of
pretty
shit.
mainly white.
Yeah, it's pretty Anglo.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin walked up about 3 steps at one point and goes,
And she-
what the hell is going on? That's my
After she ate
cardio.
2 chili dogs.
and a partridge in a
See,
pear
she
tree.
had a different expression.
See,
Right,
that's
but
it.
it's that's
You just proved her point.
Well, and
she said
and-
that's my cardio for the day, and then she's
And well, actually, this wicked or Amina saying raised with the British English, that's in the Northeast primarily. So
Oh, it's
people
Boston.
Boston,
Oh, yeah.
everything
That's
is wicked.
so wicked.
Wicked good.
So when Doritos
hot.
pack a punch, white people love saying it's got a little kick to it.
It sounds really awful when you
It
say
does.
it.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds
but
really
it's
white.
True.
Did I say that?
It's got a little kick to it. That does have a little kick to it. That-
Spicy.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, it's so
In Minnesota,
spicy.
Oh,
they're
those
eating
are-
ketchup going.
those are
"What?
dangerous."
That's-
And then you do that little thing.
yeah, you have to. I like it. Ooh.
Spicy.
Oh my god.
White people love
enough for-
saying, "Get these away from me." After eating a few
Because they're
chips.
dangerous.
Or
And they're
spicy.
spicy.
They're wicked
They're
dangerous.
wicked.
Oh, now if you put it all in one
I
big
know.
Yeah.
Put it together.
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yep.
That's what white people say too. That's like number
White
5.
people love saying, "What's the damage?" and then chuckling when they have to pay for something.
I would just be like, well, I guess it's free.
All that food was dangerous.
My neighbor, the other day, I came home at the very same time. Actually, my landlord.
Did you play it by ear?
And he's old and white. We took the bull by the horns.
All right.
Jeez.
I love it. It's not a euphemism, right?
And so our male guy comes up and I have the apartment style. My old white landlord is there. I think this counts, Marty.
Okay.
And he puts it in, he puts the mail. You can't walk up and touch him till he's done the thing because with the
Oh,
apartment kind, you
God.
know,
Okay,
go.
good.
I learned one time. He's
Yeah.
like, don't do that. But anyway, so I waited, and this to me seemed so perfect for this.
Sure.
My landlord goes, "Oh, thank you, Joe," or whatever his name is, and he was like, he's like, "But we don't want any of the bills."
Totally. But hold the bill.
Hold the bills. Oh, I was like, oh
I would
my
have
God.
shot your
I did-
landlord.
I know.
Or like going through it.
I looked at the mail guy
Yeah.
because I know him. Like I looked
Yeah.
at him like,
Yeah,
like
right,
I'm
yeah.
cool. He's
It's
not
like
Yeah,
every
he's
time
so
someone
not.
comes in and says working hard or hardly working.
Oh
I'm like,
my God! Oh, or the coffee mug that you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
yeah. That's the kind of shit that I'm like, I'm gonna need a restraining order for the
You're
rest
also
of the
going to be
day.
dead to work here.
Yeah,
God, I'm going to totally keep using all of these. I love it.
like the hang
White
in there
people love
kidding.
saying, and I always will say this, I'm going to butcher this when they have a foreign name.
Oh, or it's European.
It's European.
Yeah, see,
now
that's
it's
just,
European.
that's just That's just complimentary. You're making it fancy. It's European.
It's European.
It's European. Absolutely.
I just say people now. I'm like, if I try, it's just going to turn into a hate crime if I try to say that out loud. Right?
White Anon said
Right.
white people spicy.
Yeah, right? White people love saying, I'm still nibbling on it when the waitress tries to take their plate.
I usually say I'm working on it.
I'm still working on
Working
it. Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. I go like this with the fork.
Yeah. That's like me with that cream sauce at Durant's. Back off,
I will
lady.
catch you, bitch.
From one
Yeah.
white girl to another. Let's just
Yeah.
talk. You're
Yeah.
not touching
you're
We're
that.
not
Right
playing
on
this
track
by
with that
ear,
one.
you fucking twat.
You go away,
Back
nobody
off.
You
gets
gave
on.
me a steak knife, and I am not afraid to
No,
use it.
no jury would ever convict you, Al.
No,
Just
should
give
know
them
better.
each a
Yeah,
sample
they
of the
each have a
cream
sample.
sauce.
Trial's over.
Oh yeah.
Well, no jury that's ever eaten at Durant's.
That's why you got to bring the cream sauce with you.
Yeah. Well, and so
Exhibit 1, just pass it around. Here's the bread.
Why are we here? Because of this, Your Honor.
Yeah,
this,
Yeah.
this goes right to the Durant's, what would we call it?
Experience.
Defense.
Oh, okay.
The
Durant's defense.
Oh.
She touched my cream sauce,
What,
Your Honor.
hey, well,
Well,
we're not going to play that by ear. White people love saying, I didn't like it at all after handing their empty plate to the waiter.
Oh.
I can't.
This is getting wider and wider.
So,
White people love saying, it's a box halfway through opening up presents.
Oh my god.
I was dying when I read this. So dumb. How to greet your friends.
the worst part is I've heard all of these
White
things out
people
loud.
love to have parties and always let everyone know their best friend arrived by saying, oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Oh yeah.
I'm not the one that says that, but I've heard that.
Yeah.
He doesn't like cats.
That's true. Some
Somebody kill that
self-made
cat
sound
when they dragged
effects. White people love saying knock knock out loud instead of knocking.
Good God.
I think this is
That
just
happens.
better and better.
Knock knock.
sounds horrible white women make.
I have one. I just thought of one.
Go ahead.
We'll just take a look. See.
Oh yeah.
Here's a little look-see. Just a look-see. White people love saying, you're going to have to roll me out of here after they eat too much. Oh, white people love saying, let's get the show on the road when they have to wait for more than 5 minutes for anything. I hear that a lot because
Yeah,
know.
you've been. Yeah, I'm saying
I'm
it's
always the
not
5
you
minutes late.
telling
I
people
don't
to hurry
say
up.
that.
Is there a picture of the group that put this list together? 'Cause
it's
I
all
would-
people on Twitter. Just
Oh.
people like sending that out. White people love to use the restroom before leaving a restaurant and come out shaking their hands dry, saying "ready to rock and roll."
I have
Oh,
never.
that
I have
okay.
never
I'm not-
heard
that-
that.
yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm gonna, but that just makes me laugh having to read these. Is actually what's cracking me up right now. A popular alternative to "you're welcome." White people love saying, "That's why they pay me the big bucks." Whenever someone thanks them for helping.
That's horrible.
So
That's
true.
why you make the big bucks.
That's
It
right.
works either way.
Mm-hmm. White people love seeing white people memes and sending them to their other white friends, saying "guilty."
Oh my god.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Guilty.
That's the best one, I think. Guilty. Oh,
Oh my god.
I mean, how white can I mean? That's as bad. Oh, that's just awful. White people love saying "you're
I just
paying
got an
for
email.
mine too" when they see anyone they know at a restaurant.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Just got an email from the NAACP.
See,
Guilty.
A popular
This is-
term
This
to
is why
convey
we can't call the show white noise. She drove right into the lane.
Yeah, big time. Knock, knock, I said.
Jesus Christ.
Merging.
White, a popular phrase that this cracked me up. Popular term to convey emphasis. Saying literally all the time.
No, that is the word. I had a former colleague at Sage,
Literally the worst.
and she would say it was literally. I'm like, but everything you're
knock,
saying,
knock.
it is.
Totes
You don't
lit.
need to say literally because it is a real thing that's happening.
Yeah.
I wanted to smack her in the face.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was
That was
last
a cat-
year's New Year's vacation where I had to be. No, not literally. No.
That's what Katie used to. Katie would do.
Katie Jones.
She was on Totes Lit.
Yeah, totes lit.
Totes McGoats,
Oh,
but
so- yeah.
she did Totes Lit
Yeah,
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
White
Oh,
people-
that doesn't bother me as much as it literally. It
No,
was
it's the worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
That's as they say, worse than genocide.
when
Oh
white people love
my
saying
God.
That's courtesy of the show,
yeah,
girls. I'm
White
careful
people-
who I say that around. But.
they love saying when an absolute fantastic song comes on.
Oh.
And then we gotta go dance.
But wouldn't that go piggyback with "That's my jam"?
Right, again, this
It
is how
could,
white
but
people
this is
say
white
that's my
people.
jam.
No, I understand, but no, I feel like white people say "That's my jam,"
No,
trying to
but
be a
white.
little.
Oh, totally.
trying to
But they
fit
also
in.
were like things on their head that we
Hats?
try to do. No,
I know. It's
A
just going.
shawl,
Don't
turban.
No.
don't push it.
no, like that. People like
Push it.
stop. Knock knock.
Why do they have a list? Why do they have? Why did Bane from Batman just sing "Push"?
Why can't they pull it?
We're almost done.
That's
that
what
a
white
bad
people.
thing?
That's what white
Yeah.
people say
Yeah.
to you.
White people love walking into a bedroom and saying this. So this is where the magic happens.
Oh my God, that is so white. So when I worked at, okay, I got to tell white. When I worked at Z Tejas, and he was a really very hot guy, white, but just total, you're just bro dude, dumb white bartender, hotter than hell. So we
Bro
get drunk
dude.
after
Hotter than hell.
We get hotter than hell, and we got,
Knock,
but this
knock.
ruined it. Even I was like, I don't think I'd fuck him now, but because we got drunk,
Literally?
literally. We got drunk after work and then doing one of those drinking after the shift drink, and then everyone should go home after the 2 drinks you had, and then we're like, let's go to my house. So we're like,
Yeah,
let's go drink
yeah,
more. So we go over there, and so I was at his apartment, and we got in, and I went to go find where the bathroom. I'm like, where? And he's like, oh, down here. And he's like, well, it's gonna be. I'll show you. And we were walking by, and then in his room, he was like, 'cause I said, well, who? He's like, that's my roommate. That's my room. And he goes, that's where the magic
Oh,
happens.
see, I'm telling
was
you, it's
like,
awful.
Oh no.
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 Not gonna have any magic in there.
No,
now the
no,
couch,
no.
on the other,
That's where a
hand.
lot of drunk anonymous sex happens.
Right.
But I don't think any magic is happening there.
Didn't know you were David Copperfield.
Yeah.
White people love saying, "Oh, there's a wall right there," right after they run into a wall. I, on the other hand, just say, "Have that removed immediately." White people love to
I always
say,
ask. So that was there a minute ago too. About the wall,
"Oh, I see."
because I just assume it wasn't that they just built that wall right in my way.
Nice. Assholes.
The gnomes.
When white people love saying "bless you" in different languages, like Gesundheit.
Yeah.
They love saying, "Why don't you stay a while?" when you sit down and haven't taken your shoes off yet.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
I don't. 'Cause I don't want them to stay.
Exactly. How to tell when the food is good. White people love saying, "No one's talking, so the food must be good."
You
Come
make
on.
it sound so icky.
I know,
that is
because
how it makes it
These
better.
are all things that your aunt has said.
they are. And that's exactly what I'm reading, I think. White people love saying, "Can't go anywhere without these," when coming back inside to get their keys that they forgot.
Oh.
God.
Or looking in my car and
Yeah.
saying that.
Amita says, "Is that wall thing a white people thing or a drunk person thing?"
Both.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Drunk
Al.
white.
Yeah.
Um,
Just because I never look where I'm going.
White people just love to say, "See you next year," on December 31st.
That one might be universal.
It
though. I
might
feel like
be.
that joke.
But the last thing is, we love to say, "Good, we needed it so badly," whenever it rains. I know because I literally just said it to myself. I can't wait. Every night, knock, knock.
I just want you to know that what I say is, I guess we need this fucking rain.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
That's my version of that, 'cause I hate rain.
God's crying.
Oh, shut up.
Because you said literally.
Well, we'll play it by ear. Maybe that's why.
I sent you a link because
Oh, fuck. Isn't that
Could be a good
ridiculous?
That really is.
Because of what?
there could be a good picture in my.
Oh, okay.
thing
Now
that I'm
my
gonna
favorite
say.
thing is
All right.
that next time you hear
If you
that,
think it is.
Let me- I'll
someone
get
saying
right to
it,
it.
we can chortle about that.
So someone tried to kill this white gentleman. A vandal got a rude awakening when he tried to run over a 9-foot snowman that was built on a tree stump.
Oh,
Kentucky homeowner Cody Lutz calls it instant karma. What goes around comes around in good ways and bad ways. So I guess everyone learns a valuable lesson here from Frosty. The towering triple stack of snowballs in northern Kentucky has a lot of character. Much like the people who built it, the snowman was packed with purpose. Lutz says he loves the snow so much that he took snowman building to the extreme, using a massive tree stump as the base for their top creation. Went to work on Monday night. What? Oh, I hate when people use irony wrong. I can't even read that sentence.
It's the same family as literally used
Yeah.
irony wrong. I literally used irony
But I
wrong.
feel like
right? That just, I had to like stop and think for a second on that
literally
one.
no one knows how to use irony. So someone saw the Lutz family
Pat
creation
Carlson
and tried
is
to
here, though.
fracture Frosty with the front end of their truck, and somebody likes alliteration. But they quickly realized their mistake
Frosty.
when the plowed away snow showed Frosty's roots. There's a lesson here. So all you
Get
see
your hair
is a
done.
crashed car in the base of a giant snowman.
It's lovely.
But my thought, as someone who's made snowballs and snowmen,
Yeah, you would know.
yeah, is that those fuckers get, as like the sun comes up, they harden
Yeah,
and
they do.
crystallize. Like something that was 9 feet tall, that base was like a snow mountain. It wasn't just gonna like poof blow away like a tumbleweed. That motherfucker was gonna kill you either way.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
That
That's true.
car, I mean, the tree stump
Right.
added to it wasn't good. But you know, you make the snow. Like, do you ever have a snowball fight and you kind of make them a little in advance?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
And
weather
then they
takes a little
fucking
turn.
hurt you?
Yeah, and then they turn into ice bombs.
That could kill you.
And
Yeah,
it's
they really
the
can.
meanest thing in the world.
Yeah, and all
I
of a
did
sudden
it
you get-
every time.
Oh.
Yeah, I did that every
And
time.
it was always
How does that happen that they go
because
from
the
snow
snow
to ice?
starts to like the sun comes out, so
Oh.
the snow melts a tiny bit, but really it's still cold, so it melts and it freezes and it just it
hard
goes
shell.
down.
And-
now it's a
and/or.
weapon.
Yeah.
Well, and if it doesn't,
And
it-
dry snow
if
won't
you-
make a snowball. If it's
It
dry
has to be
snow,
the water.
it's got to have a little bit of wetness to it.
Yep.
So,
But
it's,
that's where you take out the little thing of water. I mean, just saying. That's how the kid got his
But
eye
I
out.
have
you
seen
know.
somebody with like a cut across
Oh,
their head
sure.
from getting hit by what was a gentle snowball 5 minutes ago.
So
Then
this
you
is
turn
the
into a
so
razor
This is
blade.
the snowman.
Oh my
Now,
God.
so
my
you can see the tracks leading up to the snowman. Now, what I like the best about this is if you look at the base of the snowman
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
you can see the grill of the truck.
Yeah.
that
Oh
hit
my
the,
Oh my
hit the
God.
stump. Like they plowed right into the motherfucker.
I like that it's still a really good snowman, though.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, quality work.
Quality
very
work.
good.
Quality work. I mean, not as much as this bullshit here. This was a lot. I mean, they,
Yeah.
Oh
they
no!
built a whole
Well,
thing.
I mean,
of,
it depends on what you mean by windshield. Knock, knock.
what?
Just turning it into a hardened.
No, I'm still working on it. I don't know what else to say. I just keep,
Nah, well,
just keep using a
you're
phrase.
in good company.
God.
Just a,
Go ahead.
it's the medication.
Can I eat
It's
one
the
of these?
medication. I can't
I'm
help
starving. I'm gonna eat
Oh,
all
yeah,
this
go ahead.
on the
Well, we all
entire
know how
table.
much joy we all have had over the years of, with your family visiting. Well, an EasyJet flight taking off in France had to be diverted last week because of a fake bomb threat. On January 18th, a flight from, is it Lyon to Rennes? I think that it's European, so I don't know.
Say Leon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lyon.
was in
yeah.
the air when authorities received an anonymous call that suggested a bomb was on the plane. So the pilots returned to the point of origin. No bomb was found. Now, authorities investigating the call said the person behind the threat was a 23-year-old college student in Rennes.
How is it spelled?
R-E-N-N-E-S.
I don't know. Yeah, right.
Rennes. He allegedly didn't want his parents, who were on the flight, to come visit.
Oh my God.
Police took the
Oh,
unidentified
no.
suspect into custody and have charged him with false news, compromising the safety of an aircraft. This according to the Independent newspaper. His next court date is May 21st. Now, if convicted, the alleged hoaxer could face up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $85,000.
It feels like it should be more.
All because he didn't want his parents to
Oh my
come visit.
God. That's like when kids call in bombs, they don't want to take the tests, or
Right.
call it,
Yeah.
like, and the
Yeah.
whole entire
Forgetting-
school, yeah.
right?
Forgetting that,
Because you didn't study.
Yeah,
I-
right.
and also forgetting that, we can reschedule that test.
Sure. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
can ask
And
for an
then,
extra day.
So you get an extra day to study. I feel like in the 80s, that's all we had during finals weeks was bomb threats, and you're always like,
Really?
oh, we're coming back tomorrow. I feel like there was a year where it was like the craze, like, oh, let's call
No,
it a bomb threat.
I agree.
And I was like,
Oh,
oh
I
my
don't
God, can
remember
we just
that.
get this fucking over with?
I'd rather die in the bomb. Or just take the
Taking
test.
this fucking test.
Test. I agree. Just take the test.
Because I'm not going to study anymore.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I know as much as I'm going to know.
Yep.
Oh no.
Well,
It's your turn,
Oh,
Mr. Wilk,
okay.
if you're ready.
So, this is just a social commentary, I guess. So, but I think it's interesting because I don't quite understand it. So, kinky or innocent, the male harness has a weird identity crisis. Award season may have embraced harness mania, but we've yet to see the R-rated accessory truly infiltrate menswear. I have a picture. Maybe Clayton will find it.
Because
Of Timothée Chalamet.
Because I have to send it to myself
we're good.
through another app.
The male harness time. Remember Adam Rippon wore it, and he's
totally.
coming up. The male harness time has had surely come, or so many fashion blogs predicted after Timothée Chalamet arrived at the Golden Globes red carpet wearing a black sequined harness by Virgil Abloh, artistic director of Louis Vuitton's menswear collection. I think it looks kind of stupid. Naomi Pike of Vogue UK, but he looks great, called the actor's sartorial chutzpah the most Instagrammed viral look of the night. Page 6 described that Chalamet and his mother, Nicole Flender, who also sported a custom Vuitton, easily secured spots at the top of the best dressed lists. Representatives for Vuitton were quick to correct harness-happy writers, clarifying that Chalamet's bedazzled accessory was in fact an embroidered bib. Okay.
Okay.
Chalamet himself would later swear to Ellen DeGeneres, "I thought it was a bib. They told me it was a bib." Yeah. Because he went to gay theater school. Okay. 3 weeks later at the SAG Awards, staff at Vuitton PR no doubt dealt with the headaches once again. Michael B. Jordan rolled up to the ceremony wearing a
Yes.
watercolor printed Vuitton bib
Yeah.
that was quietly dubbed a harness and a
I
masterpiece.
agree. I mean, I thought it was awful.
Yeah.
Here, it's interesting. Here comes the BDSM whatever fetish community. Despite the tinge of S&M and maybe the leather daddy vibe that the accessory carries with it, the harness
Not
is
flowered.
becoming kind of a thing for black tie affairs. Jonathan Evans, Esquire senior style editor, wrote. This gets kind of long. Sorry. The sticklers among us might shrug our shoulders and say three makes a trend. In that case, please direct your attention to black leather Moschino harness, not bib, which I kind of like. Olympic figure skater Adam Rippon wore underneath his tux jacket at the 2018 Oscars. Bibs be damned, Rippon's brilliantly fierce accessory, which I'm not a fan of either one, but his was better, paid tribute to the harnesses and as S&M devotees know and wear them. It was the latest in a long line of acts of appropriation by the world of fashion from the world of kink, as worn by the likes of Madonna, Kim Kardashian, Lady Gaga. In search of shock, fashion is a frequent visitor to the land of subdom. Maya Salam of New York Times called Rippon's S&M prom look pure unapologetic edge, but 1 year later, as harnesses abound, it looks downright trendy. The R-rated accoutrement has managed to do the impossible, make the internet go gaga over menswear on the red carpet, which is typically a snoozy sea of black tuxedos. That alone is no small feat, but can the harness transcend its horse people restricting reputation and emerge a bona fide
Horse people?
I don't know what that it means. Harnesses and horses? I don't know. And become a capital T trend? So far, so maybe. British e-tailer ASOS currently sells a handful of male harnesses. Each one rings in under $50, and most are branded for parties or festivals. While none of the current offerings are as glorious as Jordan's multicolored overlay or Chalamet's glittering bib, one $45 standout resembles a chainmail sweater vest. But away from the virtual high street, harness mania seems stalled. Alexander McQueen sells a $2,500 number for women, but there are none for deep-pocketed wannabe male doms for sale at East Dane.
So this is, and I think this just looks ridiculous. So that's
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought that looked so dumb.
And
Yeah, and
fucking
it's like, why is
stupid.
it's like, and it's asymmetrical under his arms, which kept bothering
it
me.
Right.
Yeah, it
Well,
does-
I
it just-
agree.
It
Right.
looks like his bra strap's undone.
Or to me, it looks like his daughter made it, and he just had to wear it because
Yeah.
she made it. This is Adam Rippon, and
That looks
No,
more
that's,
like a
that's
real
a
harness.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to have a kilt on underneath it.
then this
He
is
did
the one
have a
that you
kilt
just
on, I
sent me.
believe.
So I mean, I think
Did you see the
that's fucking hot.
Timothy Chalamet? That's pretty hot.
Yeah,
The
who's
Timothy
that?
I mean, that's what they're
Chalamet.
going for. I was just trying to find one from a fashion spread.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, no, that's
like how
hot.
you get from that piece of business to
I didn't see Timothy Chalamet.
Who? Which one's he?
in the black.
Huh?
Here, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. It should have
Yeah.
been at the top of what I sent you.
I didn't see that one, but I did see Michael
So
B.
the
Jordan. 'cause I
BDS
thought that was
community-
Oh, there he is. I see him. I'll find it.
Oh, his is awful too. Oh, I have a comparison if you want to compare contrast. Can I send that to you?
I just want to read this quote though from the this BDSM woman who I love her comment.
I just sent you a compare contrast.
She said, I noticed that companies such as Bijou Indiscreets are making mass market pieces that clearly walk the fine line between fashion and BDSM. I'm seeing things that are made to be sexy and provide some level of restraint, but not in a hardcore or serious leather way. Sparkles, vinyl, fur, but not sex dungeon.
Yeah.
Right.
I love her. She's
Yeah.
like the BDSM queen.
I like that.
And
She's
then,
like,
if you
nice
wanna-
try.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
wear a harness, it better be a leather harness, otherwise
Yeah,
it's just lame.
exactly.
Agreed. So did
So
you get that
I think
picture
it's
I
kind
sent?
of. I just.
Sorry.
We don't have to
The
talk about this
problem
forever.
is
I just think it's kind of
That
stupid.
picture is only a web page. I can't save it as a picture. That's what I keep having a problem with.
Oh, the one I just sent you?
Yeah, it's the same one he sent me.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to find that picture standalone is what I'm trying to find.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I've just got to
But
find
there
it.
is a woman who's the owner of a bondage sex
Whores of Yore.
Oh, here it is. Here's
that-
one. Here's one.
bondage sex shop. She said, "I think it's validating to see celebrities in harnesses." The manager of Purple Passion, a bondage sex shop in New York. Fashion trickles up and it trickles down. It starts from the underground, then it gets picked up, gets more popular, and falls away. The Wolf mentioned.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening.
The Wolf mentioned
Like the-
Rapon's Oscar outfit.
Oh, there's a good compare. Yeah, his is.
It
I
just looks stupid.
Okay,
It's
so
stupid.
Timothy Chalamet's is better only because it's hardly visible.
but it looks like a bra that's
Yeah, it does.
yeah. It looks like he's trying to
But
wear.
something's on backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not-
like,
and it's not flattering to the
someone's
figure.
No,
sports
it's
bra.
stupid. So
And I-
here's what the BDSM shop owner lady said. Though Wolf mentioned Rapon's Oscar outfit as a harness high point, she admitted that most of her customers are not buying the accessory to wear under a suit jacket. They're wearing it with skin to the bar on Saturday night or to dance parties.
As God intended.
Exactly.
Right.
And if red carpets are to be believed, the harness will soon be seen at many more parties. As for the bib, save it for babies as protective wear for lobster eating.
Yeah, I mean, because aside from keeping your nipples safe, what's protected by that bib? Or am I using bib wrong?
That's not.
Or you're using
covering
nipples wrong.
anybody's nipples.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I use my
Right.
nipples. Yeah. Can you milk me?
Oh my God, a knob.
Terrible.
Has to be leather. Gosh.
Gosh,
people.
people.
Yeah. But I don't know. All right,
do
so
you-
then we'll move
Go
on.
Please.
Just one more thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clayton. Clayton's
no.
getting frustrated.
No, I'm not frustrated. I couldn't understand what somebody sent me something else, and I'm like, why did I just get that?
So the harness, like Ripon, like the real way, whatever. And then this looks really stupid. But I actually wasn't the biggest fan of like the harness just coming in at all with Ripon
Right,
or anyone else.
right.
Like, why is that a
Oh,
thing we
I
need to be
agree.
wearing with a tuxedo?
Right,
Like,
I agree, but I thought he looked.
no,
I
he
would-
did. But like,
and
is
I
that
thought he
really what
looked
we?
good, right.
That's where we're going.
But I
Like-
mean,
Instead of seeing
but
that
I mean,
and
if you got to
going
wear
like-
black, because black tie is so boring for men.
Right.
Like, I mean, a way
Oh.
to make it
so
interesting.
you're
I
saying
guess-
that's jazzing it up?
Yeah, it's doing some. It's at
It's
least
doing something a little
interesting, and it was
different.
something that was, if it's
Sure.
flattering, looks great. As like you said, it looks great on someone's good pecs. Like
Mhm.
his, like,
It does. Okay.
Like
Yeah,
that. I mean, the
and
one from
Ant's
that
gonna wear
fashion
one to
shoot.
Pride.
If that was our first introduction, the
sent
one of
that.
the black
Yeah.
and
You'd be
white
more on
picture,
board.
yeah, I'd be
Is
more
that
on board. But
possible to
looking
put
at
up? I'm gonna do that.
and Michael B.
Sure.
Jordan is so beautiful
Oh,
that
right.
all night
Oh,
long
okay,
we're
there's a
like,
story
what
that goes
the
with it?
fuck is he
Alright.
wearing?
A lot of crosstalk.
We'll move on. Thanks for indulging that.
Oh no, that's
Story.
fantastic. I am so glad that you actually did that because I couldn't figure out what the fuck Michael B. Jordan was wearing.
I
I'm like,
know.
that's irritating me.
Well, I'm glad
is
we
what it
cleared that
was.
up for you.
And it
Thanks
was,
so
I mean,
much.
we said it like
It-
14 times through the course of the show. Like,
You know,
what
I
is
will
that?
tell you that if
irritating
Michael B.
me.
Jordan wasn't wearing anything, I'd still be fine with it.
No,
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, that would
Naked
have
Michael B.
been-
Jordan,
sure.
better.
Better, way better.
I can. I mean.
I mean,
even
I'll make
would
strong
go
argument
with
against
that.
jeans right now if it gets him naked.
And I'd be,
Yeah.
nope, still working on it.
Still working.
Knock knock.
Ready to rock
Exactly.
and roll.
I do, Marnie. I do want you to know that these wasabi peas are spicy.
That's not what it is.
Oh, it's
That's not how any of
Oh
this
no!
works.
How does it work? There's. How do I say it?
It's not that. Oh, I had to find it. It was
How any of this works?
horseshit.
I'm sorry.
got a little bite to it. I think
It's
it
got
was
a little bite
to
to
it.
it.
I'll have to look that
No,
up.
those okay. And then they
Well-
this is,
because it's dehydrated
whole new
wasabi. When
world.
you drink water, it rehydrates the wasabi.
Yeah, I
and it
made
gets
that
hotter.
discovery.
It's an exhausting journey.
It's an exciting no. So what
So-
you do is you add water and you eat some goddamn wasabi.
Well, there's a local story here, and I'm just to frighten the fuck out of everybody for Valentine's Day and make it even worse. I'm going to apply for a job. It's at Hertz Donuts. Anybody ever heard of Hertz Donuts?
Do you rent them?
Why do I feel
Nope,
Oh God.
not exactly.
I'm done with this donut. You can
Yeah.
have it back.
Did
No!
Not exactly.
you send me the right picture? I don't think you
I
did.
sent a video.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah.
Where did
I'm done with this donut. It had sprinkles when I rented it.
It's a little. It's just underwear.
No, you didn't send me. Where did you send it, Marty?
Oh.
Did you get the
Where did you
insurance on
send
the
it?
donut?
Yeah.
To Facebook.
Come,
My
sprinkles are
bad.
Covered.
You normally when you all send me stuff for the show, you send it to
Yeah.
the show's page.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I, no,
I
no,
texted you.
no,
Yeah.
I don't expect you to know because you don't send enough stuff.
I don't.
But no,
You always
no,
say to
I-
send
Or
it
know
to
what I'm
Facebook,
doing.
right?
I'm gonna see if I can do that because I can do
Okay.
it there. There's so
Sorry.
much going
So
on.
what the hell is going
What
on?
the
She's,
hell
brand,
is
she's
going
brand new.
She's
No, I thought I
brand
sent
new.
it to the right place.
You sent it, but I didn't realize what you were sending it for.
Oh, I got it.
Because you sent me another picture.
I did?
Yes, about Kingman.
Yeah.
Different. See, that's where I thought we were going.
Oh, I see. No.
God.
This is totally different.
Totes-
but let's
totes
go.
diff.
While you're looking for that, just very quickly.
Yeah.
On June 8th,
Yeah, see, I can put that up.
a lovely local listener.
I was ready for that.
A listener, not necessarily local any longer. Bridget is up in Kingman, and Laura had sent this Mastro Pietro, our Laura, and so this is just something to throw out there for anybody. They're going to be planning their first Pride on June 8th up in Kingman, which is a few hours. I'm not sure, like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, about 3.
Okay.
It is it's the most north and west corner of the state of Arizona.
Right.
before you go over the mountain into Nevada. Heading to Longford, Nevada or to Vegas.
Right.
Just because we watch Vice.
I love it.
Say it one more fucking
Yes.
time.
And so they're planning a little Pride celebration, and I just thought if any of us or anyone, like if Amina comes in from Africa, maybe she'd want
I
to go
only
to
have one
Kingman.
question. Does that mean I have to go to Kingman?
Well,
I'm out.
you can send your regards.
I've
but
been
yeah,
several times.
I actually have been through,
I
but
have
I've
too.
not.
Oh,
I've
okay.
not ever gone to Kingman.
I have.
No.
Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino.
Oh, very nice. I'm
get
not
to
sure what
sing,
just
too.
happened.
You get your kicks.
Route
In
66.
Route 66.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Fair point. So did the
It's,
video? No,
it's
we're
loading.
Still working?
We're loading. It's slow. It's slow.
So tell your story.
All right,
Tell the
I'll tell the
story,
story,
and then we'll
you
get to the
can see
video.
Jesus.
So Hertz Donuts, which just so that everyone is aware, is open 24 hours.
In a row?
Yeah, 24/7. Hertz Donuts is open 24/7, and it's located near the Loop 101 and University Drive. Just for anybody
Oh,
who
it's a
wants to know.
local story.
Hmm. So I just want to let you know my new job. It may not be the standard job description, but with Valentine's Day still a few weeks away, you're welcome for the reminder. Hertz Donuts in Tempe is in need of some assistance with their February deliveries. They're looking for not one, but 2 diaper-wearing, rose petal throwing, dancing love babies to help them deliver Valentine's
Do
Day
they make
donuts.
love to each other?
No. To offices and homes around
Not
the
since the
valley.
accident.
Not since they had to start wearing diapers.
Sure enough to embarrass just about anyone and everyone in the immediate area. Warning. A lot of people should be very scared at work in February, a post on the Donut Shop's Facebook page said, followed by 2 laughing and crying face emojis, which I would have been bawling if anyone ever sent this to me. The pay is near $24 an hour plus cash tips, so maybe I
I'm
would
back
do
on
it.
board.
I'm back on
yeah,
board, right?
Wait a
Change
minute.
my mind.
Now, time
I'm
out.
judgy sometimes.
Let's play it by ear, I said.
Yeah.
So the hours
we
will
put
be
wings on.
Yeah, oh, you do. You do. There's a video that you'll see.
of winged
the-
Cupid.
Kind of. The hours will be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and the schedule is flexible. So how nice is that? 24 an hour and tips. Interested? Send them a message on Facebook. And it is available here if you'd like me to get that to you. Deliveries will be made within the Phoenix metro area between February 1st, so you gotta get these things in before, you probably have to practice. Between February 1st and the 14th, according to an Instagram post. Orders
My
can
magic
be
love
placed.
baby dance is what you're telling me I have to learn.
Kind of.
Okay.
Orders can be placed by dialing a certain number. I'll go ahead and let you know that number if you'd like to. Due to the high call volume we experience with these, if we do not answer right away, please leave us a message.
This is
The cost for a dozen standard donuts and Cupid delivery is $35.
Oh no.
would you like to
La-
burn everybody's eyes out with this?
Last October, the Tempe Donut Shop had a creepy clown driver deliver
No.
donuts. Not going to happen. It
No.
was its second year doing it. Other locations around the country have run similar promotions. So this will give you an idea of the eyeful that you could potentially get.
The eyeful.
You can you can also see that. Look up, Al. You can also
I thought
see.
there was sound, but there is no
You
sound.
can also see this Cupid, or Cupids like it,
In
at
my
a bar-
nightmares.
at
I'm
a-
so embarrassed.
at a bar near you.
Oh, we got glitter.
This is when people need to learn how to turn their phones the other way to make
Uh-huh.
the videos.
I mean, for real.
He's got a belt bag.
He's making
Uh-huh.
$24 an
He
hour.
is.
Let's
Plus
focus on the
tips.
positive.
Plus tips. Look
I
at,
could
look
see
at
Ron
the little.
Rogers doing that,
Oh my God, for real.
right?
Uh huh.
Ron Rogers would do that.
He'd look better in the underwear, too.
He certainly
Hey,
would.
but that's kind of the point.
Well,
Hertz donut.
Come on.
Yeah. Was there,
That fucking
wait.
made me
I like
laugh.
it as
Wait
just
a minute.
donut, not
Back up.
donuts.
Yeah.
Was there a Band-Aid on that donut?
Yes,
Yes.
it was.
yes,
Hurts.
Uh-uh.
It
You
got
are not
injured.
selling me food with a Band-Aid
it's the
on
Les
it.
Nessman of
It's
donuts.
dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Donuts are dangerous.
I mean, Jesus, if I moved to America, I'd keep a baseball bat with nails in it. I'm with you, Nan.
It's not.
$24 is $24 is what I have to say about that. Plus tips?
Plus tips.
Shit. I have the
Because somebody's going to give
personality.
that guy $5 to go away.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Up to 29
I
bucks
bet
an
you
hour.
my ass someone will go ahead and give him $100.
That would be Al.
Here is.
You would just be like, no.
No. It's-
But can I have the donut?
yeah. Do you have any bagels?
Without a Band-Aid.
So just yeah, so can I have the kind that haven't seen a Band-Aid?
No Band-Aids.
I saw that last week and I fucking roared. I'm like, that's my new
Oh
job.
my God! Years ago, somebody said because
Wings.
somebody went down to the cafeteria and got a tuna fish sandwich, and I was like, oh God, hospital cafeteria tuna fish. I don't think I can. He goes, it kind of tastes like Band-Aid.
Oh,
And every
Oh,
once in a while,
no.
times is hard, and that's all
Oh,
that's
you might
available
Times
down
is
there.
hard.
You might have ruined it for me.
Every once in a while, you have to eat the tuna fish down there because there's nothing else.
Times is hard.
And, oh my God! And all I think was, as I'm eating it, is this really does taste
Oh
like
my
Band-Aids.
God.
How many times did they have to sample Band-Aids to figure out what the
You
taste
know how
was?
You smell
kinda
it. You
know,
can
like,
smell it
smell
from
and
the
taste.
smell.
Smell
It's
the
Yeah.
kind of like
Band-Aid.
drinking gin. It's like chewing on a pine tree.
Yeah, you just
Like you smell
you
the
just
juniper.
that
the,
smell of Band-Aids when you
Yeah.
open the box that's just
Okay.
with you.
Yeah.
And that you just a
Forever.
smell you can taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the smell you
Yep.
can taste. Yeah,
Same thing.
I'm
Gin.
afraid to tell you how many times that comes up at work.
Oh. No.
I wish I was kidding.
I'm sure you are not.
Okay,
Oh.
so I won't read the headline. So a new study published in the Irish Medical Journal, the fuck is wrong with Irish people, recounts the
A
case
lot.
of a 33-year-old man who was hospitalized after repeatedly injecting himself with semen
Oh.
to relieve chronic back pain. This is the first reported case of semen injection.
Yeah.
That way. For
Sure.
use as a medical treatment.
So that's what they're calling it nowadays,
Yeah,
a
that's what they're
medical
calling-
treatment.
yeah. A case study titled Seminally Harmless Back Pain.
Seminally.
An annual presentation of a subcutaneous abscess. The man's handmade remedy was reportedly discovered when he showed up at a doctor's
He's so dumb.
reportedly
fantastic.
discovered when he showed up to a doctor's office complaining of severe back pain. While examining the patient, a physician noticed the man's right arm appeared swollen and inflamed. The explanation the man
Why
gave
do you
was
think
one
he
the
gets
doctor likely never expected. The patient disclosed that he had intravenously injected his own semen as an innovative method to treat back pain, doctors wrote in the study. He had devised this cure independent of any medical advice.
Right.
The man reportedly said he had purchased a hypodermic needle online and had been injecting himself once a month, that's all, for the past 18 months. I feel like he was wasting product. Before visiting the doctor, he said he hurt his lower back while
Practicing just
lifting a
too
heavy
much.
object and gave himself 3 doses, according to the study.
I mean, harness not included.
He did. He impregnated his own arm.
That's exactly right,
The
Amina.
semen reportedly entered the man's blood vessels and muscles. An X-ray revealed air trap beneath the man's skin, which is really bad, and he was immediately hospitalized, according to the study. Doctors treated the man with intravenous antimicrobial therapy. His back pain reportedly subsided, and he discharged himself without having the affected area.
That was worth waiting for. That was worth waiting for.
Fantastic. God damn,
The
that's real
doctors
good.
conducted a comprehensive review of medical literature and were unable to find any other cases of intravenous semen injection. The study concludes with the
Except
warning
by
that
a
medical
serial
experimentation
killer.
is dangerous and it's risky for untrained individuals to inject themselves with substances not intended for intravenous use.
We're anti-vaxxers on this. Amina wants to know.
Oh, yeah, we are definitely semen vaccinations, not that way.
There's your answer.
But, you know, I'm sure if you go to something called Pornhub, it'll show you how to properly inject.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The more you know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That was
The more,
Well, that was organic, and I appreciated it.
the more you know.
I like when Rachel used to do that on her show, but she doesn't
Yeah.
anymore.
Wow. There's
She got sued by the Star. I
Yeah.
know.
Did she really?
But I like that
No,
she had
I'm
the
just kidding.
xylophone.
Oh, I'm like,
She had a little xylophone.
Oh,
that
you
she
mean
would
the
play.
segment that she did at
More
the
I-
end of the show?
Yeah, the
Right,
more you
right,
know,
right.
But it was called something else.
No,
Was it The More You
no,
Know?
you're right. That is what they did. I forget. Yeah, where the guy would hold
Yeah.
the sign and walk through the
Yeah.
set.
I love that.
Yeah, no, that. Yeah, where's the other one though? Hang on, I've lost multiple things.
Yes, I
Do you
mean,
have
whoever
another
wrote that
I
story
do.
did
I have a quick
fun.
one.
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
quick funny one. Al will like this one too, I think. Police seek, and this is recent, police seek volunteers to drink to excess. Get drunk on the local police department's dime? Hell yes. Sound unbelievable? One Pennsylvania police department is giving 3 lucky volunteers the chance to help train officers in field sobriety tests by drinking a lot. Don't bother applying, though. The Cootstown Borough Police Department posted on Facebook. Posted the
Cootstown.
Coots.
It's European.
It's European. They put the request on Wednesday
He
and was
butchered that.
flooded with eager volunteers. On Thursday, the department made it clear that this was a limited time offer. We have an overwhelming response for this, reads a comment from the Cootstown Police. And at this point, we have enough volunteers. The department set a few stipulations when it made the original request. Participants for the training exercise have to be in good health with a clean criminal record and no history of drug or alcohol abuse. Al, we're out.
Yeah.
They have a they have a signed that you have to sign a waiver, and they need a sober companion prepared to take care of them
Well,
afterwards.
So
you
that you
two
don't get a
couldn't help
DUI.
each other.
Yeah. And of course, they have to be willing to drink hard liquor to the point of inebriation.
Oh,
we do
my
have that
goodness.
covered. To say
Fair
the town
point.
responded enthusiastically to the inquiry would be an understatement. The post was shared more than 1,400 times by Thursday night, and hundreds of people left comments, all for the borough with a population of over just 5,000.
Fantastic.
Is there a spectator area?
And
One
a
commenter.
little less whiskey. Oh,
I love this.
Oh, my
Is there a
God.
spectator area?
9-0.
Yeah.
I like this. This is my favorite one of all.
Baker do the alphabet backwards again.
there
This
a
is
sign-up
this
sheet?
is this is you just have to hear this right now because it's
Completely
so funny.
missed you. God, it's
Will this
fantastic.
count as credit for my community service?
Is there?
Hopefuls,
lieu of
Are
cash,
there
can
any
we take off some
prerequisites?
hours?
hopefuls, both young and old, took issue with the requirement that participants would have to be within the ages of 25 to 40. Cutoff age is 40, Spring volunteer Danny Wade, adding, "This 52-year-old firefighter is willing to give it a run." Cootstown, located in a bucolic Berks County, it's getting weirder by the minute, sits in the
Does it
intersection
sound
of
real?
Pennsylvania Dutch country. That might be the problem.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm
With
like,
its
wait a
horse and
minute, I know
buggy
where Berks- I know
attractions.
where- yeah.
So it's
And the
Amish people.
state-owned Cootstown University, just Oh my God!
It's a
Just
Germanic
outside
people.
of
Keep saying it.
Cootstown is a college town. Everyone's drunk. The
Yeah.
sobriety
Hello,
test.
Rumspringa.
They should have somebody stop drinking so they can spot a sober person in the wild.
Right.
Right.
The sobriety test training won't take place until April, and it's unclear what aptitude test Police Chief Craig Summers will employ to choose from the volunteers. But at least for now, it seems that all eyes in Cootstown are on Summers, and the 3 golden tickets he'll soon hand out. As far as other sobriety tests,
The Willy
marijuana, yeah, marijuana use is illegal in Pennsylvania, so Cootstown police won't likely be looking for stoned volunteers anytime
I
soon.
feel
Al,
like-
you'll have to wait.
I feel like this Cootstown would have someone who
You
would
call
kind of
it
like coming up,
Coots.
going, I love it, That's who would be pulling you over.
Cooter. No, it's not Cooter.
No, Roscoe P.
Roscoe P. Coltrane. Right.
Roscoe
Cooter
P.
was
Coltrane.
Cooter was the mechanic in,
That's right.
in Hazard
And
County.
everybody's middle name is May, and they use it. And they use it.
And they don't care.
Oh, we can't do Florida Man without Cat. I did see a Florida woman, though, Amina story, and I almost sent it over. I should have sent it to Cat.
Oh, and what was she on Twitter? What was the
yeah,
Florida?
woman was on.
Oh
I
my
have no
God,
idea.
it's too much.
Organic free-range hand sperm.
I know.
I'm sorry, I'm just catching up on the.
Free
Oh, it's
range.
fantastic.
When
Oh,
you,
we could do Florida. Well, I guess you can't do Florida Man without
when you
Cat.
said
But I do want to say I'm the originator of Florida Man, not Cat Carlson. So she tried to steal my thunder there. I'm just,
Well, she stole
I
it.
just want the record. I want the record to be
all
clear.
of a sudden contributing fill-in
Well,
has issue.
I'll just tell you, Cat Carlson
He's a little pissy.
didn't even. I am because I did. She didn't even know what Florida
that
Man
was.
was until I told her, and then she
Telling
lost
you.
her shit over it.
Telling you.
There.
Sons of bitches.
Kind of like that Frank Sinatra song. Nobody knows his last
Hold her
name.
accountable when I'm not here.
saying.
When she goes, "Oh, Florida Man,"
Now
go,
I know.
"Thanks, thank you, Doug."
Now I know.
And I know she'll love that.
Hashtag thanks.
She'll really
Obama.
appreciate that when you do it
I
too.
know.
Where are you from?
She'll love
Coots,
it.
literally.
Coots. Yeah.
Coots lit.
Coots lit. That's right.
Yeah, Amina.
Coots lit.
Don't laugh at him. Sometimes come in bill form.
Almost.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Why?
The
Why
ones
is
that go in the top do.
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, they're called firecrackers. When you said Maddow and the more you know a minute ago, I thought you meant this.
Hey. What's up? Guten Tag. Greetings, Earthlings. Let's crack-a-lackin'. It is great that we express ourselves differently. If we were all the same, life would be boring. So get to know people who aren't like you. You'll appreciate what makes us different. The more you know.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
But
Yes.
she actually did that for NBC about 10 years ago.
Yes.
But you're talking about the actual segment on her
The
show.
segment, I think it's called something else though, like
No,
the
it's
more
the more
you
know-
know
they-
now, or no.
Now
Yeah.
you know more.
Now you know more.
Now you
yeah,
know
see,
more.
because they couldn't do the copyright infringement.
Even though it's NBC.
Because
Right.
the star suitor.
Sure. Yeah.
She believed me once. I
Amina,
was gonna try it
fine.
again.
We don't have. No, I think we.
I'm like, why are you doing that again?
Amina, thank you for that, but I
Rude.
think we may not have time to do something like that.
I have one
Even though
final
I would love to.
one final headline story before we get out of this segment. Are you warm? You okay? You gonna live?
I don't remember transitioning to a woman, but I went right into menopause because now I get hot flashes.
Well, the dumpster fire reportedly wanted to tweak the script of his animatronic likeness at Walt Disney World's
God.
Hall of Presidents attraction in order to make a quick boast. If you'll recall, several months ago when they installed it, probably was close to 2 years ago, we did a story about it, and we did the audio that showed whatever where I feel like the Lincoln robot wanted to beat the shit out of him, but maybe not. The iconic attraction has for decades added new animatronic presidents each time they're elected, complete with audio. Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama all recorded dialogue for the attraction. Well, in this prick's case, he wanted to personalize the speech with a boast about his pre-presidential business activities. According to the book called Team of Vipers by Cliff Sims, who served as director of White House message strategy, the president wanted to add a line about how Americans invented the skyscraper. Disney objected, noting that a skyscraper wasn't an invention, but just a taller building. And then they removed the line from Trump's script.
God.
I thought that was great that Disney's like, no, we're not. We're gonna have to.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna
Sorry.
do that. Yeah.
No.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do
Would,
it.
wouldn't,
Not gonna do it.
would not be prudent at all.
No.
Fuckhead. There's that.
As Rosa Parks would say.
You
Nah.
you watch Family Guy, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
With the maid that cleans up.
No, I stay.
No.
No, I stay.
No. No matter what you say. No.
No. I do.
Isn't that funny?
It's time for you to leave now. No, I stay.
No, I clean up,
I clean. I stay. I don't.
Well, they're sharing the Florida stories with each other.
Who is?
Oh,
They are in the chat room because it's the guy that thought he stole pain pills.
Yeah.
But he ended up stealing laxatives and shitting his pants, and the man who drove his Ferrari into the ocean was Jesus told him to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Well, let's. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's do this. Here we go.
All right. We got musicals. We have a very special movie performance from the London stage. We have. Don't hit that button. Just don't. We have the SAG Awards. We have a premiere date for a show, a movie, an Indian love story that was very good. That poem, a horror movie that I accidentally watched and will shit myself. We're gonna just blow through a lot of stories here.
That goes back to laxatives.
So much.
Literally.
You're blowing through stuff.
Blowing
out
through it,
stuff.
literally.
Yeah.
Wow, well done.
Oh my God. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
We just keep talking and laughing, and so much stuff happens off air.
You don't even have it.
We might have to do. No, we can't do outtakes. I mean, we already say enough shit on the air.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way we can put what we do off air on a reel of some sort. Anyway, hi everybody.
try.
The chat room is ultra busy. I mean, literally busy. Totes lit.
Lit.
If you missed our first 2 hours, I can't imagine what in the hell your life has. You have more important things to do than that.
Really?
But you can listen to us on the rebroadcast 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can listen to us on repeat or go to qtalkamerica.com and listen on demand to any one of our shows, past or present. Future shows are not posted yet because we haven't done them because we do this show live once a week.
Thank you for explaining time.
Some people don't get it. Some people don't
We're
understand.
struggling with that.
I'm continuously learning.
Speaking of people who continuously learn, ladies and gentlemen, Al Perkins.
Well, we'll start with what that fucking expression is, but it's neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds.
nor gloom
Actually,
of
I
night.
like that. I like
That's
the,
that's not nearly as fun as the one at the statue.
It's
of,
very serious. It's very like serious.
Yeah. So, but it's at the
and also
the
stamps,
post office in New
forever
York at
stamps
Penn
are going up.
Station.
And it also
yeah,
costs
it's-
55 cents now. So.
Yeah, it went up a nickel.
Compared to the forever stamps from before and the forever ones from before.
So we'll start with one for Anant because the other day, I
Yay.
think last Wednesday, I was off and I don't know, I think I watched every gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered,
Oh.
queer questioning, ally.
LGBTQ NAF.
Why was that?
I don't know. I just went through because you know how Netflix recommends something, and
Yeah.
I had
Oh.
some ones in my
The
in my
rabbit hole
in my
of-
queue,
Mhm.
and I watched one called Love, spelled incorrectly. I don't know why the title is spelled Loev. It was a really
Isn't
dark.
that how you spell it?
No, Loev.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's.
You're looking at me and I'm like, no.
So I don't know if that I didn't know if that was a
Blurb.
word that meant something else.
Love.
But
okay.
it takes
Okay.
place in. Oh God, now I gotta get it right.
Loev.
What
It's
city?
French.
Yeah,
Loev.
but it all takes place in India. which is-
Hashtag thanks Obama.
Thanks,
Loev.
Obama. So years before it was in any way legal, they made a movie in India, filmed all in India, with two gay gentlemen exploring their love and their friendship, and it was really very interesting. All right.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm talking to an
Sorry. No,
I'm
I
thinking
heard
about
you.
something else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
So I wanted to see if it said.
So, but we're talking subtitles, right?
No.
Really?
Oh, it's so the movie was in
Look,
English.
I come forward, and
Yeah,
I know it
so
irritates
excited
the
now.
shit out of the two of you, but I'm like, oh, thank God.
No, because well, they speak English there too.
I know, I'm just
Yeah.
it was-
And
for the two of you, I know that you're both like, really.
it took a lot of different turns, and it went real dark.
Okay.
But it's all about like repression
And that's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's called Loev. It had been recommended to me, and I know I've seen another Indian gay.
He just said Love, so I know I'm not hearing.
Loev.
Yeah.
Let's play the tape.
Yeah, Loev.
Yeah.
I'm saying Loev.
So I don't like I said I don't know if I've ever seen a movie set in India with because it was illegal till just recently. Like this was so to have and it was very graphic and very good.
That's interesting. That
Is
because
Liv Schreiber going to star in the part 2?
Right.
Loev with
That's- I know.
Liev?
Jenny's gone back to that like twice
like
because I
that.
was trying to find out from Anand earlier if it meant something.
Oh wow, Amina, that's an interesting statistic. I did not know that.
Yeah, I was kind of
Wow.
joking because every time there's a foreign, you guys talk about foreign films.
Yes.
And you mention anything about them having subtitles, I go from here to like whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
I know.
Because and then you both get annoyed.
I know, you're
because
very
like,
annoying.
for fucking seriously, like you can't,
Yeah,
But like
right.
I don't want to watch their.
Yeah. Anyway, well, anyways,
Well, and as I've explained, I watched Amistad,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to have the it was more closed captioning, but considered
Right.
subtitles, because of someone who was deaf, and I was watching it with someone that was deaf, and it was like, it just ruined the whole thing.
oh, the first time I saw Train Spotting, I did not understand their accents. So
Okay.
I watched that like it was to me it was a foreign language because
Sounds
they're
like
Irish.
the full Monty. I should have done that.
There's
Yeah.
I couldn't
Scottish films
understand it.
where they do that, and there's
Okay.
been this big political. Sorry, we're not going off the
Oh,
rails
no.
on your story, but
Yeah.
the political correctness to run amok sometimes just drives me fucking crazy. So when you watch, when you watch people speaking English, James
done,
McAvoy on
Sarah
SNL did a
Jessica.
good skit
Yeah.
on that. Did you watch it last week?
I did not see it.
Okay, so James McAvoy was on SNL, and they did the thing about no one can understand people when they are speaking with a Scottish accent, and
Sure.
they did a whole thing,
It's,
pilot trying to land the
so
plane.
fucking
It was
seriously.
actually very funny.
Yeah.
So now, movies when they're in English but with that heavy Scottish thing, they're giving you the subtitles, so you can understand the fucking movie.
right.
And now the PC police have said you can't do that with English speakers. They're speaking English. I'm like, good lord.
Yeah, but I also
Like-
don't know what the hell they're
Right,
saying.
exactly. That's
In
the whole
Train
point.
Spotting, I was like,
there's
I
nothing.
don't.
There's no problem with it.
Yeah, and Train Spotting
God.
has the Train Spotting starts with the narration and then goes into the dialogue while they're running because it
Yeah,
starts with
which
him
makes it
running
even
from somebody.
worse.
Okay.
So there's a chase scene, and I'm like, I can't catch up.
don't
Like
know.
I don't know
Right.
what you said.
Sure.
But anyways, this love movie, it's just interesting because it's set in India, filmed in India with Indian men.
Okay.
and it's illegal to be gay in
Yeah,
India.
right,
so this
right.
movie's a couple years old, so it's
Okay.
very like it had a lot. It's very interesting. That was just for Anant because
Okay.
I watched that,
Oh, that's
and it was
great.
Cool.
really cool. And
I
it's
had a
on
story.
I will watch it.
I had a story for Anant as well, but then I looked at the date on it, and it was.
Yeah, and this
older,
movie's a couple
so-
years old, but it just finally came up, and I was really like curious about the year and like how do they get away with some of that
Sure,
filming? But then
sure.
it takes a very dark turn when it talks about repression and like blah, blah, blah. We talked about that. We didn't need to talk about that. That's the cutie for later. Gillian Anderson and Lily James heading to movie theaters and All About Eve.
Oh,
The
what?
National Theater Live
How did I not know this?
presents a
Sorry.
filmed version of production directed by Ivo Van Hove. I like when I squint at stuff and I can see my glasses.
Yeah, I know. I usually have
Jesus
them right
Christ.
here.
The upcoming West End production of All About Eve starring Gillian Anderson and Lily James will be screened in cinemas internationally April 11th with National Theater Live. The to-be-announced venue list will be available
Oh
here
wait,
sometime.
is it a play or a movie?
It is the West End production. It's
Oh.
you're watching the filming of the West End production of All About Eve. And they're going to film it like they do with the operas now. Like on, Fandango
oh, okay.
presents.
Because if they're making a movie out of it, I'm out.
No. It's a filming of the West End production of
I'm
All About
sorry.
Eve.
Okay. I'll pay attention.
Anderson will take on the role of Margot Channing with James's Eve Harrington. The show will also feature a bunch of other people.
Wow.
Kate Blanchett was originally to appear in the production, but she is not now. So
I want to ask you this, Al. There was the theater musical version.
Right,
Was called
Applause.
Applause. That's not what this is.
no, this is they took the movie and made a play out of it.
Okay, no musical.
No, that's called
Okay.
Applause.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I don't know because All About Eve was not a play. That's an original screenplay.
Right.
So this is just a backwards thing.
Interesting.
But Gillian Anderson will come up again in entertainment. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then speaking of that, the Alanis Morissette musical opened with Diablo Cody, who won an Oscar for what's that movie called? Juno.
Juno, yeah.
Premiered at the American Repertory Theater in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It must not have sucked because it's been announced that The Jagged Little Pill will be coming to Broadway later this year. And I hope the theater sucks up on those $30 sippy cups of white wine because this production has a clear target demographic.
It's like what white people say.
Yeah, it is. It definitely
They're all
is.
going to go to
Knock,
that.
So another jukebox musical. But it says it's
But I thought that would be a fun one.
Oh,
you know,
I would go to that.
with the
yeah, you
music
probably
and-
because you didn't finish reading it. The main characters
No, I
consist of a
didn't.
wealthy, unhappy Connecticut family comprised of a pill-popping mother, a workaholic, porn-addicted father, an overprogrammed high school senior son,
I'm
and
okay
an
with it.
adopted daughter who is black and basically lives in a permanent state of having her hair touched by white girls. There are also 4 other characters outside the family, all bound together by the trauma of rape culture. So yeah, fun.
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
what you just said?
No. I just want to hear the music.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's
I
what
just
comes
want to
with
hear
it.
that.
Play the
yeah.
CD.
Play the CD, right? Yeah. That's a
Again,
good
not
call.
a happy CD.
No.
Those weren't happy
no.
white girls drinking white wine
No.
listening to that.
There you go.
So
but
I
did
don't
he
know
go
if you've
down
been...
on her into the theater? Is really my question.
Yeah, yes, she did. We don't know about the new girl.
We don't know.
Her,
All right.
her
right.
skills
Think
in
of
that
me
area.
when you fuck her.
So if you've been, there's that old joke.
I just want you to know.
All I know is the punchline. I can't remember the joke, but the punchline is it squeaks when you fuck it. And
And I'm laughing and I don't know the
I know,
joke.
and I don't either. That's all I remember. It still makes me laugh.
That reminds me of the joke that that Scott Tickler always used to say. He'd go up to people. He would just work a joke to the ground. He goes, "How do you get a nun pregnant? Fuck her."
So simple.
You just go one elegant.
Oh my
Love
God.
that you
Damn,
just said
Scott
elegant
Taylor.
solution.
What's
Funny.
black and white and can't go through a revolving door? A nun with a spear through her neck. It's just funny.
Oh God, are we gonna go to dead baby jokes in
No,
a minute?
no.
Is that-
No,
oh.
we're done. We're done.
God, I got really
He brought up nuns. It's not my
excited.
fault. So if you've been watching
shit.
FX for any reason, you know that there is what looks like a fantastic miniseries coming up. And it's Fosse Verdon, and it's going to be on
yeah.
FX. The 8-part show will debut on April 9th. And I cannot find what's-his-face's name anywhere on this, so I'm very happy.
what's-her-face.
Ryan
Oh, the police.
Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm even
Because he's
happier
left,
than you are.
Yeah, he's left FX and Fox for Netflix now.
Okay.
Oh no! So he's not going away.
Oh, so here we go. So Lin-Manuel Miranda, Thomas Kail, Stephen Levinson, Joel Fields, George Seltzer, Rockwell, and Williams will be executive producers, with Levinson serving as showrunner based on the book Fosse. Will feature choreography by Andy Blackenbuehler, who did Hamilton, and then he did that show that cast on here. Do you remember what it was called? Nicole Fosse, daughter of Fosse and Verdon, serves as co-executive producer. There's a fabulous show. She would have come right up.
Doug
with
and
it.
I are both like,
Yeah, sorry.
Cat
Sorry, I
Carlson.
could have thrown to
Cat
her.
Carlson's not here.
Cat Carlson doesn't know.
When you need
You
something.
know what else Cat Carlson never knew?
The more you
Florida
know.
Man,
Yeah.
until I told her about it.
Someone's not better.
So the song that
I
all
love
of the
it.
people at Starbucks hated more than Hamilton was called, and I've never heard of it, so I got to find it when I get home. Young Folks from 2006. And I guess it's got some whistle all the way through it. It's by Peter, Bjorn, and John. And in parentheses it says, you heard it. The second best track of 2006, but the Earworm, which is played a lot in Starbucks lately, is also, for all intents and purposes, just 4 minutes of whistling. That's like my own personal hell.
I can't even imagine.
So,
Oh, that'd be awful.
yeah, so I can't wait to go home and find out what this song is that's been killing Starbucks workers for damn near a century.
Well, anything that has just, there are a couple of, I'll have to look them up, but they're like hits that right now I can't just think of off the top of my head that have some kind of whistling in it.
Mm-hmm.
Play that music, or like if you're walking through a grocery store and it comes on, like I develop a fucking tick.
Right.
Yeah.
What the
Right.
hell? Turn that off.
Yeah.
Right.
By the end of the aisle, I'm
No, just
pissed.
can't be where we
No,
are.
turn
Nobody
that
wants to hear that.
off. Yeah. So 4 minutes of it, and you're stuck in there, and you can't. No.
Yeah.
No.
Where are you going to go now? So then, yeah,
Nah.
Nah.
I give in. The Screen Actors Guild
Uncle.
Awards.
Oh, let's talk about that.
So, Sandra Oh won another award for Killing Eve, and goddamn it, my mission this week is I'm gonna find that motherfucking show.
Also,
I gave a great speech.
Megan Mullally is just.
Oh,
I just love
was just
her.
so I wanted to text or call you, but I didn't know if you were watching Rant or that while it was happening. What kind of deal did Megan Mullally make with the devil? She looks like she's getting younger
Younger?
and thinner.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be a real big
No.
bitch about this, but
No.
like she makes Deborah Messing look like
Well, Deborah
fat.
Messing had a baby.
Like, well, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she just got fat. But
I thought you were
Yeah,
just
there's
one of
Why
them.
do people-
I
body
thought
shaming
you
you're
just
not
one of
gonna-
them
you're
really
never
big
gonna come out on the
girls.
nice
I thought
side
you
of
were
it.
just
but
one of them
isn't
really
it
big
like
girls.
were you like
One of them big girls. You know.
Deborah Messing, I know you listen weekly, and I'd like to
I
apologize.
apologize.
on behalf of
Hashtag
that I confused your
all the time that you,
pregnancy for
you hid behind
obesity.
sets while doing the show
I don't know.
to
I
cover
told
your
you it's not my
pregnancy.
favorite show.
That Deborah Messing, she did one
But
of them
all
really
right,
big
so
girls.
yeah.
God.
But
It's like a size
didn't
14.
she just looked beautiful?
Yes.
She
And I
is
said that
so pretty.
when they went to high definition,
love
they
her.
all looked. I mean, they're all about our age, except
Not
for,
her.
No, she's 10 years older.
But she looks 10 years younger.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you,
she
the
looked
high def has
fantastic.
been very kind,
Yeah.
and then she did that. She looked very good.
Love her.
And she was just enough, just a little touch. Because
Yeah.
luckily, the SAG Awards, they have no sponsors. They don't have
Right.
money to run
Sure.
overtime.
Sure.
They're on a network no one's heard of. God, I mean,
Right.
God bless you if you can find the motherfuckers.
Right.
But
That's why when the Black
Sorry,
Panther,
Jenny.
when he was
I
like,
thought
"Don't
she
give me
got
that music, don't give me that music," and it
But I
was
love
like,
right before body shaming. I don't
Yeah.
mean to be a bitch.
Yeah, right. Just you know.
But I'm gonna tell someone she's
That's
not
called
worthy
that's
she's heavier.
That's called a rationalization
yeah.
and a justification.
Some people call it a fat. thing.
I can live with how much trouble I'm in right now.
Oh, it's all right.
I love that I really didn't. I honestly didn't know. I'm like, God, she's kind of getting like.
No, she
I
had a
haven't
baby like
seen
during the
her.
original
How
run
old
of the
is
show.
she?
She had a baby during the original
I'll shame
run
that
of the show.
too. How?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all our age.
Okay.
because
I
they
really
were-
seriously
they were-
apologize. I didn't know she was pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant. She had a baby like 20 years ago.
Oh. Wait, she did just get fat?
Her body changed after she had the baby.
Oh!
The Deborah Messing.
So did mine.
Yeah, see?
Exactly. Oh no, I'm
I
back.
put on weight with her. It was
happened
sympathetic.
to me.
Fuck all y'all. I'm back then because
Yeah.
I thought you meant she had a baby like last year and was still recovering.
No, but
oh
after
no.
she had the baby, she's
No.
never been
Oh, wait,
the skinny
but
bitch she
has
was on the
Megan
show.
Mullally had a baby?
Megan
No.
Mullally
Oh,
is
all right.
60.
Yeah, she's 60.
God damn.
Wow.
She's 60.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well played,
that just blew
Megan.
my mind. Even I thought maybe.
Okay,
Anna
Doug, I just
Staver-
said they're about our
Anastasia-
age. She's 10 years
know.
older.
Beaverhausen to you.
Well, I didn't think she was
60.
60.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh, let me say it this way. Does she look 60?
No, not at all.
I rest my
Oh
case.
no, absolutely. We talked about that the minute they came
Oh,
back.
and
That
Angela
even-
Bassett.
Deborah
no
Messing
shit.
is 50, so she is right in our ballpark.
Did I not
I know
say they're
that.
about
I
our
know,
age and
but
she's 10 years
I
older?
get that. Sometimes this one needs hard facts.
I do.
He does.
Sometimes you can't
Black
just
and
get him
white.
into the dance hall. You got to dance with
And
him.
just to spoil anything, the cast of Friends are all about our
Yeah.
age.
Yes.
You know who else?
A lot more-
The original cast of Rent, all about our age.
Carol Channing, our age.
Dead.
Dead, yeah. She's timeless to me now.
Angela Bassett did look
Eric
really
McCormack
good.
is 55.
Yeah.
Sean Hayes is 48. He's the youngest of the cast, which makes sense.
Interesting.
He
Yeah.
is?
Julie Chin is 49, but
No,
her
I
eye work
didn't
is
know
only
40.
about 20.
That's
Yeah.
about right. And her husband's a dirty
It's like
pig.
Lin Sue, whatever her last name was.
Cooney.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I knew I was gonna say it wrong, and it was
Well,
gonna.
it's Lin Sue Shepard first, and then
Yeah.
it became Lin Sue Cooney.
Boy, they both married
You were
shitty
going to
husbands.
butcher that.
Yeah, that was gonna go
Yeah.
all kinds of wrong. So, like I said, Sandra Oh, Jason Bateman won for Ozark, a show that don't bother turning on any lights because the show's filmed completely in the dark, but it's so good.
And
But
he's
I
so
thought
good.
you'd be excited about that.
And I had never noticed how much in the dark they are in the first season. And a friend of mine watched it before I did. He goes, Jesus, you remember how dark it was last year? He's like, I don't even think there were people in it this year. And so I watched it in New Mexico on that rental house, that big giant, like, 18-foot screen. And I'm like, why am I bothering? There's
Right,
nothing
right.
on the screen. Like, the show is completely in the dark.
I just watched it on my phone.
You don't need to. You can it's a
Just
radio
listen.
program.
It's
Yeah.
a podcast.
Only the shadow knows.
Oh my god! And then comedy, the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won everything. There's a really
Tony
funny
Shalhoub.
Tony
he
Shalhoub,
is just
yeah.
so good.
There's a very funny article going around Facebook right now about this woman that says, I know it's coming at the right time, but I find her completely grating. And it's a really good article about the fact that she's good in bed, she's good at cooking.
Okay.
She has a 5-minute set put together in 5 minutes. She's got a lesbian
Guess what
sidekick
she's
that's
not
in
good
love
at
with
on
her.
the show? Being a mother.
Yeah.
Because I saw my friend
okay. I've never seen
author
that.
Lori Natero posted on her Facebook page. She's like, can we have a new show called Somebody Call the Police on Mrs. Maisel because
Right.
we don't know where her fucking kids
Oh,
are.
no, there's
And
a-
neither does she.
That's that article. That article
That's
goes in
right.
detail about
Yeah.
the fact that, like, where are her children?
Right.
Like, they seem to disappear at the moment's notice. But so that
That's
was
funny.
very funny.
I feel like he's going to say, by the way, the children are all our age.
They are.
yeah, they're our age.
And I'll have to listen to it for the rest of my life.
So for TV, I will not.
Thank you, Clayton.
I enjoyed
I
myself.
really appreciate that.
You're welcome. I do everything I can.
Well, I can't say anymore that she's 10 years older than the rest of them.
I know, but I knew a hard
Yeah, but
fact
quite
is what he needed.
frankly, that would
I
make
really
her
did, and thank you.
59 or just 60, because there are two of us that.
And
you
he's older
know,
than me.
Correct.
I know.
So when I didn't want. So when you. All I'm saying.
Thank you. I have support from part of the table.
You always
If
have
Kat-
my support.
If
It's
Kat was
very
here,
rare that I'm
something
the-
even worse would have just
Yeah.
been said,
You are-
or meaner.
You always have my support.
I'm just finally not the oldest person at the table. It's a nice change.
I just was not one that was going to bring up age, is what I was saying.
I know. I do the same thing.
Thank
When
you.
one of the girls that grows up and says they're like our age, I'm like, bitch, you are 12 years older than me. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Literally 12 years.
Knock, knock.
Speaking of, where are you going? You got some,
No.
you got
Maisel?
more? You
do you
probably
want?
got tons. I just was going to interject with a little Grace and Frankie. Has anybody?
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Oh, we're
That's
good.
coming.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we're gonna,
All
we're
right,
gonna
all
wrap
right.
up the SAG Awards. So
Oh, you're still in the middle of those.
How are we not talking about the most important thing that happened?
well, because we're gonna get up the TV
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So once again, Amy Adams. I know if you just let me, there's a
Oh.
load of
I
this.
know
I
there is. Sure.
So
I
Patricia
noticed it.
Arquette wins again, and Amy Adams just cannot seem to win an award
And
lately.
and could barely hold a decent look on her face together. She looks so pissed off.
Oh, I didn't catch
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yes, she did. She's two-time loser.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She
but
didn't
like-
even smile.
But like 6-time loser, because like she's being nominated again. I mean, they tied at the Critics' Choice Awards.
But you could tell she
But
thought she was going to
all I told you guys about Patricia Arquette when I saw that little blurb about that Escape from Dannemora, and I was like, just
You
looking
did,
at this
though. Yeah,
picture,
yeah.
this is just gonna start winning
Sure,
awards.
sure.
Like all I needed to see was one picture of her is that with the teeth and the hair, and it. Honest to God, it's not that great a show.
Okay.
But she is doing something that the rest of them are just.
What-
Not
so
She's
what-
in one
close.
movie, they're
Yeah.
in another movie.
Okay,
Right.
so this is gonna sound silly, but is it is it one of those things where, like Monster, the movie Monster, right? I didn't think was I thought Charlize Theron was.
Oh, yeah, same with the-
brilliant
yeah,
in
yeah.
this
I
and
love
this,
that
but
movie. No.
I thought it was great. She was in, I can't remember, you guys will probably know, whatever, but she was in a category for Best Actress with, there was somebody else that I thought should have won.
Yeah.
Can't
I mean,
remember.
that's like...
And where you kind of look at it, and it's because of the prosthetics and the
Sure.
makeup.
Oscar
and the,
loves that.
Yeah, and
Right.
like Iron Lady, not
and taking someone
not
who's
the best
semi-attractive and
Meryl
making-
Streep movie,
Right.
but you know what? She's been losing for 29 years. It's time to give her a goddamn
Right.
Oscar. And we'll get to
Yeah,
that
yeah.
argument too.
Okay.
But this Patricia Arquette, it's not that great of a. The miniseries is not that compelling. Like I'm not even sure if I finished it,
Okay.
and I keep losing track of whether or not they've even escaped from Dannemora yet. And I'm like,
Right.
because I mostly don't
Waiting.
care.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like him with I don't want to watch dirty people do stuff. Like I don't,
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't care. Get out of prison, stay in prison. Who gives a shit?
Who's going to
anybody
clarify
else.
that?
Wait,
Yeah.
I'll watch dirty people
Yeah,
do stuff.
okay, all right. Not showered people.
There
Let's
are
be
certain
clear.
people that I feel are
The
dirty
unclean.
that I don't want to watch them.
Yeah. And
Angie Dickinson.
Darren Criss has now officially won every award
Yeah.
you can
I
possibly
know.
win for that role.
For my not favorite show of the year.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I
finally
know
he kind of and he did in another one,
I didn't think it was that good.
but he said, you know, I know
thought that was good.
to some people the tragedy of this will never end.
I loved that he said
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I did too.
And at some point you have to say
'Cause
that
it's a
people
grim
like
story.
like all these
And to the families.
any
and to
kind of
everything
true
else.
story
Yeah.
that you're
Well,
doing. Like,
remember
this new
when it was
10
on? Remember doing the show when it was
Yeah.
on, and I was like, everyone's like, it's so great. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's really grim. Like I
Yeah.
just didn't
Yeah.
like it. I'm like,
Yeah.
who does he murder next?
Right.
No, I think I'm very glad he said that in his speech.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he
I
was
mean,
like, we're not
it is,
glorifying
another one, it's a
it.
great performance in a movie that you don't really ever want to watch again. Like it was
No,
a great book, but
never.
it's not a book I'm going to be
Right,
like, ooh,
right.
can't read that again.
Yeah.
So
like
then on
Helter Skelter, I'm not reading that.
No, thanks.
Like a bunch more times. No.
no, I did read it twice though, and I don't know why.
I'm going to say I did
now
too,
in the
but-
movie part, there was the big surprise was that in Cast in a Motion Picture, Black Panther won. So we can find the people at Gold Derby are still like, when is A Star Is Born going to start winning awards? It's
Right,
not.
it's
You're
not.
wrong. You're
Yeah,
just wrong.
Exactly.
You backed the wrong horse.
It-
That movie's not that good.
Thank you for saying that.
When the timing. Were you gonna say
Amina, I
something
do
about
want
the
to talk
timing?
about that.
Of the during the speech when he said all of us up on stage.
Oh,
all
and
the black people.
and Andy,
Yeah.
about young, talented and
right,
black.
and black, yes, and he's like, you have great timing.
Andy Serkis, I can't never pronounce his name right,
Okay.
who does
Funny.
play a big part in the movie, and it's good that he finally has gotten acknowledged for the fact that most of the time you don't know he's Caesar in War of the
haven't
Planet of
seen
the
it.
Apes.
Yeah, I
The Planet of the
haven't
Apes.
seen it yet.
He
Okay.
is
Oh,
the
okay.
main character in Lord of the Rings. He's Precious. He's all those stop
okay.
motion characters for years, and he's finally like getting.
Oh, that's
They're finally
interesting.
like, okay, you actually play a role in this
Yeah.
movie. You're going to get a title card. Because we learned last year and newer directors don't know, if you don't have your own title card, you don't win. You can't get nominated for the SAG.
Right.
Only the people that are introduced by one name. If they group you with like 3 people,
Okay.
then you're not considered the main part of the cast.
Okay.
And Jordan Peele didn't know that last year with Get Out. And he felt terrible because he
Oh,
grouped.
I remember you talking
He
about that.
grouped
now.
the next
Yep.
people together, so they're trying to
Yeah.
be careful of that
Yeah.
because of stuff like this. If you think you have a chance,
Sure.
So I was really hoping Crazy Rich Asians would win because those are 2 of my favorite movies from last year. But Crazy Rich Asians, I just wanted Aquafina and that big tall
Right.
drink of Asian water
I
to come
know.
up and say hi to me. So how my tea be
Well,
there.
isn't he hotter than hell?
You
He
know, and having
really
a good
is
year.
gorgeous.
So male
Yeah.
actor in a supporting role, just because I've learned to say his name correctly, Mahershala Ali. I no longer add that 5th syllable.
Sure.
Mahershala
So,
Leah.
No, I was saying like Mahershala or something.
Yeah,
There was.
you
I
were.
got to go back and
Yeah.
listen to find out what
Yeah.
the fuck I was doing. So
Malala, I
Mala-
figure something. I mean, it
no,
was like,
I had a sh in there too, but it's just all
maybe.
going wrong.
I think
so,
that was us going shh.
I really don't see. I think it's Adam Driver's. Should be Adam Driver's or Richard E. Grant's. But
I think Richard D. Grant is going to, like,
but I mean,
so
once-
well liked.
But I mean, we've just
Career
we've
Oscar.
done the Jennifer.
I think that's the most competitive category.
It is, but no one else has won anything. Like,
I know.
like you got to once the SAG Awards are done, like that's every actor that can act. So aren't we
That's
kind of done?
that's going to be a toss-up category.
That's what, I don't think so.
Oh, who do you think's going to win?
Mahershala Ali, because he's won every single award. Like, as soon as he loses something, I'll agree with
I
you.
think
But
Richard E. Grant could win that.
oh, I do. I mean, you're nominated. You could possibly win, but I think he's turned into the Jennifer Hudson of like you just won every single award.
Mahershala Baz.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ali. Thank you. That's his
Yep,
real name.
that's exactly it.
And then
Didn't
Amy
he just
Adams,
win an Oscar for Moonlight?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was my thing about Sometimes No.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not 2 Oscars right
and
away.
now on
You'll see. That might be
now they're
different.
calling it category fraud because he is the lead of that movie.
Right.
Right.
So
That's
should
it.
not
But
be
that's
there.
in category fraud that predicts a winner.
Yes.
Big performances in the supporting category.
Right, Jennifer Hudson
Goes
in
up.
Dreamgirls. So that's why
Yeah, but
he's gonna win. Like now you just made it up. You keep making arguments for him winning.
Yeah.
That one. But just having won an Oscar, I don't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but then you get what's his face from the Tarantino favorite, Christoph Waltz, that
True.
surprised everybody with 2 Oscars in a minute and a half. So the performing his supporting role, Amy Adams never winning an Oscar because
And that was
now
sad.
they take Regina King out and they give it to Emily Blunt, and again category fraud because for these ones they pick for the SAG Awards when the ballots go out they tell you or Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place supporting actress, Mary Poppins, Emily Blunt lead actress. So they
Okay.
tell you where they can be nominated, where they're submitting themselves
okay,
for.
okay.
For the Oscars, you pick the category. You tell them what you were. So they'll go with, oh, she's supposed to be a supporting in this category. So that's what they're talking about, category fraud, because
Isn't that weird? That sounds
because
weird to me.
It is weird.
well, Emily Blunt is the star of both movies. She's the top.
Sure,
she's
right,
top
right.
billed. She's not second or
Also-
third billed.
also-
She's not a supporting character. The movie's about her giving birth.
Right. Well, and just a
Real
very
category fraud.
funny line I thought that Anastasia Beaverhausen had.
Oh, about plays the wife. that's why she can't talk.
Way to go, John.
Yeah,
you
wrote it-
know,
yeah.
way to
And
go.
category fraud, interesting, can work in reverse.
Yeah, but hers is because two roles that competed against each other, and where she was the lead, so that's why she has no Oscar nomination. Rami Malek. Now this is the nail biter because Christian Bale and Rami Malek have now
That win surprised me.
they have won the equal amount of all the precursor awards. Like nobody can make up their goddamn mind. And then the biggest one of the night is it's officially over for all of these same reasons. Glenn Close is now
Thank
swept.
God.
Every
How
single
gorgeous did she look?
looks so good.
Oh my
And I
god!
just
And
love
I
her
follow her
more
on Instagram, and
each
sometimes
day.
she likes my comments.
Oh my god, I love that.
Um,
So does Deborah Messing, fat girl that she is.
Yeah, I know. That fat pig.
Wow.
So,
I hope Deborah
it's
Messing
really
can see
sweet
that I
because,
just looked over at
Glenn
her.
Close is playing the I am going
I'm just playing
to
with you.
make it known that I am playing for reals. She
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
her. She finally got an Instagram account. She's playing all
Okay.
the right games. I
She's
read an
just
interesting
fucking
article
gorgeous.
I know.
that the reason she didn't win for Fatal Attraction was because she was pregnant and she didn't do the press rounds. She didn't suck up to everybody.
Okay.
And she filmed Dangerous Liaisons, which is why she's got the heavy bosoms, right after giving birth. So when it came time to promote that, she was just tired and was like, I just made 2 movies back to back. I'm taking a fucking day off.
Right.
So she didn't play the game. And that's why they were saying the 2 roles she should probably have an Oscar for.
Yeah.
What happened? And she wasn't
That's
around
right.
to schmooze and get
Sure.
all cozy with
she's
everybody.
all
I
about it.
absolutely loved
So
from the
someone
women,
hired a publicist.
Yeah, that's
as
awesome,
Did, yeah,
though.
as did Regina King, who
Right,
now is probably going to win the Oscar because
And that's how they advertise that movie now.
fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
the Regina King movie.
the Regina King movie.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot that
Beale,
happens.
if Beale Street could talk, they'd say Regina King
Yeah,
is the
Regina
movie.
is
King
in
can
this
talk.
movie.
knock knock. You know, so the interesting. So Glenn Close. This is just a stupid aside, but at the time, right when in the 90s, 80s, when Fatal Attraction came out, 80s, when Glenn Close was pretty-ish.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but Michael Douglas was hot.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
was
Right.
he was.
Well, they took this
gorgeous
woman who
and-
played Frumpy. They
Right.
lit her nicely for the natural.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they had to make her sexy, and she had to audition like 1,800 times because no one bought her as.
as
Adrian
sexy.
Lyne,
Right,
the director,
right.
wanted Isabella Adjani at the time. That was his first
Oh.
choice. He said it has to be someone beautiful, and Glenn Close convinced him. She said, I can play beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's some trivia for you.
I like that.
Mhm.
I like that, and I love that now, 30 some odd years later, she and Michael Douglas come walking out
I know
on the
that
stage.
was, and I didn't know that was happening. That was so cool.
It was so cool.
I know.
And I'm not trying to be petty from toward Michael Douglas, but she was stunning.
Yeah, she looks so good.
and he looks.
Old.
Well, he's older than her
No,
too.
no, but I'm just.
Is he our
I'm-
age?
Neither of them. Neither of them.
Well played. Well played.
But it's one of those. It's one of those shitty things.
Thank you very much.
Where a young woman in Hollywood all of a sudden has to get paired with a 50-year-old man, and you're
every time.
Yes.
why?
I know.
Because now all of a sudden everyone thinks she's older.
Yes.
Or you have to do the math and they're like, oh, we've been married for 10 years. Did you marry her in grade school? You
Glenn
fucking pervert.
Close is 71. Michael Douglas is 74.
Oh, I thought they were much further apart in age.
Okay. Well,
You can Google it.
That
if you
No,
want.
makes me
I believe you.
happy.
He's been a.
I thought so too. If it
But
makes you
he's
feel
been
any
around
better.
our entire
I did.
lives, like-
I did
well,
think.
and
Yeah.
I know that he
And his father's 107 or
and
something.
it
He's
feels like
106,
like
I
Michael
think,
Douglas
yeah.
has been a star for about 100 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do
I mean, the streets of
love.
San Francisco is when we.
I know it. Oh my god! I used
You
to
may not
love
even
that.
have been born. I don't know.
I love.
Kirk Douglas is 102.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what he was saying. My
So thinking his son was
102-year-old
80 is not a big
Yeah.
jump.
So can we just talk about how happy that
Catherine Zeta-Jones is our age.
Yes, that
Has-
I know.
that she is that it's finally going to. Al and I did for some
Have been
reason-
waiting for her to
for
win
this
this Oscar.
for our
Yeah.
entire adult
Yeah.
lives. So,
For the years that
and
I
if
have
she
been
doesn't
watching
win,
the Oscars with you guys,
I really
I'm
will.
going to say I am
And
totally with you.
here's
Yeah.
the thing:
Because I remember you
the
guys talk
curse
about it
now.
every
What I'm
time.
thinking is, we've been waiting this long, and now we may not watch it together because
No,
of
no,
your
I'm,
job.
I'm in
What?
town. No, I'm in town.
I'm all what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's been the big story.
Okay.
Yes. There was we were able to change some plans around and
Yeah, no.
do some digging, and I will leave town Monday morning.
Okay.
I can leave town Monday morning on a plane and be
With a
everywhere that I was
What
going to
time
be.
are you leaving?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Hopefully, someone is going to say go on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not a go, then I'm just going to go to San Diego on Tuesday at my leisure.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
Like,
it.
it's all waiting on whether or not I'm approved for this motherfucking trip.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just assume because he's
I'm
been
just
famous
so
forever.
happy that she's going to finally have an Oscar.
So let me go to my list for the last few
I hope
things.
so.
I got rid of so much shit. Accidentally got the shit scared out of me. There is and I recommended it here last week. And if any of you went home and watched it, my apologies
Oh my
for
God,
what was a
seeing-
very, very bad description of the movie.
Seeing your
A
post.
father and son coroner team investigate the strange murder of a young woman. I thought it was going to be like Murder,
What, the
She Wrote
autopsy
or
of Jane
Quincy.
Doe? What
Like
was
a
it?
procedural.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, yeah, and it's Brian Cox. I mean, he was the first Hannibal Lecter.
Jack Klugman
but he,
doing it.
he hasn't dipped his toe into horror in a long time.
Ah, that's great.
And that little Emil Hirsch, that little sweetie from Into the Wild, he doesn't do these kind of movies. So I was really expecting like a father-son crime fighter, like,
God,
and I
that's
thought we were
funny.
going to Cabot's Cove or wherever the fuck she lived. I was absolutely not prepared based on that description.
Yeah, I can see.
So I have all the lights
Yeah.
off, and I'm like, oh, late
All
night
the
movie,
lights off.
I'm fine.
This will be relaxing.
See, oh yeah,
Solve a
glass of-
crime.
Oh yeah, well I'll feel smarter later.
Oh my
And-
goodness.
And then like it was just getting creepy, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's like an X-Files kind of show. Like this is getting a little dark. And like they bring the girlfriend down to she sneaks in and wants to see the autopsy room and all this stuff. And then they went super graphic on the autopsy.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I guess we're on Netflix. I thought it was a Netflix original too, because I really did not do my reading on this movie. So then it just reaches this point of like just outright sheer fucking terror as I'm like, I mean, I let out a scream and was like
blindsided.
jumping up for lights, trying to find this thing to look up on
Retaliatory garden lighting.
IMDb, and like I'm gonna need a different description of this gentle movie about a coroner and his son, and this motherfucking bitch on the table.
The neighbors are like,
Oh, here's the best part. The minute I stand up to get my iPad to like look something up, it lights up with my friend sending me like 3 messages that he had a ride to the
no.
airport, didn't need me.
Sure.
Sorry I haven't called you back. I hope you're not staying up waiting for me. So that startles the shit out of me that I pick up the iPad and it lights up like the daytime. And then a cop car pulls up in front of my house and I got sirens like going off.
oh no.
I wish you had cameras inside your house to
God.
record
It was a
this.
mild to major
Great.
coronary event, depending on whether or not you talk to an actual doctor. I will just tell you, do not watch this movie if you don't like horror movies, because I had nightmares for days. It's terrifying.
Oh,
So I
that
turned
is
on I got all the
great.
things right. I sat on the coffee table. I made sure I knew where all the exits are, the lights were on, and I watched it to its inevitable conclusion. But sweet mother of Jesus. And I had just watched all the movies, and then I watched Handsome Devil for the second time. I watched some other really charming gay movie on Netflix. Their streaming service sucks, but I gotta
went
tell
to
you,
from charming gay to terrified out of your fucking mind.
to a live in-person autopsy of a woman
Oh
with
my
dead
God.
eyes.
I'm with Clayton. I wish you had cameras in there because with that lightning
saw-
like that.
Al, I saw
Oh,
a meme on
that's good.
Facebook today that made me think of you because I know you love the horror genre. It said, if you're feeling lonely, just watch a horror movie alone in the dark. You won't feel lonely for much
Yeah.
longer. You won't feel alone. No, I'm sorry. I said that
right.
wrong. You won't feel alone much longer.
No, you
Harrison,
absolutely
he's talking
will
about.
not.
I always feel
it's
like
called You, isn't it? Right, Al? You.
No, it's called The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
What
Yeah.
was the You?
You was the book that Kat and I read. We did that book club. That was terrific. And then they did this. That's the new one on Netflix. This turns out Netflix just picked up this movie.
Yeah.
I
okay.
thought they were pushing some movie they just made. The movie's like 2 or 3 years old from
Okay.
the movie theaters, and everybody but me knew it was a horror movie.
Okay,
I had
okay.
never heard of it.
I did not. Okay, I did not realize that. That's why I thought it was
And the
that You.
the You movie
Yeah.
is, I'm hearing about this from, I was going to share this with you tonight, my students in one of my classes because I teach a course on domestic violence at
Okay.
Arizona State University. And I was so impressed by this. It was some past students, so you think they don't remember anything, and from last semester, and they emailed me like, "Have you watched You yet? It's
Oh,
talking
that's
about
awesome.
how stalking can be domestic violence." And they were like, all of it, and I haven't seen it yet. I
Oh.
was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, would I be able to show it in class?" They're like, "They'll love it." I guess it's young adults, right?
And it's
So anyway, I thought, isn't that kind of cool? My
Yeah,
students,
Oh,
I
no,
think
it's
that's
not a young-
they're like,
awesome.
this is like
Yeah.
talks because we talk about the stalking and
wait,
they said
no,
how
they're
subtle.
young adult. No, it's not. It's not a young adult novel.
You?
Yeah,
No, but the characters, are they pretty young?
no.
How old are they?
They're in their 20s.
About our age.
About our age. Maybe 10 years older.
I mean, young enough for a college student to relate to, but
Yeah, I mean they're
Maybe.
post
Okay.
college.
our age, 20.
It's like 5. They're probably in their
Okay.
late 20s.
Okay.
So when we're still doing this goddamn
Yeah.
show in
Yeah.
another 10 years,
Yeah.
that
Probably
joke
about
is
our
certainly
age.
because
Yeah.
the water brings all ships up at the same time.
right, right.
Oh yeah,
It
so the
certainly
cast of
does.
Will and Grace, Friends, and Reds will all be our age till we die.
I'm like- Liking
when we're,
this a
when
lot
we're in
more.
Shady Pines, and
So
we're
I'm
all
interested
like,
in checking it out
"Whoa."
because, and Autopsy of Jane Doe, which I had heard about. You're right. That's been around a while.
a couple years, yeah. Turns out it was a couple years old.
But I'm curious about the You, and you loved the book, and so.
Yes, we
wanna-
Kat and I both liked the book. She was like, I do not need to see that made into a movie, and and it's very disturbing because of his character, and he plays it.
They say the student that emailed me said you're gonna like it because he's so smooth.
Oh yeah,
And it's not
because you
don't-
start justifying
yes,
him like, well, he's just
exactly.
trying to help
And
her. He's
that-
just he
how
knows
that
her
works.
schedule better. Let her run it.
Right.
That friend is annoying. Of course she should go away.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
So the other stuff that I watched, Those People was really cute about rich fucks. So it might be kind of annoying to some people.
It's
but
called Those People?
Those People.
Okay.
I thought it was very good, and the actor that plays the older gentleman, and I'm like, we are playing fast and loose with the term older gentleman because this guy's like 22, and he's
Our age.
oh my god, he's so old. Yeah.
I'm on board with the way this is going.
Yeah, and then there's a movie called The
Everybody's our age.
Pass. I don't know if you remember Russell Tovey. He is the guy from
Hot
Looking.
with the ears.
Hot with the ears, but then he's super controversial and always in trouble for that big fucking mouth. And he's
Oh,
always
'cause he
saying the
said
wrong
stupid
thing and like
things.
shaming like other parts of the gay community. So he's in this one, and it was dirty. That movie is dirty.
He
and
does
hot.
shame gay people.
Oh yeah, he's bad.
Oh, is he gay?
Oh yeah, super gay.
Oh,
Out
okay.
gay,
Oh, her.
But only like certain kind of gays.
Oh, okay.
No fats, no femmes, no Asians.
Does he
That's
shame?
him.
Does he shame Deborah Messing?
I don't think he gets past shaming the
real.
boys to
Now,
get to be the ladies.
Now, but he's 37,
Oh, okay.
Just so
Our
you know.
age.
and he's 5'10". He's a shorty.
And I have watched Handsome Devil now. I watched Alex
But
Rage up like 3
can
times.
I get
but
past?
Handsome
Can we
Devil-
get past on that just because he's hot or not?
You know,
I
don't
do
think
because
he's
I
hot.
watched this
Okay,
movie. It's called
good.
The Pass. Yeah.
All right. Oh, The Pass.
and
My
I-
Netflix told me to watch it.
Yeah. It's on that list of the gay.
The preview
Quantico,
looks so
Pass,
good.
Being Human, Looking, Him and Her, all these things he was
I'm
in
in.
movies
yeah.
and TV shows.
And he likes to take his clothes off a lot and parade around in underwear.
Thank
And we
God.
are
You
not.
can follow him on
objecting.
Instagram if you
He
want
could
to.
apply
for
for
that.
that
I do.
job.
It's
for
funny because
Donut.
I'm in him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish he would.
Yeah, see.
Al might even need a donut with a band-aid on it if he brought it.
Then he'd tip. Not to go away,
No.
to stay.
Oh, wait, that's
I
where
have standards.
that's where you draw the line.
Band-Aids
you
on
don't.
food, I am out.
No, you don't. Come
I am
on.
out.
Band-Aids on food and whiskers on kittens.
Yeah.
Those are a few of his favorites.
Yeah, I'm just gonna name those two. Just those two. Oh my god. Okay, so what was
Band-Aids
left?
on donuts and whiskers
So I
on
just started
kittens.
it, and this one is not a horror movie. I checked. Because now I know to read again. Make sure you're not
Yeah,
watching
smart.
Cabot Cove. This time it's gory.
Winnie the Pooh. What do you got? Now?
Electric
I was
Boogaloo.
just gonna say I have never seen one episode of Murder She Wrote, but I get more mileage out of that fucking
Oh,
show.
God. That fucking show is awesome.
Never moving to
Because
Cabot
I'm not
Cove.
that age. Okay.
And Angela Lansbury, dead or alive?
Alive.
very
very
much
nice.
alive.
Ask
Okay.
Dion Brown.
She was just in Mary Poppins.
So I
Oh, and he's got to be mad because she is clearly in Mary Poppins playing.
Oh, that's
what-
right. She just was in a movie.
Not
if
dead
Julie
yet.
Andrews could still
Not
sing,
dead yet.
Proctor Corsa.
that's the role that Angela Lansbury played.
Oh.
Totally off topic. Grace Jones, dead or alive?
Alive.
Alive.
Okay, thank you.
Angela Lansbury is 93.
Mm.
Julie
Right.
Andrews is
And
83.
a working actress.
And
Yeah.
Dick.
And recently
Dick
did
Van
8 shows a
Dyke
week
is
on
93.
Broadway.
Dyke is 93 also.
93,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can
Wow.
tell that the part that they wrote was meant to be like maybe there's a chance Julie Andrews could sing again. Like maybe if we wrote it simple enough, she would give it a try. But she won't even try anymore. Like she's like, we're done. I just don't even try. It's so sad. One of the
That
most
is.
beautiful voices in
Yeah,
the world
beautiful.
just ruined. So Sex Education on Netflix. funny show, but longer than I was expecting. The episodes are each an hour. But that is rompy, dirty, fun. And Gillian Anderson, who just seems to be in everything, is in this, and she's wonderful. The one kid has a sex counselor for a mother, and it's Gillian Anderson. And her conversations with the kid that comes over to get high was just like, okay, I can't wait to watch the rest of the series. But they're not 28 minutes, so it was a little bit longer than I was expecting. But
Joe just
Okay,
reminded us about
time
Larry
out.
Poppins.
Larry
Time out.
Poppins.
Time out.
Larry Poppins has something to say.
You were so fucking right about me not knowing what the fuck you were talking about on Facebook. You put something on there
About Larry Poppins.
Marnie is so not going to understand. You tagged me, like
I
you
saw
sent
that.
it to me. You're right, but what is this?
It was the
Because of you
funniest
with the
thing
bag,
that's
because
ever
of all
happened.
the shit that you come in with the bag.
It was the
And you were the
funniest.
How did I be?
You
I'm
were the
Margarine
lesbian
Poppins.
You were the
Poppins.
lesbian Mary
Yeah.
Poppins, and like without missing a beat,
Right, and I was in your
Kat calls
chair
you
when that
Larry
happened.
Poppins, and I almost shit my pants.
I fell out
That's
of that
funny.
chair.
I mean, she didn't even hesitate to ship those.
It was
That's
one
You're
of,
welcome, Amina.
It was one of the funniest
That's
things I have
fucking awesome.
ever heard in my life, Marnie. I almost fell out of that
Okay,
chair.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give her credit for that big time because that's
That was
fucking funny.
so funny.
That's good.
So
Okay.
Sex Education, watch it,
Me with the
enjoy
bag, Larry
it. Larry
Poppins.
Poppins, you can watch it too.
I will bring an umbrella next time.
And then we'll just finish off with the almost live production of Rent.
That caused some controversy.
Oh, and I didn't watch it yet.
I did. I wanted to chime in so bad, Al, but you were all in such serious conversation mode of analysis of like this most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I'm horrified, but Al will remember this when we saw it at Gamage. I was going to remind you, but I thought you'll understand, but no one else will.
Yep.
And they're going to take my gay card away. But we were sitting there, and it was after. It wasn't after the first act, but we're like 45 minutes into it. And I was like, "What do you think?" And I looked and I go, "Al, I don't know what's happening."
Yeah.
And I don't understand anything, and I don't really like this.
You
I
poor
was like,
thing.
I don't
would've
know.
been
I was
"We
like,
have to
what?
go."
And then he's like, this is the story. I'm like, I don't understand at all. And I wanted to put that in there,
love
but
it.
I was
Thank
afraid
you.
then Maraska and all the gays would be like, what do you
Buddy
the most
Early
important thing
was-
that's ever
was
happened in
real-
the history of
yeah.
the world. So I guess I maybe need to revisit, but I didn't get it like that night, that first time around.
And
so.
most of us from out here listened to the soundtrack 1st. So when you went and saw it, you were all caught up on who everybody was.
sure.
But it's a sung musical
Yeah.
like Evita. Like you got to get it
Yeah.
all while they're singing and try to
Right,
figure
right.
out. And it's not
Right.
like Evita where you're like, well, I know she's someone, and
Right,
obviously
right,
he's
right.
in the
No,
war.
That's
We're
a great
going
way to
to-
say it because
we're
I didn't
going-
know.
yeah.
Right, and this is like you got to meet 2 roommates and then an ex-girlfriend and now the new
Sure.
girlfriend's theater manager. There's people calling on the phone. It's
I-
very like
I watched
you
the
gotta,
movie
yeah.
only because
Right over my
we're
head.
going
And
to
I'm
see
so
it.
sorry about that movie.
No, here's the thing. I'm glad because of we have tickets to see it
Sorry,
Yeah.
in
Jenny.
June, and I know where Clayton stands on it as far as just not caring.
Yeah.
Oh.
And with
He
other
started with the
people,
movie too, though.
Yeah.
and with other people who have just been kind of like whatever, but then there are the people that just love it, right?
Right, and then and you gotta
I
also
thought,
gotta
I
remember,
need
like
to
think of
know.
it's that year. It's supposed to be
Right.
people that were our age. It's people like struggling to make a
What?
living.
Sure.
R.A.
And
Yeah, they
sick.
literally
And sick.
and sick. Right, and there was parts of it that kind of just rang true. It was the first musical in
Sure.
a while that had been a contemporary musical that kind of
That's a
sounded
good
like
point. Yeah.
what we were
Wasn't
listening to at
some
the time. Yeah,
recycled,
sounded like Roger sounds like every
Yeah.
boy band, not boy band, but what was that guy that was sang every fucking song back then? I'll never think of it. I'll never get it right. He was a lead singer for a band, then he went solo and sang about "I'll make love to you on a mountain" or some shit. I didn't like them, but everybody else did. But anyways, they had that same sound.
Their biggest hit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking you on Mount Everest.
Yeah.
I
And I have the wrong band. It's the guy that does. It's the guy that did "Smooth" with Santana.
Oh,
Rob,
Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20.
Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas. Like it just, you know what I mean? It just
He's gonna
sounds like
fuck
of
you
that
on Mount
era.
Everest?
No, I'm thinking about the awful guy from the awful band that had a solo album.
That one.
We're gonna make love
Skid
in a
Row.
mountain. I'm gonna make love to you in a mountain. I'm gonna fuck you in a stream. As soon as you figure out the song, you're gonna know. But
It was a big hit.
You can reach me by
yeah, I'm
air.
only
No?
lightly paraphrasing how awful that
Only
song
if you
was.
fuck me in a stream, though.
It'll
Billy
come-
Ocean?
No. He's dead, but he's
Get
not.
out of my dreams.
Wrong guy. So,
Wow.
anyways, so Rent happened. They go through the opening part, and I was very kind of like, I feel like this is not like they're not giving it. Like the guy that's playing Roger, I'm like, I feel like I know you're singing into a microphone for a camera that's this far away. So you can't like sing, you can't Ethel Merman it, but I feel like you could project at least outward a little, and it felt a little off. Like it really, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm that sensitive to theater or anything like that, but I really just felt like this doesn't feel quite right. And I said to Tim, I'm like, I feel like there's something like just not there. And then they cut to commercial and they're like, well, things happen, the show must go on. One of our cast members broke his foot yesterday,
Oh,
so
wow.
we're just showing you last night's dress rehearsal that they film as a
Oh, wow. I
contingency in
missed
case
all
something
this.
goes
Okay.
wrong. And they're like, but at the end we have a special choreography and we'll join the show. We'll catch it up when we can, because the guy did almost to the very last song, but as they finish What You Own and they come back together because they leave the apartment and then start singing, like, wait, didn't he just leave? Who shouldn't he be singing with someone else? He broke his foot.
Oh.
And he thought they would try to carry on, but they took him to the doctor and they're like, you're fucking
No,
done.
your foot's gonna
like that
fall off.
motherfucker's
Yeah.
done. So they just showed you up to the point where he broke his foot off stage, and then they came back live, and he was sitting. And in the scene, it works out for that character because in the end, he really does just sit on the table and talk to another character. So he only has to stand up once. And I'm like, that's just bizarre. Then he
Right.
broke his foot where it kind of works for the blocking.
Right.
And so he sat on the table and they had him behind something in the wheelchair. So someday they're going to release the people that came to see the live production that night that was going to air.
Okay.
The cast performed some numbers from them, but mostly they just watched monitors of the last night's performance until it was time to cut to the finale where he could come back
Okay.
and actually perform. He couldn't perform for that part. Again, I think they did something in a wheelchair with him.
Sure.
But it was, and it was weird staging. If you saw Jesus Christ Superstar and that odd staging, it was kind of off-putting because you're like, why this? And then it started to work. Then all of a sudden they did one number, and I'm like, this is the most clever use of like TV and stage, because
Okay.
you're performing it for an audience, but the audience is done like a mosh pit or like they're watching a concert. But then there's parts that you're only going to see from the TV perspective. Like whenever they went to the life support group, they were up in a room that no one could see, and they were in a circle. But it was beautifully filmed when they went up there. You're like, oh, that's lovely to go to like a whole different location.
Okay.
But the choreography worked on that stage, and it just really kind of fit. It was very creative, and they all got better. You could tell, like, and Matt's big thing was the one from RuPaul's Drag Race. She was pretty, very, very pretty. sang a couple songs really well, but if you can't dance and you can't do a drum solo, we're going to have to find somebody else. There's a
Right.
million people in Hollywood that have been practicing that since they were born
Right.
20 some years ago. Like
Right.
there's someone ready. We don't need RuPaul's Drag
They
Race
could have filled that
contestant
spot.
who looks nice in a dress and
Yeah.
she did sing too, but she can't. I mean, she's supposed to be a drummer and she could never play the drums. And I'm like, there's one thing for this role.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Right.
makes his money on the street being an
Right.
excellent drummer.
So
It's
now
it's just
Aaron
frustrating.
said that there's some, because as we were watching the movie, I was like, how the fuck is this on stage?
It's one room. They never leave the one
No,
room.
I know, but like when they're shouting, I would think that where you're sitting,
there is no upstairs, downstairs. So when they drop the keys, they're standing next to each other.
It's the magic of theater.
It's It's and it really. But when you change,
I was thinking that they would have.
No,
the
it's just
set
it's just a
kind
bare
of like
stage
that.
with one table, and the table
Got it.
doubles as everything. But when he's at the phone
Okay.
booth getting beat up, they're standing next to each other, and he's like, "Drop the keys." The one guy drops the keys, and then he just picks them up off the ground. Like, it's all stagecraft and
Okay,
wizardry. So that's why
okay.
when you change mediums like that, like when a book becomes a movie, you can do different things.
Yeah.
So people are like, "I need it to be exactly like it was." Then go back and see it on stage again,
Yeah.
because it'll be exactly like it was. But now we've changed mediums. We have different things.
Right.
We have this weird stage, and I thought it was that place where they filmed Jesus Christ Superstar in Brooklyn. That was so cool.
Oh, sure.
With that really weird, and that's another show. Like, how the fuck did they come up with that idea?
Right.
So it had good parts and bad parts, but it really was charming. It got the story across, and at the end, they brought all the original, not all the original. They had most of the original Broadway cast standing next to their counterparts, and they did the finale Seasons of Love, No Day But Today thing all in a row. They pretended like Idina Menzel was going to hit the big money note, but they got whatever her name is from The Show Must Go On.
Adele Azim.
Yeah, Adele Azim.
Adele Dazeem. That's right.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, mispronounce it correctly.
Right. But Kalia, another one whose name I never get right, the one from the Greatest Showman.
Oh.
She came in as the soloist and had some lovely parts.
Oh.
And so, like, they're acting like Idina Menzel and the one that played
Seattle
Joanne.
or Seattle?
Yeah.
Seattle?
I'm not going to get it right.
Okay.
They
I
acted
get
like
it.
the two of them were going to hit the big note, and then all of a sudden she, like, shimmied up to the front of the stage and just unhinged a jaw.
And was done.
And they were like, they just looked at her like, yeah, we're just going to harmonize with that way down here. We're
not
good.
doing that.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Adam Pascal didn't show up. Sure enough, he's back with Roger because Roger couldn't come forward because
Okay.
he's still back at the table where the show ended because he can't move,
Yeah,
can't
right.
walk.
Foot's broken.
Yeah.
So then you see Adam Pascal like back there singing just to him. Like he
Okay.
went back out of the spotlight and had a moment with him.
Okay.
And then the two of them like were singing but way in the back. And it was like, well, that's nice that he didn't like stand there alone and leave the
Sure.
cripple in the back. So, but it's
handicap parking.
but it was filmed. If you just need to only see Rent the one way, the very last night on Broadway, they filmed it, and it's called Rent Live on Broadway. And if you
Okay.
really need to see it, it's the last night of the
You
show,
still can.
performed completely on stage,
Okay.
with the last cast, which is Angelica from Hamilton.
Okay.
That was one of her first
Oh,
big
right,
shows.
right. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so she plays Mimi.
Yep.
And it's sexy and wonderful, and at the end, because it's the last night of the show, then everybody comes out for the finale, and they don't know that the original cast is standing in the wings waiting to come out and sing with them. And, of course, not a dry seat in the
Oh,
house.
forget it.
So if you
yeah.
really need to see Rent exactly as it was presented
You mean
originally,
because people were crying or peeing?
they were doing both.
I see. Okay.
I would have been peeing. That's
Wanted to make sure.
That's
You
the
would have
kind of
been peeing.
that's the
That's
kind of
why I
shit I
like-
can't even handle.
Pee my pants. Yes.
Like that when the night that a chorus line became the longest running show on Broadway, they reinforced the stage of the Schubert, and the Schubert is the size of this room with like 20 seats.
Okay.
The Schubert is a tiny, tiny, tiny theater in New York, but it's where a chorus line played. They had to reinforce the stage, and for the finale where they turn around and the mirror comes and it looks like there's many dancers, but there's really just 16.
Sure.
They brought every single person who wanted to, who had ever
Oh,
played in a chorus
wow.
line
Wow.
on Broadway or on tour, and that number, I got my nipples get hard. Like they just kept coming. So they would form the line,
Wow.
walk down, form the
That's
line,
so
and then they
cool.
had to exit through the audience. But they had to reinforce the stage because at any one
Sure.
time, there was so many people. But it's one, and you can find awful clips of it. But it's really cool. So anytime they do stuff for like a longest running or the end of a run, it's just cool when you throw a little
Oh,
theater
sure.
history because you know the geeks paid the money to see the last show,
Sure.
so you want to give them their money's worth
Sure.
because they paid like $1,000 fucking dollars.
You bet.
So that's that was it. So Rent. If it's your first way into it, you're gonna, you'll probably be mildly confused. It makes a little more sense because they move from place to place, and the kid that plays Mark is the cutest motherfucker. Ooh, that's why I had that to send you this picture.
Marnie,
He
before
is-
it scrolls away, I want you to know that Amina helped us find the song. It's "I'll Make Love to You on a Mountainside" or some shit from Lynn Moran.
From some
Manuel
white
Miranda.
band.
She found it.
Knock knock.
Hopefully this will work. Or you can just Google Jordan Fisher. But find
Thank
him.
you,
He
Amina.
was totes
Hashtag
adorbs.
Thanks, Amina. I love it.
I will. And when you hear the song, you're going to be like, oh my God, that really is what he says. All right, that's it for entertainment. Him. I'll just show you.
Oh,
my
already
God,
looked him up
that's
last night because
fantastic.
Ricardo
Can I
was all
see?
about him.
I'll make love
And then
to
he
you
found
on
a
the
couple of
mountain
pictures
or
like, yeah, I
some
lost
shit.
Oh,
interest
that.
already. No, he's pretty.
Hold, please. That's
Oh, yeah.
right up
Pretty
my
well.
alley.
Oh my God. And he sings and dances. It was so clever.
So,
Does he have green eyes?
I
Like
don't know.
Hazily.
light hazily.
The
It was
I'd
just the
make
way he
love
I
and-
love that you knew that right away, Clee.
I'll make love to you on a mountain or some shit.
I
Yeah.
loved you on a
Manuel
mountain
Miranda.
or some shit.
Some
and
shit.
That's what you did.
and the
That's
follow-up,
fucking
I
funny.
fucked you in a stream.
Yeah.
Just be happy that I fucked you.
Fuck you in a stream.
It wasn't a
That's
country
the
song.
way you are.
It wasn't a country song.
I'll flip you over a bit. No, I'm just
truly, madly, deeply, Savage Garden.
Savage Garden.
Savage Garden.
Okay,
God,
that's,
God, my
I
love.
love
okay.
you on a hilltop.
Yeah.
Or- yeah. No, that's
So,
it.
That's one of the four
Yeah.
worst
How did
songs
you find
ever
that?
written.
That might be the worst song ever written.
By the way,
Well,
but Savage Garden is a group, is it
But
not?
he went solo, and he was
I've been
even
looking
worse
it up
when he
for
was
the
solo.
Princess
Who
Arturo.
was he?
on a mountain, right?
Yep.
Tell me who the
What
lead
is?
singer
How does that go?
Whatever that lead singer was, he went solo, and then I think they killed him. I don't know. I think the world voted, and
No,
they
that was,
shot him.
that was Nirvana. That was totally different.
What did I do? Amina, you found the song
Yeah.
from Lin Manuel.
Oh, here we go.
But this is another song, Amina,
No, this
that
is-
you'll
No,
like.
this is it.
This is it.
Oh, this is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
well,
right.
All this bullshit.
Here it comes.
No, kitty, that's my chocolate chicken pie pie.
Oh, you gotta go back a little bit. You missed the beginning of the chorus.
Well, I figured he's going to come around again.
But we can't stay that long.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Stand with you on the mountain. Okay.
Not fuck you on a mountain.
But he's
Whatever.
gonna make love to her in the
Right.
stream. That's what comes. Or he sits with her or fucks her.
Sad.
I don't know.
Also, his name is Darren Hayes, and no one knows who the fuck that is.
Savage
Were
Were
Garden.
they were they one hit wonders?
No, my God, that
No?
music went on forever.
Oh, wow,
They had
okay.
a couple,
I
and
stayed
then
away.
Then he went solo, and it was
I'll
worse.
savage your
Darren Hayes
garden.
did not go solo. There's no solo.
Because it's been erased
Joe
from the
was
memories.
so overplayed. Savage and super gay, right?
Oh, I have no. I
Oh
I
no,
couldn't
they were
pair it.
gay. Or he or they were gay.
Somebody was fucking somebody on the
Yeah.
side of a mountain.
I don't know. All
And
I
I
know
think it was gay sex.
is all
No,
the gays
they
love
just-
that song at PS West.
That's
and
why, 'cause they were
They
gay.
played it over and over, and then they karaoke'd it within an inch of summer lovin'.
Within an inch of summer
fucking Doug over here. That's why they played it so much. 'Cause
So
they're
gay.
So just today, if you haven't heard, so James Ingram
There's
passed
so-
away today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like what I have to say about this one either.
Oh, I don't care. I'm just we always mark.
Look at
sorry,
me
that's
now.
why.
I fucking
So
hate
he
this
he
song.
died, and I didn't realize how old he was, and I had no idea that he'd been sick.
I
so that
saw
was
that. Yeah.
I,
what
I,
did he?
I thought he was gonna be much older than that.
right, not our age.
Not
I'm
our
just
Not
saying.
our age.
Yeah.
But not that was
How
he only
not
like
our age is
66?
he? Got it.
66 brain cancer. I had
Oh.
no idea.
But I felt like he
Super
was
talent.
around for a long time too.
Apparently 66 years.
well-
Because he was a backup. He was a backup singer that.
Was it
Ma-
Earth,
Not
Wind, and Fire?
very
Yeah.
gay.
But he was a backup singer that kind of made it to the forefront, and he had the song on General Hospital. Was it "Baby Come to
Savagely
Me"?
gay.
That got
Oh.
famous on General Hospital.
Come to me.
That's how we got. That's how we went from backup singer to like famous person.
to be.
And I'm so glad that I found you. It will never
And
go
now you have
away.
to
I
find-
made that part up.
Hold on. Now you
And
gotta
I'll
find.
sit
part.
with you in an ocean,
And
in
I'll
a
fuck you in a
stream.
stream.
What's his name? James Ingram.
James Ingram. Now, and now he's in a whole new world.
He is.
Oh, that's
Well
him
done.
too.
I caught that. Clay.
Every
Knock, knock.
moment.
I
red
see what you did
letter.
there.
Him and Linda Snodgrass. Slender Snodgrass.
What?
I was calling her.
Ronstadt.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah, it
it's
was
got
a-
it's got something
Trick
with the
pussy.
heart, and you have to
No.
find it because it's the.
Are you
it's
talking
I don't
one of
have.
the-
I don't have the heart.
I don't have the heart.
Oh,
Find
I
that
don't
and
have
find.
the heart
But you got to go like 3 minutes
love.
deep when he starts. He gets all Aretha Franklin and start. I don't have the heart. Like, He gets caught up in the spirit.
The
And-
spirit
What the
caught him.
hell is going on?
Oh my God, you're right. That's so funny. I remember that.
Because there's the good 80s and the bad 80s.
Yes,
and one of
there
the
it
worst
is.
representations
Truer
of the
words
80s
have never been
is
spoken.
that fucking thing.
Yes.
And I remember being in my car and almost swerving off the road because he didn't have the heart.
I love that you said that because some people are like, don't you love the music from the 80s? No. I like the new wave music, but not. There's that unfortunate part of the 80s
yeah.
that. Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
how far into it?
It's almost
Oh,
towards the
you'll
end.
know.
Hang on.
I don't have a heart, baby.
This is 2.5 minutes or so.
It's almost a key change that goes
Yeah.
terribly wrong.
Life-altering key
Oh
change.
my God. You'll never do. Hang on. Okay, I feel like this is
It's
maybe.
building.
Yes, here you go.
It's
Key change.
building.
Maybe.
Yep. Turn it up. Turn that shit up. Woo.
Are we-
Yeah,
Sing it, girl.
the bridge.
Go, girl.
Very busy. Oh. I don't know. Oh my God. God, I'm talking over it because I don't want to get popped for it.
Yeah. He's going to do it
At
soon.
some
How
point.
much longer is left of the song?
7 days.
That's what it felt like every time this would start. Didn't we almost write a song?
I don't know where he's gonna do
It's
this.
gonna be at the very end.
Eventually he's going to
Here
get
you
sick
go.
of reading
You're
the
right.
lyrics
You're
and be like,
close.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
you're
Amina.
close. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Here we go.
he patted LaBelle's at first.
The MGM is
Right here, right here.
Yes.
Here we are.
I miss you like crazy.
I hate
This
that
song-
song.
Where's Hannibal? Where's Hannibal?
Oh my God.
Amina, I hate that
Hannibal the
song
cat.
so much.
Oh, we have a whole segment on that. You can watch it.
Actually, it's been isolated and it's on YouTube just by itself.
Oh, great.
Then of course there's this one he sings with what's her name?
Oh, lovely. And this is a lovely
So now
song.
here's the thing. So may I tell a
this is
story
good.
about this,
I like
please?
this song.
Oh, yeah.
So with
Oh, he had a
this
great
song-
career. It's just that one song. Right when the
Isn't
80s
this
went
from-
bad, he
Yeah,
went with
this
Yeah,
is
the
from
American Tail.
yeah,
Yep.
Feifel.
86.
When my dad died, this was the
Don't know
song that
much.
this was the song that I heard on the way to the hospital, and it will always remind me of him. And his favorite, the other favorite song, just stupidly, was
Was it Islands in
Lady
the
in
Stream,
Red.
is it?
No,
Okay.
not fucking in a stream. No, no, no. Was Lady in
a
Red,
mountain.
and oddly, that was the
The
first
Lady in
song I
Red.
heard when I left. It just, but it
Oh.
was. But
Islands
this
in
the
the
Lady in
somewhere
Red
out
isn't
there-
James
Not
Ingram.
fucking industry.
No, no, no. Just,
Oh, okay.
but it was just one of Krista Berg. But I just thought it was that correlation.
Just wanted to make sure that you're not blaming James Ingram for all your woes. There was another singer fucking with you that day.
I just like I'm emphatic. You know that's not James Ingram.
So are you
Lady
saying?
in red. I'm in red.
So Jenny goes the worst song from
I
Tia's
agree.
Aaron Neville and
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt. So when
But I know I love you.
I live with my friend Sue,
Oh,
and
it's
we would like
awful,
play
that fucking
music and like
song.
clean the house together and have a beer. And this song started. He goes, I don't know much. And I'm like, but I hate
don't
this
know.
fucking song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
And
know.
She just started laughing and just walked
Mm.
over and turned down the sound. And
Just wait
that's,
like
that's how far we got through that song the first time. I don't know. I know I don't like this song.
I know the years are showing.
Oh, I can't.
Look at this life.
You know, I really think that this should be done by Cartman and Brittany
It is.
from South Park.
That's what they sound like now.
Dead. Because no, he's dead. So,
It's kind of
Oh,
like
this
the,
is god awful.
It's like,
It is.
oh my god.
Oh, I can't.
Unforgivable in every
Yeah.
way.
Oh,
Unforgivable. That's how
I
you'll
will stay.
that is really fantastic.
don't know much.
I love food. No, I love bread, but I love donuts without Band-Aids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That'd be a great band name. Donuts without Band-Aids.
That's good.
That's good, isn't
That
it?
is good.
We'd have a string of hits. We'd play all
I
the
like
festivals.
donuts. Yeah.
It's kind of edgy.
And we could sell donuts.
Yeah, right. No Band-Aids.
Without
Think of the
Band-Aids.
money you'll save on Band-Aids.
Well, we certainly
Totally.
can't use Band-Aid because then they'll think we're an 80s group
That's
singing.
Good
Right.
call.
Trying to help, trying to
Singing
help
the hits
somebody.
of famine. Famine's greatest hits.
But I love food.
While we're handing out donuts.
Yeah.
Empty calories. That's our first single.
The hits of famine.
So we started
Donut.
we started with white
Donut.
noise, and now we're going to end it with Ethiopia and famine. Jeezy
We are
Oh.
we're like Jesus' greatest hits.
Now, Marty, a flashback.
But
a little.
I just
Oh, a
have to tell
flashback.
you today, just because it was so much fun, you sent that text that he died.
I love it,
So I
Joe.
went right to the obituary, and I'm like humming the songs as I read the titles. And Tim's like looking at me, and he's like, "What text did you just get?" And I'm like, and he's like, "Oh Jesus Christ, I forgot about how much you hate that song." But it was just so funny, humming, shouting. So it is funny to have somebody around that's known me since the dawn of time. That just,
About our age.
yeah,
Not our age.
somewhere in between.
Oh, damn.
So a dramatic reenactment of that moment, if there was a home cam, would have been fun.
Oh. I also realized today because I sent my mom a text yesterday about somebody from our hometown passing away that we all thought was already dead. And
That
then
happens
today
a
I sent her
lot.
a text that James Ingram did, and I realized that I just keep sending my mom texts about people.
About dead people.
And I love it that it comes across a hot guy's
Yeah.
crotch.
Right.
Always appropriate.
Which I gotta say is
I do enjoy my wallpaper.
I have to. That is jarring because it's like dead person and
Yeah.
what's his
Yeah.
name's cro-
Oh, no,
I love.
I changed
It's
guys.
always
That's
bad
so
to read an
true.
obituary with a boner. I'm just
Yeah,
Hum
exactly.
that. I'll fuck you on a mountain.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I'll read
it was
obituaries with
island.
a
And blow you
boner.
in a stream.
I think it was I'll fuck you in the islands in the stream.
Oh, there you go. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
It's a duet.
It's a
So
special
each one of
island.
us- a
With
better
Kenny
songwriter
Rogers
than the
and Dolly
last.
Parton, I'll
That's
fuck
right.
you in the islands in the stream.
I'll
Free
roast,
range
I'll
laxative
roast you on
harness.
a mountain.
I'll roast
I'll
you
roast you on a
Tits
street.
and plastic surgery right there.
Oh wait, Amina's got a good band name: a laxatives in pill form.
Free range laxative harness. I'm all about
Yes,
it.
Adina.
Free range hand sperm.
That-
Adina, sorry.
Yeah.
I just called her Adina.
Dazeem, Adeldazeem.
Dazeem, yeah.
You like put that together.
Okay, so
Amina.
you
She
hadn't,
likes shipping. She's okay with it.
you hadn't heard this.
Oh boy.
So
I'm curious now.
So dumbass comes out and ends the partial shutdown, all this stuff, and,
Yeah.
God,
and,
help us all.
and he's explaining that we don't need a wall
Yeah.
to go all the way from sea to shiny sea.
Oh,
Oh God.
So this is
Come on.
him saying it.
Come
We
on.
do not need 2,000 miles of concrete wall from sea to shiny sea. We never did.
Oh, it just keeps getting dumber.
Fucking
it
moron.
just keeps getting dumber.
oh my
All right, two
God.
things.
Sea to
Oh.
shiny sea.
People listening
And-
overseas,
and
and,
the-
we're about 50% overseas listeners. First, C number one, not part of the border.
Right.
No.
The first C in the sea to shining sea
Right.
is the Atlantic.
Right.
No.
We're at the Gulf of
No
Mexico.
borders.
Yeah.
No borders.
No borders.
Wrong C. Wrong use of shining, the verb, the pronoun, the
Shiny.
anything, the adjective.
Shiny.
And shiny sea. From sea to shiny sea.
But the
I
funny
feel like
thing
I
is,
just insulted
the,
Asians.
the funnier thing about this is, oh Jesus, the
No,
funny
we lost them a long
to
time
add
ago.
to add to this, they hand out to the reporters what the speech is, right? It's
Oh,
in
the
tall type.
transcript?
In his prompter, it said shining,
shining.
and he said
And
shining.
he still said it wrong.
Oh, well, we
Just
can't
like,
read.
He
We already knew
can't
that.
read.
Right.
Was it in crayon?
Wouldn't that
My
be Oh my
God.
God, that's got to be an SNL skit that they turn around the prompters
It's
written in
written in
crayon.
crayon.
For
Well, I
real.
told you.
Like the writing for
The-
Chick-fil-A by the cow.
right, yeah.
Oh.
I have the
Chicken.
add-on for my my Google browser. When his texts come up, I don't follow him, but if other people post his text,
Yeah.
everything from the Donald Trump Twitter comes up written like a 3-year-old wrote it.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
it. Does not.
Oh my God, yes, I love it. It comes every time on my
Oh
screen.
my
Oh, that's
God, is that
fantastic.
Every
funny?
text he sends, it takes all of his type and makes it look like a 3-year-old wrote it in
Oh,
crayon.
that is brilliant.
Exactly what I have.
God, that's fucking
And
brilliant.
Jenny's worried that we're making fun of islands in the stream. We're not.
are.
No.
No, we're making fun of Savage Garden.
No,
We're
we
making
love-
fun of Al.
Sorry, I love Dolly Parton.
And
Love,
Islands
love,
in the
love.
on a
Stream?
mountain.
Yeah.
And in a stream.
I got you all the right information.
It just was funny because Marnie said islands in the stream, and
Yeah, and then we
Yeah,
go
that is
from
what we
there.
are.
No, but
Yeah.
it's a Bee Gees song.
That is what we are.
Yeah.
No one in between.
No one in between.
How
No.
can we be wrong?
Sail away with
Sail away
me.
with me to another world.
If someone said that sentence to you, you'd be
We're
like,
gonna rely
I'm sorry,
on each
dear. We're
other.
going to put you in a
Yes.
home.
You need to be
Uh-huh.
committed.
That's not poetry. That's
From
just
one lover to
nonsense.
another.
I'd be
Strung
like,
together.
Did you just come back from Dollywood?
Were you recently hit in the head? But it's a Bee Gees
Do
song.
you smell toast?
Will your wall be high enough to stop planes, be deep enough to stop ships?
Oh.
He hasn't thought this through, Amina. There are so many
God damn.
shiny seas.
That fucker is dumb as a brick.
Oh my god.
He's not our age either.
No.
Oh.
No, he's
my.
actually
Oh my
Michael
God.
Douglas's age. The end.
Joe D is home drunk alone.
That
We'll have an intervention
and
later.
Amina is sober.
An intervention for what?
I'm
Good.
sober. Oh, no, I had a
well
beer.
done. I'm sober. Need a ride?
I. Do we need a thoughtful, or can we go to Randy Rainbow's latest?
Oh, I
no,
think
yeah.
that's thoughtful right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's
Oh.
wonderful. Hang on, I've got to
Yeah,
get to
I
it.
have not gotten to see it. That's why I'm so
Oh,
excited.
you
right
haven't
now.
seen
no.
it yet.
Can you hold
I
while
just
Sure,
knew
I
about
can.
it.
We can. We'll talk about something else. For just
We're gonna
moments.
let's talk about Doug.
I don't want
Well,
to talk.
I mean,
we'll
what's to
talk
say? Like,
about
what's the movie or TV show that like you identify with, and it could be from like when you're a little kid and the kids were your age, like something just spoke to like where you were in the world at that particular
Scott Baio,
minute.
the boy who drank too much. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
That was
okay.
an after-school special.
But it might be the one that rang a bell with you. I don't know
Oh,
your
I'm
life.
sorry, honey. Actually, no.
Mine was Rockford Files.
Mine was Quincy.
As Al knows,
Did
right?
you ever
we
see
remember
that?
children.
I love Quincy.
I love Quincy.
Quincy
I
was
really
good.
did.
Yeah.
Mission
But you
Impossible.
identified with
Yeah,
a 70-year-old Jack Lugman. That
Well,
was your like.
that's
I want
our
to be.
age.
No, I just love the show. I'm just saying
Oh
I
no, no, but
identified.
what's yeah? What? I was trying to find
Did you
something
say from
fast.
your child?
You
I
No,
would
just from
say
any time in life. Like, when did you finally
I
see
would
something that was
truly
like,
say
oh, this is what this
Laverne
is.
and Shirley.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was Laverne and Shirley, but it was like watching it because first of all, I thought I was Penny Marshall.
Okay.
That
Do you
Laverne.
want
I
to
thought
be
I was.
on the moon?
No, but I mean because she was. What's happening with this this name that keeps coming up? I don't know who it is, but Amina has asked about it a couple times.
Because
I'm not
she
sure
asked
who that
earlier
is.
if we were going to talk about it. I said we should if we have time, but
What
now
was
I don't
the-
know if we do.
What was their thing for?
Because it's serious.
What was the what was the sex thing on? They couldn't say sex or anything on Laverne and Shirley. So what they call it?
Vodio do.
Vodio
Vodio
do.
do.
Vodio
Oh,
do.
that's right.
But you vote.
Okay.
But you doed. You didn't vodio, but you doed. You vodio doed.
I do remember that.
That's
that was
funny.
the
I
deal.
know it.
And I'm not sure if his last name is
Smollett?
Smollett or Smollett. I'm not
It's
This
sure.
is
like
just a
Loev.
horrible story.
And,
Loev.
and you know what? There's a lot of
Oh,
parts
I
to
have
the
a
story.
tie-in to this story too. When
There's
you're ready.
I don't really. I would rather wait till next week till we
Yeah,
know more
okay.
stuff because there's a lot of stuff that they're saying happened and a lot of stuff that they don't know that happened. And
She
I think,
asked about this during the SAG Awards.
Yeah,
so this
yeah,
is
yeah.
an actor, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
No, yes.
Star Wars.
Yesterday in Chicago, he was going to a subway late at night. Was attacked by two men, beaten. They put a noose around his neck.
Oh my God.
And poured bleach on him, and they were yelling like queer and other things, and it really was horrifying. But there's another part to the
There's a
story
lot of
that
misinformation
that
right now.
I'd rather wait till we know what
okay.
really happened before we
He
start.
did how he is. However, he's released
got
from
rid-
himself a picture of himself from the hospital.
Okay.
He already released that.
It's a terrible. It is a
But
hate
this-
crime. It's a
yeah.
terrible crime. But there's just parts of it that I think they're just sensationalizing to make it worse.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh.
bad enough as it is.
Okay.
So I'd rather
the
wait
only
till next
question I
week
had
until
is, did they know he was famous, or did they just think he was
they,
someone
no,
walking
they
down the
think
street?
no. I think it was pointed because they had talked about hate mail coming to his. He had been getting.
there was a precursor.
There was like hate
right.
mail coming in, so and they don't know if people were. I don't know if he had like a scheduled appearance there, if people were
Do you have a
following him.
picture? Or, I mean, I can look it up here. But
Yeah.
I was
He had
just curious.
flown
You'll
into
recognize him.
flown into Chicago. He had taken a subway. He's got the subway and was getting food at some all night food stand or
Oh, no,
something.
he was
What,
going to
Hertz
eat at
Donuts?
Subway.
No.
Eat at Subway.
He was going to eat at
Oh.
Subway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But somehow he had just got. I thought they said he had just got into town that evening.
Yeah, that evening he was like walking out of the subway and he was jumped and beaten and like It was horrifying. But there's
Okay.
just other parts to it that I would rather not. And there's
So here-
lots of cameras in the area, so hopefully they're going to
So
catch
here's what I want to
people.
ask you about that, because I follow BBC News and I saw a breaking news story, and you know the Toronto area. And this happened on the same day. Canadian Bruce MacArthur admits killing 8 men, most of them with links to Toronto gay village neighborhood.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, two
Okay,
you know,
and I just looked
horrible
up-
stories about this issue on the same day.
So I just looked up who it is, and now I know who that is.
Yeah,
I
from
recognized
Empire.
him too.
But what is the? It says Al Sharpton says that Trump needs to denounce the MAGA attacker.
Right, and
That's the misinformation.
That's the part. Like, they're gonna have stuff on camera.
Okay.
There's no need to
I
make
wondered
escalate
what
this.
you were
It's
wa-
it's
okay,
just
got
it's
it.
a horrible hate crime. It should
Got it.
never have. It should never have happened. They will find these guys.
Yep,
And
okay.
but there's just no need to like make it scandalous or worse. What
Right.
happened to?
Wait till the facts come out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. To
No, I
to
can
a
go
gay
with that,
man
but that's
and-
why
yeah.
I was wondering.
It
if
also
you
too,
were-
if you are a person who is piling on like that, then you're dishonoring what happened to him.
Right.
Sure, like people are like they were screaming MAGA. No, we don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
So-
It doesn't matter what you were
It was
wearing or what he
right.
was wearing. You don't attack.
And it was already bad
absolutely.
enough.
It was already bad enough.
Whoever did it, whatever their reason for doing it, which was hatred, is enough.
Sure.
People don't need to exploit that for their own political gain, and that bothers
Right,
me
and
too.
then like the
Right,
thing
right.
about like why were they carrying bleach unless they meant to? Why would you have just
Yeah, who's just walking
Right.
around? Right.
So
yeah.
Laundromat
terrible,
next door?
terrible story.
Okay.
So
and
no,
I
but
was,
a movie, but
and
a
I
movie
was looking at this trying to figure out where, other than seeing like with Empire, and I'm not watching that all the time, but that's where I recognized him, and I'm like, but what else? Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah.
It was in Mighty Ducks, and that's why I thought, why do I know that face? That's why. The end.
I didn't realize he'd been around
Yeah,
that long. There you
yeah.
go.
That's where he started. 80s.
So movie that you
Yeah.
like, you thought they like,
Interesting.
you know, like for our age, it should kind of be The Breakfast Club, but I like those people were too rich. I was like, who goes like, where the fuck is this high school?
Loved that movie though.
Oh, I absolutely
one?
loved it, but
Which
to
one?
me, I was like, I had never
didn't
seen
Breakfast Club.
it. Yeah.
Oh my God, for real. Yeah.
But I just couldn't
agree.
get over how much money they had. Like, who brings sushi to school? Like, I was like, what the
Right,
fuck is
right.
like? Who are these people? There was just a level of money I had never seen before. So I was like,
And that
is this
that
a
part,
faraway kingdom?
That part actually made sense to me with the school that I
Jenny,
went
you're
to.
right. You know
I
what?
mean,
Bleach is a total hip hop game.
Is it?
Oh yeah, Love and Hip Hop.
I didn't know that.
The girlfriends, they pour bleach all over the boyfriend's clothes to ruin all their like leather jackets and shit.
Oh,
I learned all
really?
about it from clients.
That also
yeah.
makes a weave come out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know.
Wow. I didn't
Jenny's
know that.
on it.
Well done, Jenny.
movie.
I didn't know that.
Movie, TV show, anything. Just something that you saw that they were like
A book
the
you
same-
read.
Yeah. I thought this would be easier, like Square Pegs
Yeah.
or like the
Yeah.
Brady Bunch or like somebody that was around your
TV
age.
shows,
God,
TV
Square
shows
Pegs have fun.
harder.
It could be either.
Yeah.
Something I can't think of anything I identified. Well,
Cars.
I did enjoy BJ and the Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that.
Both
and
the
I-
BJ and the bear.
and Sheriff Lobo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because Greg Evington was even cute back then. But yeah, I like that whole
Yeah.
deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
The Sheriff
Or
Lobo,
Smokey and the Bandit
the
kind
actor
of thing.
Claude
Sure.
Atkins.
Yeah,
who
but
played-
they like. So I'm talking about. I forget it. I guess we missed the point.
No,
of this.
I understand what
Yeah.
you're. I understand
but I
where
didn't
you're going. with
identify
that.
anything. I liked
No.
it.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
I identified or I thought that I wanted. I don't recall that.
No, like when Friends came on, they were my age, kind of going through like having trouble
Your
finding
age or
work.
our age?
That was too easy.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was. It was a meatball. I just.
But
had
like
to,
Square Pegs was one that I
Yeah.
kind of like. I kind of identified with them, like the Outsiders. Like I kind of that one kind of rang
Oh,
a bell.
I totally would agree
Yeah.
with like everything that you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally in my wheelhouse.
And there was a
Love
Jodie
it.
Foster movie that I was like, I get this.
Well, if it was a Jodie Foster movie, I probably liked it.
Yeah.
Aaron
And I
will
did.
It
tell
was
you
the
that.
little girl that
Every
lived down the
time
lane.
and
I
the
love that
I really
movie.
identified with her
Yeah.
as she murdered.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Charlie
But you
Sheen's
know,
dad.
I never related to anything that anyone else was relating
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So I would say.
Spinal
What was the
Tap.
one you said? Oh, well, so in terms of like TV
Oh,
show,
Cleveland. I said Laverne and
like
Shirley.
Monty Python, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
they get me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
And
get that.
then movie would probably
That
be
was
because
way later
my
for
dark side. The first time I really saw that honored was the Heathers.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
okay.
I was
yeah.
like,
I
okay,
think Tim would probably
now
say
I
that too.
now
Yeah.
I
See that,
like
sure.
Pretty in Pink or Heathers. It's like
Yeah.
it's Heathers. So
Okay. See, and I could with Pretty in
fuck
Pink.
me
I'm
gently with a
definitely-
chainsaw.
Right.
Yeah. That's
you know?
something I would say over lunch.
There's so many.
Yeah, right.
When you're brave, everything's
By
a
a
dildo.
stream.
Heather, what's your
Yeah,
damage?
what's your damage, Heather?
You think I'm going to drink that piss just because you dare me to? You
But
want
I think
I
know
think
what?
he hit the nail on
You
the
know
head
what? The
with
other
that
thing,
one.
after all
Yeah.
the talk at the SAG Awards, I think this is one of those things that really shows you're white because we could see ourselves on TV.
Sure.
Where a lot of people don't get to
You're
like look
absolutely
at
right.
a TV screen
Absolutely.
and see someone that reminds
Representation.
see the
Oh
representation.
yeah. I mean, think about it with people of color. Let me rephrase that. Black people were able to not relate, but see themselves because of the Huxtables.
Yeah.
Right? When the Huxtables
Yeah.
came on, and that was such a big fucking deal.
Oh, or like
and
the
an
Jeffersons.
affluent family, which actually, going back to the
Absolutely.
70s,
Right.
the Black Panthers came out against Norman Lear because of Good Times and protested
Yeah.
against him
And
right.
because
Jefferson.
they hated the TV series Good
Sanford
Times.
and Son.
And
Yep.
I don't think it was Norman Lear. But regardless, I
Yeah.
get what your point
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
They're like, we want
Yeah.
an
Right.
up and coming successful black family. That's where we got the Jeffersons.
Right.
So that's why he
Sure,
made that. Yeah.
sure.
And it makes sense. Like,
And-
show them
and-
be successful.
And
even
being able to see those, but that was a big thing.
I saw
and it wasn't until-
Oprah Winfrey in an interview say that when she was a child, that you would come running out like if on TV, and usually it was a singer or whatever. It was like colored people are on TV.
Yeah.
And think what you will about Oprah and all that, but like when she said that, I was like, I never even thought of that before. Like just to get excited to actually see somebody that looks
Oh,
like you
right, right.
on the television.
Well, she was the first person that I think ever talked about that because
Yeah.
she talked about everything, but you don't think about that, like who you don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be the same thing with like a gay representation.
Sure.
Like
Right.
if there
Sure.
are no gay people on TV, who are you going to watch on TV that you think,
The
oh,
i-
they're getting me? When most
the
of the time it
idea
was
Yeah.
of Sidney
a girl,
Poitier.
you know.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
one of the things that I
Right.
believe that Oprah
Yeah.
had said was
That is-
Sidney Poitier
yeah.
comes out and room 222.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't it?
right.
And, yeah.
Because my answer was going to be, if we ever got around this question, which I thought was going to be really fast and you could just run to the kitchen,
Never.
was my best friend's wedding.
Native American.
Oh
Was
yeah.
my best friend's
Oh.
wedding was Rupert Everett in that movie, like the friend of the girl that's going crazy over a guy that
Sure.
she doesn't really belong to, and then like, all right, I'll go to this fucking wedding with you.
Sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
And she's not very likable, and he's
No,
not
it's
very
true.
like.
Yeah.
It just that was a movie where I'm like, okay,
I can see
and
this.
Julie Roberts and I are like 6 months apart.
Right.
So
So,
same
apparently
age,
same age.
same
right,
age.
right,
Our age.
similar age. Well, and the fact
the one that fucks me on that though. We're just gonna stay on that since you're all gonna pick on me
I
for
like
it. Brooke Shields, because she played 12 when I was 12. So to me, we're the
right.
same age. We are not. Turns out she's a couple years older. So every time they're
Right.
like, Brooke Shields turns 40, I'm like, she does not. She does not. We
Al's
are
up
not
in
40
arms.
yet. I'm like screaming at magazines whenever they announce her next decade. This is a lie. We have age fraud going on.
Where's Hannibal? Where's Hannibal the cat?
I seriously had a meltdown when they had
sure.
Brooke Shields turns 40 on a People
On
magazine.
a magazine, right?
There are people that have less hair in that line because I pulled their hair out.
Well, it's difficult for me. How old is Jodie Foster?
She's like 55 or 56.
Yeah, and that even that is
Yeah.
because no.
Because we were children together.
That's right.
Yeah.
We grew up together in so many ways.
Yes,
But
yes.
I'm just saying,
You have a lot in
there are
common
a
with.
lot
You
in
have a lot
common.
in common with
We
her.
sure do.
Yeah.
God, we could have had more had we met. But that's fine.
Yeah, that was the
But
first time that I
now
ever thought I
seeing-
saw in a main, like there was a couple little British movies, of course, where they did stuff, but that was the one that I was really like, no, yeah,
I would think
that's fun to watch.
that
And then, of course, he
now-
never got a job again. So I'm like, well, that pretty
Right.
much sums it up about gay people in movies. A
Well,
gay guy playing a gay
except-
guy is
well,
never going to
except
happen
for that
again.
He
Yeah.
was on Shrek. He's in Shrek.
Oh yeah, animated. He's not going to be a real person ever again.
I know it.
He was a successful gay man that played a gay man that didn't
Exactly.
die in the end. They don't get to
Sure.
come back.
Doesn't come back.
Are you
That's a whole
talking
nother
about-
Well,
topic.
and they had,
Rupert Everett.
but now when
in the
you look
best,
at the-
in my favorite female performance of all time in Dance with a Stranger, and he's in that movie, and it's so fucking good.
Oh, he is very good. What's
And
her-
played straight. Miranda Richardson.
Miranda
It's the best movie ever.
No idea.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, I drove over
Atta
and
girl,
made
Jenny.
him watch it.
Yeah, the other shows now that I was gonna say that now people are able to see with Off the Boat.
Fresh off the boat.
Fresh-
Fresh off the boat. I haven't watched that one.
And between East Siders and Crazy Rich Asians, I will now watch that Constance Wu. Whatever she wants to be in, I'll
She's
just go because
fantastic.
she is
What
so
is
East Siders
good.
on?
Eastsiders was a YouTube show that went onto Netflix. Netflix eventually bought it.
And what's it about?
It's about, well, it's not EastEnders, which was the show I was looking
Okay,
for about a
'cause
gay character.
I know you were telling me, and
'Cause
I was googling, and I got all
didn't
confused.
read the thing right, and I ended up watching EastEnders. Was about all these gay people on the east side of Los Angeles. They all live in Silver Lake, and
that's called East Enders.
Eastsiders. EastEnders is the proper
Silver
British
Lake. I thought that was Friday the 13th.
I'm getting confused.
Camp Silver Lake.
camp. You're close. You're super close. It's not it.
Silver Lake is just outside.
Silver
of LA.
Lake is in LA.
Yeah.
It's
I
camp.
thought Camp Silver Lake.
No,
was,
because that camp really exists in New York, and I went there on a camping trip.
Really?
Yes. It's not. I mean, it's just a coincidence that there was a camp with that.
What's
name.
Eastsiders?
Eastsiders is about the gay people in Silver Lake.
Okay.
They're on the east side of LA.
What's EastEnders?
EastEnders is the British show
Crystal
that has
Lake.
a gay character. Crystal Lake.
Camp Crystal Lake.
EastEnders has a gay character, and somebody told me they were watching that, and so I turned on Eastsiders, and I'm like, gay character? They're all fucking gay, and they're all having sex with each other.
No, there's only one.
Like, how did you only find one? And then I was like halfway through, and I'm like, none of these people are even attempting a British accent, and that's LA. Like, that's not London. And then I read the synopsis, and I was like, oh, I'm looking for a show called EastEnders, but I watched the entire
I love that you
series.
watched it anyway.
Because it was really good. But I was like, my friend really does not know how to describe shows because nobody on here is British. That is definitely LA.
That's fantastic.
And then finally I had to Google
My
it.
favorite thing is that you just watched it anyway.
Yeah, because it was terrific.
Sure.
Right. That's fantastic.
The fact that I had to grow up with Lindsay Lohan as the is like, and now she has a fucking show on
VH1.
VH1 or Bravo?
Is she hosting it,
Maybe
or
it
it's
is Bravo.
or is
They
it
gave her a fucking
acting?
island.
Hosting it. She has an island, and
Oh,
it's,
of course she does.
You know what the
Tara
best part
Reid.
of the
It's like
stream.
Tara
You know what the
Reid.
best part about
Yes.
your TV is? You can change the channel.
Oh, thank God.
Or
I
turn
can
it
live
off.
my entire life
Well,
without knowing
between
what that is.
and TNT has a show on now that I can't. Like it
Who?
It makes me angry on TNT.
Who?
USA,
What
I
are you
think.
talking about?
Oh, no, she's telling us about
I'm
a show.
telling
That
you,
horrible
there's
show.
a show. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
what the fuck is
No.
what am I
What's on
stuttering?
first?
What's happening?
We do this show live,
So
I was like, if you quit asking her who, she might tell you what the show's about.
trying to get there. It's on
I
USA.
thought you were saying
USA.
another person like Lindsay Lohan.
No, not yet. And it's called, I think it's some island show, but it's all about couples, like 4 couples, that are able to go to this island and learn to see if their relationship is like the right relationship.
I can't.
Should they get married?
It sounds like every reality
Oh my
show
God,
ever.
no. I mean, it is like it.
Well, because
awful.
it makes sense that a woman like Lindsay Lohan, who's made a lot of good life choices, is your analyst or whatever. On the...
All I know is I
Awful.
used to watch Project Runway. Now
Yeah.
it's kind of ended, and
That
I've
was a
kind of
good
ended
show.
with it. But the commercials for every other show on
Are
whatever
on
that fucking
it.
channel
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
I mean, there were shows about little
That's a
people
good
and
point.
shows about
Yep.
this woman
Yep.
screaming at child dancers. I mean,
Yeah.
every
Dance
show.
Moms.
I don't care what it was called.
Oh,
Every
I'm with
show
you.
that I would
That's what it's
sneakily
called.
see a commercial for, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Fucking
that
Honey
makes me
Boo
want.
Boo.
That makes me hate people.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
So I have never watched another show on whatever that channel is.
And those commercials, they're brutal because they're just on like.
Yeah.
What are the Kardashians on? Is that VH1 or
I honestly
whatever
don't
the fuck
know.
they're on?
Yeah.
E. They're on E.
E, yeah.
And there was some show I followed on E. I have never.
Oh, Fashion Police.
I am still. I'm proud to say I have never watched 1 minute of one episode of the Kardashians ever, but I know everything that's happening on it from the fucking commercials, from everything else on
Oh,
E
right,
that
right.
I was watching. I
Oh,
was
and there's the
like,
one about the real big
Oh my
flamboyant gay
God.
guy that's married to the Christian woman, and they have a teenager.
Oh my God!
What?
Oh
That
my
fucking
God.
Show
I might
makes
watch that.
Me laugh. Chris Lee knows best.
Oh,
that is
no.
awful on a
That
Capitol.
is on. A lot of
No,
the stuff
but
is
I
just
mean,
on in
he's
patients' rooms.
funny.
And so I thought the point to
Oh,
the
so you
show
see
was
it that way.
she had a gay dad.
Oh, totally.
And then I found out that he doesn't know.
No, he doesn't.
He has
That he's
no
gay.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, do you think the dicks just fall there?
For
Yeah.
real. I'm telling
They
you.
Or you
do.
just accidentally
He's
sucking that dick?
he's a fashion guy, and
I think I
he's-
have seen the
think
commercial for this.
I think that's
Is
not bad.
fashion
The
guy a
clothes aren't
euphemism
the-
for big old queer?
The clothes aren't the only thing in the closet.
BOQ.
Did we just?
That's what it should
did
be
we just
called.
lose the gay audience?
Yeah, we lost him.
I'm even offended by that.
Oh,
Fuck, marry, kill, but trapped on an island.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck, Mary, kill the. Oh, I mean.
I know.
love
I
that.
know. I would kill Lindsay Lohan. I can tell you that one.
Yeah, is she up for grabs? Because I'm gonna kill her.
Can I just kill her?
I'll just kill her.
Sorry, Lindsay.
I
we
will
don't
fuck or marry any of you.
people on this channel do not.
Because I'm
wish
doing
any harm.
hosting RuPaul on Fridays, that's on VH1.
At your
So
house?
all of those commercials come on.
Yeah, right.
Which I mask all the audio and just play music over it.
Right.
Neither
But
can Bruce.
the other show, I mean, when I saw they gave Lohan a show, I about fell over. But then the other one is something about like your ex on a beach or some bullshit. Well, I'm not reading.
No,
Something.
that's what she was just. That's the
Yeah.
show she's talking about.
Oh
They
no,
should go with your-
no!
This is a
Two
different
different
fucking
shows.
train
Two
wreck.
different loser shows.
This is your
Same
ex.
song.
You run into somehow they find out.
They get your ex?
Your ex shows up on a beach
And you
with-
drown him.
I don't
Yep.
know.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
But no, the
Oh,
one,
you know what's in this one? A shovel.
It's outside during the
outside.
snowstorm. Throw the kid out the door.
And we wrapped up the show. Well done.
Welcome back, Amina.
Oh, we need to. God,
God, you had to listen to the whole show for that shovel joke to pay off.
BOQ.
That was 3 hours in the fucking
wow.
making.
All I have to say is we're gonna play it by ear.
But again, my purpose to boring you all with the entertainment section is to make sure you never watch a reality show. This is what I'm here
Ever.
for. Ever. I will give you enough choices
don't
each
disagree.
week so that you never,
Ever.
turn on that
There's
station.
412 channels
Now-
now.
That's what the original
Now
idea was
I
because
know.
Ernie watched reality
I
TV.
was just gonna say now Ernie is all involved with life after lockup.
BOQ.
That's
Big old
right.
queer.
That's a big old queer.
Well, speaking of big old queers,
Oh, yeah, let's watch
this.
one.
Yes, watch.
Trump. 6. Flip. Cuckoo. Huckabee. Mueller.
And now, low energy Randy Rainbow in his stupid rendition of the cell block Django. No collusion.
Trump. 6. Flip. Cuckoo. Huckabee. Mueller. Trump. 6. Flip. Cuckoo. Huckabee. Mueller. Trump. 6. Flip. Cuckoo. Huckabee. Mueller. They had it coming. They had it coming. They were the best that he could find. And then you guessed it, they got arrested. And now he's losing his freaking mind. Trump 6. Huckabee Mueller. The greatest witch hunt in history has dropped houses on 6 of the president's personal associates so far, including Roger Stone, who's been indicted on multiple charges, including lying, obstructing justice, witness tampering, and lacking basic fashion sense. 6. Before Roger came Mike Flynn, George Papadopoulos, and Rick Gates. Then on the same day Michael Cohen pleaded guilty, Donald Trump's campaign chairman Paul Manafort was convicted on 8 felony counts, only because on the other 10 counts the jury was hung. And incidentally, the only thing in that sentence that will ever be described as hung. They had it coming. They had it coming. They got real Machiavellian. Look it up. Just wait and see next. Who will it be next? Oh God, I'll laugh if it's Kelly and Trump. 6. Flip. Huckabee Mueller. You know how people have these little habits that get you down? Like cracking their knuckles or implicating you in a criminal conspiracy to mislead the American people in order to influence an election? DT hates that. So it's no wonder that he's violated Title 18 United States Code 1512 by intimidating witnesses like his former fixer who's already cooperating with the feds. And there's no telling who might flip on Donald next. Flip. Thank God he can at least count on the loyalty of his longtime pal Roger Stone, who swears he would never do his boo like that. I mean, imagine a fine, upstanding, delusional rat bastard con artist and self-described dirty trickster who dresses like a Dick Tracy villain and idolizes Richard Nixon going back on his word in an act of self-interest? I mean, I really wouldn't worry about it, Donald. He has it coming. He has it coming. He better find a hiding place. He's changing color, 'cause here comes Mueller. At least his jumpsuit will match his face. Oh, it's lonely being individual one these days.
Even his own wife is starting to turn on him. Luckily, he has the genuine support of true and unbiased sycophantic media whores. Like Giuliani. And press secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Sarah, let's cut the shit. Huckabee. This is now the 6th person directly connected to the president in the Mueller investigation. What is your reaction? Are you scared? You look scared.
Real simple. This has nothing to do with the president and certainly nothing to do with the White House.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure you guys are totally fine. She has it coming. They have it coming. While Giuliani's cracking jokes. As was predicted, they'll be convicted. Mueller. Is it collusion or just a hoax?
President Trump is absolutely right. This is a witch hunt.
The dirty bomb, 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 bomb. The dirty bomb, bomb, bomb. He has it come. She has it come. They have it come. She has it. Wait, just let Melania go free. Girl's been through enough. But she's complicit, so she'll just visit. I hope for her sake, not conjugally. Trump. 6. Flip. Cuckoo. Huckabee. Mueller.
Okay, that's the best one so far.
Yeah, they just
I
get
do
better
believe
and
that
better.
is the best one.
Machiavellian, look it up.
I didn't get to see that part. I had to
Just
run away. But-
wonderful.
Oh my god.
It's fantastic.
It really,
Brilliant.
really,
Fucking
really
brilliant.
is just. He's fantastic. I
He's
love
so talented. So funny.
Yes,
Does he write all that himself?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
I don't know
amazing.
how he puts together those
He,
videos. Because he had that one ready the day. that
Yeah.
and there is something freaky about that. Like CNN was clearly tipped off. Like the arrest, so over the top.
Because they had people staked out the house for weeks waiting for it.
I know, but it seemed really
Well,
staged.
it's all going to play out in real time on
Yeah.
televisions
It is.
all over the world, and I'm looking forward to watching it all. In fact, I'm going to go watch my boyfriend right now.
That's right.
Little Rachel Maddow. Love him. Tom, thank you for being here with us.
It was a thrill. I
And
loved
as
it.
we wrap up tonight's show, we'll let you know we're all the same age, and we will see you next Tuesday.
I'm the youngest.